strong 2v2 absolutely can.
Oh, Ambessa. Okay, there you go. So it's flex, obviously.
This is a flex pick. This could go to Blabber. I know he plays it.
It's flex, obviously.
Really likes it. Obviously, Thanatos also a stellar Ambessa player.
And I think that their bans will tell us which role it's going to go into. If they ban Renekton, then it's probably going to go into Thanatos' hands here because you don't want that lane matchup. But if they leave a lot of the top
I mean, I think they're just more likely to pinch Inspired. Unless they feel like Dokla is a weak point to the point where it's better to just nerf away like the annoying tops. No, there you go. Jarvan's one. You putting on the YouTube stream? Yes, YouTube stream is getting put on right now. It should have actually just gone live. So any frogs that are here that would normally like to watch through YouTube, go ahead. It should be live now. It does look like it's working.
Maybe they want to play Renekton because Renekton and Bessa can be a really strong 2v2.
I'm trying to sort out the Telestrayer, but it's being a bit freaky.
And similarly, okay, so they do ban at least one of them, but they leave the Rumble open. So they could also say, okay,
no YouTube stream?
You can have Rumble, and then they pick Galio, and you do.
No, it's live now. It's live now. It should be there now.
So many layers with a couple of these champion selects, especially top lane and jungle flexibility.
But there's the Renekton ban that you guys were talking about at first. That's the one that you don't want to deal with in the 1v1 in top lane. So we are definitely keeping the full question mark pings of the flex pick in effect here in the second half of the draft. Lyon has one more ban to go, and once more, they are going to target the support role. Different type of support, though, removing some of the...
They still do ban the Renekton, just in case they end up putting it out there. I think Nautilus and Nami are probably the best bans they can go for. Nico is still going to be a pretty annoying poke lane. Strong for 2v2, good engage as well, so obviously just keeps everything open.
You know, move around if they do decide to go for Rumble, or if they decide to go for a tank on the opposite side.
I think if they go Rumble, they're more likely to just go something like Asante, maybe an Ornn actually.
It is huge potential for team fights.
And if they put something else top,
so
then they're more likely to put Ambessa top and then just go another standard jungler.
Looks pretty good for Cloud9, rounding it out while also keeping their flex alive.
And I love the fact that they're keeping that flex alive makes it harder for Dokla here too, right? Because Dokla has been willing to bring out some of these range counter picks. You can't slam a Vayne top and know that this could just get flexed away,
you
right?
You can always slam Vayne top, Isaac. Come on.
But then you could ask for reading.
It does not look good here.
No, it does not. And so it's, you know, you're not going to be able to go for any sort of niche counter pick if you don't know for sure what you're playing against. So he has to be basically blinding here.
Cassante.
And as a result,
okay.
you pretty much have to go towards
C9 might put Blabber on a different jungle. Oh, nah.
Of course, you do have, you know,
do you want Ambessa into Nah? I guess you're okay with it if you really want. They could end up going Vi here. C9. They could end up going Vi here.
Game 1, Game 2, where Inspired was playing Jarvan and Malphite.
Malphite. Oh, okay. Are they going to put this top, though? This is also... I don't think they will, but this is also a really good matchup into Nah. I think they're probably going to put Malphite in the jungle, though.
The Malphite takeaway here in game number 1. This is a very, very good, like, fearless strategy from Cloud9, and it's just a good combo with Ambessa. You know, this engage, Ambessa, Malphite, Nico, and Orianna.
All right, really well-rounded.
That's some go buttons for sure.
Really well-rounded, I think, overall. Both teams can kind of play front to back. Both teams are happy to kind of go really aggressive and dive. Both teams are happy to have them be invited into each other. I think the setups are just going to be the most important thing. The setups around objectives are just going to be the most important thing all of the time.
As well as the Zeke's convergence, I expect Blabber to do the same. It's part of the power of this champion. Because it's not, ever since it got its nerfs, it's not, you know, OP anymore. And that's why a lot
save
of
us!
Kind of dropped off playing it. But in pro play, you can just play around your R cooldown, and you can just buy these really cheap support tank items and have a huge amount of value for team fights for your team.
And the great thing is, these cheap support items all have a ton of CDR, so the ultimate cooldown is not that long.
So much of that Malphite is the unstoppable force, having that up and available as often as possible, and we'll see how effective Blabber can use it, taking it away from Inspired like y'all already talked about. It's time to head to the Rift for game number 1.
Oh, thank you, Athena. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. LCS, man. LCS, we're here. Right into game. Thank you for the raid, Athena. I'm sure you're over the moon, despite probably being absolutely exhausted. But I'm gassed. I'm so happy. C9 Lyon game 1 draft. Very standard, but I am excited for it.
This is just good sportsmanship. I think it is also a screen to see if you have them muted.
Inspired, he's not getting Malphite, but this is why it is important. It has been taken away from him. This has been such a big pick for Inspired and Lyon here, and he has been dominating it. I mean, just look at the KDA 9, 2, and 26 has been incredible.
Yeah, that being said though, Xin is a champion here that he also uses very effectively, and Inspired will force a lot of plays early with Xin because it is so good at dueling, way more threat on this champion. And so in this game with him
early barrier just to block a little bit of damage.
Towards this pushing Ezreal and Karma here.
Oh, yeah, welcome in, Athena Raiders, Kitty Raiders.
Phase has kicked off. We've got Emily standing by for an interview with APA's mom.
Aw, APA's mother.
Thank you
Hello.
so much, Flowers. I am here with Stacy, APA's mom, who's come out to see her son perform in the LCS finals. So congratulations, first of all, another finals for him. How are you feeling? I heard you just got back from a cruise, too, and then flew directly here?
We didn't fly. The cruise was out of Long Beach, so we just came up today, yes.
Does not know how cruises work. That's me. So how it's now been an entire split, you know, with C9. How would you rate just overall your son's performance in terms of fitting on this team?
I think his performance has been excellent this year, and I think he fits on the team very well.
And then additionally, just he's been so successful since he stepped onto this stage. What have you done kind of behind the scenes to support him in that?
I think we've always supported him. We've supported him for years behind the scenes.
Oh,
so
pause.
We'll always support him.
That's awesome.
That's fine.
Also, so there was a call out that you did on Twitter where I was using this giant head of your son as a prop. So now I'm going to give it to you to cheer him on today. And I have heard we have a game pause. So we're going to throw it back to the casters to see what's up with that.
Thank you, Emily. And yeah, we do have a pause, but hopefully we'll be able to get you any information about that pretty quickly. A lot of cosplayers here today. We got Aaron,
a lot of cosplayers.
We got a bunch of cosplayers in the audience as well. It's great to see everyone here for LCS Finals.
I like that Heimerdinger stash.
Time to watch a real region. Hey, be easy, be easy. Oh, I need to swap the chat. Sorry, I just realized YouTube chatters. I'm probably ignoring a couple of you. What's up, guys?
We also had a really fun,
What's up, guys?
Yeah,
that G2 KC series was a banger in the end. I'm glad it was. I'm glad it was in the end.
Update Flowers, possibly?
Yes, I just heard from producers. They are investigating a potential APA mouse issue. Pretty hard to play mid lane if your mouse doesn't work. So we're going to get to the bottom of this, hopefully resolve any
Big Daddy
issues
Bubbles. What's up, bro?
I will say, he
welcome.
was doing a good job even despite the mouse issues, because you could hear during Emily's interview, the crowd was making huge noise for every cannon minion and CS that Saint was missing as APA was pushing him into the tower. So, you know, starting out pretty well despite the issues, and hopefully we can get those resolved very quickly for him here. You know, Emily was also asking, what do you do behind the scenes to support APA? Maybe bring a bunch of extra mice to his games.
There you go.
So you got him ready.
You got the backups ready to go.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about C9 and why they are such a big favorite coming into this. I mean, they have been absolutely killing it this split. This is the team that I think, you know, coming in, people were mostly putting C9 or TL at the top, but TL and Lyon, you know, did have some struggles early on in this Swiss stage. And C9 has just been crushing it. So 12-1 is their win-loss. 2-0 last time they did play against Lyon. This team has not only been beating everyone, they've been crushing everyone. Very few of the games have even looked close. And so coming into this weekend, before this weekend, everyone I was talking to is saying, oh yeah, you know, TL versus Lyon could be close. You know, we don't know what's going to happen against Sentinels, but then C9's going to win, right? And I do think that story has changed somewhat as we have seen Lyon play over the course of this weekend. You know, they were able to really pretty much dominate TL. Then they looked good yesterday against Sentinels. They showed us all these new unique tricks in the draft. And I think that has kind of changed the story and made people look at Lyon as more of a legitimate contender here against Cloud9, despite the fact that Cloud9 has been so good this split.
Lyon is definitely the non-Cloud9 team of the four heading into this weekend that leveled up the most. Their improvements are legitimate.
For sure. Lyon just looks so good. So good. I think it'll probably be a 3-1. I think it'll probably be a 3-1 Bubbles.
Yeah, it's been
I don't see C9 losing in too many universes. But I do see them dropping a game 100%. Like, Lyon are a good team. They have developed substantially in these last few weeks.
Especially Saint, that everyone has been talking about. and has had much better performances. So we'll see if Lyon can continue their success, because they have had the much more difficult journey here, you know, playing these back-to-back elimination series and having to prep over and over for a new opponent each day.
Yeah, I like that you bring up Saint improving throughout the playoffs, because looking at APA coming into the year, I think everybody realized that last year was a bit of a downturn for APA. So to see him bounce back here at the start of 2026 has been great. Meanwhile, Saint was generating a lot of buzz last year.
Inspired.
Only to start off
He's definitely getting these guys into shape for sure.
Now really starting to sharpen
You can tell the
those
team
edges
is
up
like
here.
very molded around
I think this mid
like
lane
him.
head-to-head is super exciting.
It really is, right? And it's not the mid lane head-to-head I think people were talking about. People were talking about, you know, Quid and Quad and these guys, I think, even a little bit more. And Zinni, the hype from him. But the improvements from APA, I think, have been very recognizable.
Okay,
Obviously got replaced on TL.
Yeah, I mean, I think
TL's not
APA has just
here
been
in
playing like the
finals.
best
APA
mid
is, and he
in the
has been
league.
killing it and really just gelling well with the team. A lot of the C9 members have talked a ton about how vocal he is, about how his shot calling is making a big difference as well.
Wow, good trade from Thanos.
Putting the pressure onto Dokla
Wave is a bit
here as he
awkward
reverts
too.
Back to Mininar. Both of these top
Not the
laners
worst,
are so
but
exciting as well.
not the
Dokla with his
best.
counter picks, with his creativity in the role, and Thanatos just being this dominant laner who's also willing to accept that challenge. When one throws down the gauntlet, the other will immediately be ready.
See if he's gonna hold the freeze. I mean, Thanatos will. Yeah, he's gonna hold the freeze. Okay. I
I
only asked because he just popped his pot, so I was wondering whether or not he wanted to stay. I'll just base and TP, match it with Dokla.
So
Call it a
we'll
day.
see if he is able
APA is
to
a bit
do
oom.
that in this game. Mid lane trading very low.
Yeah, APA down to 100
Does Saint want it?
Saint flashes forward.
Wow,
Watch out for
APA
Both mid,
flashed
no flashes,
the
no
soldier
mana,
stab.
100 HP.
And usually
He literally
that's
flashed the
very
auto.
easier
That's
because
insane.
You're close to your level 6. You can go for Azir sweep.
Like the lethal
Much more
tempo
mobile
proc even
champion.
like went
So
off and hit him.
that's why Saint, he knows, yeah, this is not a kill angle, but I'm gonna make you trade 1-for-1 on flashes.
No flash versus
And guess
Inspired
what?
here
Inspired
is
can come really early. This is before junglers
pretty
are on
annoying.
level 6, so,
And just against the Zir
we'll
in
see
general,
about
like
the
being able
next
to get
battle.
scooped in
It's a
is
level
really
5
easy.
Malphite ganking Dokla
I
right
mean, but it's a
now.
Mininar.
Right, Dokla
I
only
think the
has
problem is if he
3/4
doesn't have a good flash timer,
coming out, public execution,
and he
flash
does, he
out
would die.
Dokla to stay alive.
Okay, still a fine gank.
From Blabber. This is something that I love when Malphite
Blabber's probably
players
gonna
play,
end up
because
dropping
everyone
bot
just
crab,
thinks about champions like this,
because I think he's
and
gonna be too
they're
far
not gonna
away.
do anything except farm until 6. So sometimes you can find these angles.
They traded crabs immediately, so the first crab is gonna spawn at
and you don't really have to commit
550.
anything to do that.
Oh, it's actually 540. It's even earlier.
That's a kill pressure. The ultimate is a very good trade for the flash of the Gnar. You can use that to constantly pressure in lane. So now, if that top lane is left isolated, Thanatos will have big pressure next time around that his ultimate does spawn. Crab is on the bottom side though, and we are always talking about this 6-minute crab for the level 6 because Blabber goes top side. And because he knows, all right, you've got the Ezreal Karma constantly pushing, you're probably going to have the bot side Scuttle Crab anyway. Inspire does get the critical one. He gets to that level 6, and he takes the vision, so you expect there to be some setup for Dragon.
Yeah, we've seen flashes forced in both the solo lanes, but bottom lane has the biggest individual advantage. Berserker
Tricky,
at
this
67
invade.
CS compared to only the 52 of Sven. This is the power of putting the priority early in the draft on the Ezreal and Karma combo. But
He
now
knows it's
Lyon
happening.
Trying to make sure that Inspire can get away with
Honestly,
stealing
Blabber
this
just
blue
wants to
buff
make sure that.
from Blabber,
Oh,
as Blabber will just try to finish his
Blabber just
romp here,
wants to make sure he
grab
gets
his own
Grob.
level 6.
That's
He hits
fine.
the
I mean,
mark,
it's
but Inspire
still
can't
a
keep
decent lead to acquire.
And he's using that leverage off the pushing bottom lane. So Vulcan just went for a reset here on the Nico, coming right back out. Nobody go. Wait a second. No flash on
Hold,
Saint.
Saint, no flash. Should just be dead.
The unstoppable force
Or
onto
not.
Saint, who just shuffled
Good
him
disengage.
backwards, denies
No flash from
any
Blabber on the wall.
further damage and walks back to safety.
Nicely done there by Saint, because that is something I wanted to talk about, is that, you know, normally it is always so much in the favor of Azir when you get both flashes down on these mid laners, but flash is very important against Malphite. Unfortunately, APA didn't have his ulti, and that was the big difference. APA used the shockwave to push out that previous wave when he wanted to go for a reset. If you have the shockwave there, I think Saint is dead to rights, but they thought they could get it without that.
And I think the necessary response is going to be, after Inspired finishes up his topside camps, now Lyon know, with no Malphite ultimate, they have some pretty good setup around that area of a map. But Blabber actually sneaks back in.
He's still waiting
Okay.
now. The shockwave is ready to go. APA
And this time he's in front of him.
And
And he can't. Very good. No dash as well, but just standing on top of him, it's good. Just knows. Very good stuff. Let's go. Let's go. We stay reserved.
After that first gank that failed, Saint hit them with a question mark. So Saint hit them with a question mark after the failed gank, and then immediately gets first blooded. And
Just all chatting on their head.
Active in chat after that. So Saint was getting busy. They're getting him back.
Yeah, just a crazy trade. Just a
Just
crazy trade.
And nowhere for him to go.
You can't do that.
Yeah, love it. I mean, the wraparound Malphite gank after he already used ult on you. Yeah, Saint's not expecting it. He's like, I already dealt with it. And so he has the confidence. Fine, I can just go in for these trades once again. But that is not the case.
Wait, what did you do, Isaac?
This was not my request.
This is straight from production.
The dynamic duo Blappa. Oh yes, this is
The Blappa duo.
Blappa duo.
Ah.
It's Blabber and APA.
Ah.
This is
Of course.
the new duo name.
Nice Picasso work that they the
Yeah,
production
that was
did.
beautiful.
That was beautiful.
I
Knockwave,
see.
you guys are on board with.
Yeah.
Zahungle, I know Flowers loves, and so now it's Blappa.
So Zahungle, I'm out.
You
Blappa,
have said Zahungle more than I have said Zahungle, so you're in. You just don't want to admit it.
I also play it. But I am down with the Blappa because even APA actually last night he tweeted out Blappa duo with so APA and Blabber
It's
are
a canon
Oh, they're on board.
yeah,
Okay.
It's
they
canon.
are fully on board, and that duo striking first here, it really just is fitting because one of the biggest stories for Cloud9 obviously is APA joining the roster, and the synergy that everyone has talked about, this mid jungle has really been on point. It's been one of the things that has shined the brightest here for Cloud9, so they get their first blood off of it, and you know that's going to turn into Dragon for them as they rotate over, and you have the 3 grubs, and the alert goes to the top side, but 3 grubs don't do a whole lot, and Cloud9 would love to stack Dragon.
If you guys are with me on Blappa, now hear me out. How about Sinspired?
What?
Huh.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's not that bad.
It's one letter of one dude's name and the whole other dude's
Yeah, but
name.
it sounds cool. That's the important part.
That's not. No, that's. I can't get on board with that. There's not enough
Saint
parity
just
there.
gets the S.
Bro,
Yeah,
it's
it's all he gets.
Honestly, I think that is fitting. 'Cause
Okay,
Inspired
wow.
is
I
such
mean,
a huge part of it.
another
He
flash
shot
force.
calls everything.
Blabber
He
can
earn some more
very
credit.
easily
you
come
can
back.
put your whole name in there.
Well, he's gonna have to be watching those letters because
After the level 1 flash. Oh, what are we?
Now,
What,
as APA is putting
okay.
on the pressure here in the mid lane, Inspired will just be clearing out his
After the
big
flash
shots.
trades
Another
early, like,
opportunity
this
to
has just
come
been an
in and try
APA
to
lane.
Punish APA's aggressive play because Saint is so low, he has to immediately recall.
Now, this is one of these things that is so nice about the Malphite jungle. We talked about it. Zeke's complete. You get that early item completion because it is so cheap. You get the ulti CDR, and also the Zeke slow stacks with the Malphite Q. I don't know
Yo,
if that's an
Hakeem,
intentional
are you in here?
But that is why we saw in the
Are you
Syndra
in?
game
Are you in the stream right now?
Inspired was playing it where the Syndra just could not move when you get hit by the
Or no?
Zeke slow.
Because
plus
you
the
just messaged me
Malphite Q.
on Discord.
Yeah,
He was here for
I'm
LEC.
assuming it's not supposed to be that way because slows usually just
Okay.
overwrite and the
I don't
stronger
want to
slow
be.
takes priority, but
I don't want to be
he mentioned,
distracted.
"Oh, yeah, this is so
I
cheap
need
to support
someone.
Adam."
I
Guess
need
what?
him
Both
to go
guys
and
were
contact
at the
Teddy.
same time, too, and that eclipse on top side is
Uh-oh.
getting used.
Yup, he's
Oh,
immediately diving in with a public execution.
Missed the
as
Q2,
Dokla
so the
tries to
trade
get
isn't as
away.
heavy as it can
Marbar's
be.
nearly charged, and Dokla's still got 40% HP left in the tank, but he does not want to pursue this any further. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Thanatos is such a powerful and aggressive laner, but now in the bottom
they're
side,
fighting over
River,
Crab.
hold on, Lyon stepping forward, looking to maybe challenge C9 to a team fight. Berserker's Ezreal is very strong right now. Remember, he
They
has
kind of
been
need to help
farming
APA get
so
back to mid. I
effectively
think it's actually
in
going to be
these
fine.
first 11
All right,
and a half
cool.
minutes of gameplay, but it looks like neither side is going to opt for the fight.
Yeah, it was all about the crab flowers. Yeah,
All crab.
there's no dragon down there, but you know, in a Cloud9 game, we're going for crabs.
But it's a
Oh.
shockwave immediately into the follow-up.
Free?
Blast,
No.
and Saint
Damn,
just
he's actually out.
barely gets
Or?
away again.
No, he's not gonna flash
APA
for it.
can't quite catch up. Both
I mean, the
ultis.
gap is just
Smith
getting
is
bigger
out of
though,
the
right? Like the
combo.
lead is just
There,
getting
but
bigger.
it's only
Bigger.
99% of Saint's HP.
I'll bet that there's going to be no, all chat after that one, though. He's going to remain focused, get right
Bloody
back
hell.
to base because he was punished last time around. And you're still punished. Even though APA doesn't get the kill, turret plate money, it's one of the nice things about this new season. You can always get these guaranteed little increments of extra gold. And APA here does cash in again. Although, it's not the worst back timing for Saint. He finishes Nashers anyway.
And you can see it is almost 1,000 gold lead in mid lane regardless, right? So yes, they did only get that one kill. They would have loved to take down Saint those other times too. But he is missing out on minions. He's missing out on plates every time he does go back. And that true shot barrage, a split second too late to interrupt APA's base.
Yeah, mid lane quest.
Okay, a little bit of a roll
completed
swap here
earlier
now.
For APA, Very nice. Get your empowered recall. Get out of there.
Just saying, has been getting bullied so much, he's going to be a little whiles away from his quest.
Into mid lane. This duo
I mean,
for
mid,
Lion,
it's actually
who's
fine.
mentioned,
It's actually
has been
fine.
doing their
Like,
job the whole game, creating that
getting
bot lane
getting
pressure,
quest late
pushing
doesn't
in,
matter for you.
allowing Inspired to do a little
It doesn't
bit of
matter. The
counter
mid, it doesn't
jungling, not a
matter.
lot,
It's not like he's losing
but at
bonus
least a
anything.
little
It's
bit
just like
there. And Berserker has
boots
been
are
quite
not
good
going to
on
be there.
Ezreal in Lion's
That's it.
run.
So I'm glad that you bring up Berserker moving into the mid lane. We're starting to see some rotations, some different assignments right now, but we've got about 90 seconds on the clock until the Dragon spawns, and the Herald only spawns very shortly after that. Do we expect to see a challenge at Drake number 2, or do we expect it to just be another handshake?
It matters a lot
like
less
Dragon won
for
in the
mid.
Growth War?
I think it's just going to be a handshake. I mean, Lyon, based on how they've been playing, I think they have been very willing to give up objectives to try to play for side lane gold. So I think that is going to be the look. It's also just very difficult.
AP can actually do a lot of damage with like a chunk shockwave.
First.
It's actually a decent timer if he can find it. Saint's just being really respectful here.
And you don't know where Nico is, you don't know where Malphite is. It is going to be
Like if you can
almost
just chunk him
impossible
down
to
to like
approach.
60, it just puts
Unless
so
he
much
sends
pressure
out
on him.
really early, I think they'll just play sides and try to get some.
It's
That
just a
being
bit
said,
too
they
far
do have
back.
mid-lane priority
He
with
set
the
the wave
early
to
move
slow
from
push, though.
Berserker, as well
He's
as
just gonna let him
Idle.
base and then just
Ezreal
insta
combo
hotshot.
keeps
Oh.
up its push. So they have
Okay,
taken
so
over
he
the
doesn't give up any more
minimap. They
EP.
took over the ward
In more
coverage, and they
minions.
chunked Vulcan hard.
Yeah, Vulcan is
Vulcan's
chunked.
down to 500
He's
HP.
dead.
He tries to
Good
get
flash.
away. Barrage is
Still
not
dead.
reachable, but Inspired
Oh!
surely is.
Okay.
He chases after him, and the wind becomes lightning, strikes him down. Now Sven versus Berserker is also going to go Lion's
Good
way.
from
It's a
Lion.
look on the enemy support. Vulcan
Now they're
will
trying
be
to look
back
on
alive
APA.
in time for the Drake, but he
That
still
was
has
there
to
to
run the
mark
way
it,
back
though.
down here as Lion find their first kill 14 minutes in.
This is why every pro player is always talking about mid lane priority. It allows Isles to get in there, clear out the vision, and Inspired, you saw him on the minimap. He reset out of mid lane,
okay.
straight down to that mid lane, waiting in the brush.
Dude, I thought
jumps
Blabber
on
was gonna
Isles
walk
and gives him a
down
huge advantage.
But I
all
think
the
funny
way.
part about this is that lost them the Dragon going for that pick because now there's no Crescent Guard on
Yep,
Inspired.
no Crescent Guard, no
Vulcan
flash,
pop
no
off the
ult
whole time,
from
and
Ezreal.
Byron
Not that
held
that
his
one
ult
matters
the
too
whole
much,
time.
but
Even though you do get this kill, that is a nice injection of gold. You can't take the team fight without ultimate on Inspired. So here is Vulcan face checking, gets caught, does get chased down and killed off. But in the picture-in-picture, Lion's not even going to try to contest here, despite the fact that they had that kill, because they were missing critical ultimates and C9 held onto theirs.
Yeah, Inspired needs to remain.
Malphite was here and didn't use anything. And I used flash ult, and Nico didn't use ult, just flash.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was talking about. They just knew, he says, yeah, great, I got the kill, but they have ultis, so if we go, we'll just int. So you have to be willing to give that up, and I think it was so smart. Most Nikos, I think, panic pop blossom there and just die anyway. And Vulcan says, sure, you killed me, but you used everything. I'll just save mine for the fight.
And Lion have shown over and over throughout this lower bracket run, they are fine
More pressure
giving
onto
up
Saint
early
down here.
dragons. Maybe this bottom side, though, under attack.
Yeah, Pop Blossom
Stun
on
didn't
Saint
connect.
right there. Blabber's ready to follow it up, but
That's a
Saint
big deal. The
flashes
stun
away.
not connecting means that Blabber's ult doesn't
Themselves
connect. He's just
for
dead, and now there's a
as
TP
Blabber
here
is
from
trapped behind enemy lines.
Thanatos. Can they kill him too?
Dokla. Thanatos arrives, but he's already too late. The
Three-man
party's
shockwave
over.
just to save him.
Shockwave guarantees the rest of C9 get away, but an over-eager dive ends up more money in
All right.
Lion's pockets.
Well,
Many times,
Lion are
have
okay
given
with
up
that.
early
More than
dragons
okay.
in favor of gold here in the early stages, and while they do give up the dragon, they defend the play on bottom side. Teleports come out from both top laners, and they are there to defend Saints. Nice little pushback as well. It does cost the Azir the flash, though, so maybe that cooldown will get punished in the future.
Saint has been so good at getting away from a lot of these plays, though. That is 3 or 4 times this game where he's able to just
Yeah,
barely
I mean,
escape.
this is the
Byron
thing. It's
didn't
the
have his
timing.
flash,
Watch this,
so
right? It's
I
the
just don't
timing
think he could maybe get in range
on the
for
ult.
CC.
He still gets knocked
No,
up.
hit it
He
on
doesn't
early.
get
I think
stunned.
He was just trying to wait too long. He was trying to have no overlap at all.
That's the big
so
difference.
He held the ulti to try to wait the last second, misjudged it a bit, went a bit late. That allowed Saint to flash it. Whether or not it would have changed the fight, I don't think
I think it
would
would
have
have, maybe. They can
but
maybe one-shot him and turn
definitely
around.
Could have ulted a little bit earlier.
Or maybe they can take space around the TP. I'd have to watch it one more time to get confirmation, but
as a team, the biggest
it's a lot harder to kill him.
There being 4 inspired on that jungle. Zinjao does have his Sundered Sky completed, getting close to the second item completion now as well. And he and the rest of Lion have control over the top side river. Saint is there helping DPS.
Okay,
the Rift
free
Herald
Herald.
down, and Lion's going to secure the objective.
Ben, one of the things on display from this Lion squad is their discipline. Every time we get to listen in on the comms, it is Inspired talking for 90% of it, laying out the marching orders
Vulcan.
for the next 5-10
He did the thing on the cannon wave.
And they are
Buffered
so
though,
focused on
Berserker.
keeping their economy up in these early stages and building it towards mid-game team fights. So
And they're
we
just
are
shifting
almost
pressure
at that
down to where
stage,
Ambessa is
people
now.
are working on their second items at the moment.
Okay. I also like how you bring up Inspired's comms, how he's the shot caller, he's the leader.
Can they kill this guy with Mega? This feels a bit crazy, no?
One,
Even with the amount... Okay, no. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, if it gets played like that, then it's fine. Still dies to the second tick of Pop Blossom. Really well played by C9. Dokla had to flash something. He has to flash the first bit of CC, I think.
Instantly gets ulted by the Malphite, then ulted by the Ambessa.
It's hard to play. It's hard to play.
By C9, they get the tower, they get 2 kills.
He has to just constantly walk away from the Malphite, basically, so there's as much reaction time as possible.
How that play worked out.
Yep, and then the payment on the other side of the map. Rift Herald used up there. Saint pushing in, trying to get more money on the.
But there's still a little bit of gold traded. Saint is definitely recouping some here.
We should dive out. We should dive out.
Okay, I'm going this way.
I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm walking up.
I'm not coming, guys.
Yeah. I'm looking, guys. Yeah, I'm looking.
So look, when Dokla walks back in, he crunches, and he just doesn't flash the Malphite R. If he flashes the Malphite R, there's honestly a chance that this goes horrendously bad for C9. So I think Dokla actually played this dive not that well. I think the crunch ended up locking him in the animation that he thought he can't flash out of. I'm pretty sure you can flash out of the middle of Na'I. Just is what it is now, though. C9 get tower, Lyon get tower top. They just trade gold.
Seconds on the clock until the next Drake spawns. C9 have already secured the first 2. And now it'll be up to Lyon to try to stop them from acquiring Soul Point. But again, it's what you all mentioned earlier. It's really hard for Lyon to approach an objective that's in C9-controlled territory.
And you do not want to give Mountain Soul over to a Malphite. That is going to be a
it's
problem.
It's thematically appropriate.
It is. That is some rock on rock action. As we have Saint here with the Seekers now, so he has a response to this potential engage. He has been quick to be able to respond to these, and now has an extra tool to do it.
Does Malphite not already have a soul of a mountain? He is a literal mountain in the lore.
Maybe he's soulless.
Oh, look, Kobe, if you have a pile of rocks, you know what happens if you add another rock to it? You have a bigger pile of rocks.
Rock,
that is
like
just better.
2 souls.
All right, 2 souls, 2 mountains, 2 Malphites.
Hold.
And an Ambessa ulti over the wall going after
This
Dokla,
fella
trapped in Mininar form, trying
is
to get away. Thanatos is
gonna gnar out.
be more than enough, but not defensive Mega
And on the
Knight
bottom
from
side of the map,
Malphite.
Vulcan had to flash away, and all of the ults got used. But Isles is dead. AP had to flash out. He's still going to get followed by Inspired. AP will die, but is Inspired going to die? That's the question. The answer looks like a big fat no right now. And now it's a sweep in as well. Oh my god. Thanos is here, but he's late, and he has no R. Can him and Blabber cook? I think the answer is no. They have to just leave. Oh, Thanos might be dead. Oh god. Yeah, he's dead. It's a bit of a horror. Is he dead? Yeah. Oh! Dead. Aye.
But Berserker takes him out. Lyon, show their stuff.
What an incredible opening game to the finals. It is just punch after punch. One side of the map, won by Thanatos on the top side, but it's not enough. He then teleports in earlier, and the Lyon squad already won the bottom side fight. Look at Inspired. He's the one who flashes. Right. He's the one who starts it out and keeps the chase going. Speed up from
He's on Blabber.
Exactly.
Oh, Zonya's by Saint as well. I mean, they one-shot Isles, but without killing Saint, I mean, that's all of your engaged souls just gone. APA, he just needs to reconnect in a different path.
This was beautifully played by Inspired and Saint, and once those big cooldowns are used, Berserker's unleashed. They have nothing to threaten him, so he's just going forward.
Huge stuff here. They get the kills, they get the dragon afterwards. They chose their moment. And again, even though Thanatos, he chased Dokla off the top side, and he got to teleport in first. His team had already lost the fight. Berserker, Dokla going to finish this one. It's okay. They keep up the chase, and Berserker's able to get that money on top of it. Berserker, by the way, has just been exceptional.
Okay, well, the game state is pretty much even. I think the thing with the C9 comp, you've got Malphite, you've got Orianna, you've got Nico. Like, a game has never really gone away from you. It just gets harder depending on what tools the enemy team has.
And this is what people were hoping for with this matchup, with Lyon powering up through the lower bracket of this lock-in tournament, and now being able to challenge Cloud9 very effectively. Such a close game we have on our hands.
All right, also looking, though, at that Seeker's arm guard we mentioned earlier for Saint, was important during the previous fight, is now broken, needs to build that towards the completed Zonias to continue to have that effect.
Has the gold for it right now, so he's going to go back to base.
He'll go back and complete that one on the other
Lost
side.
repair
Blackfire
shot.
Torch plus Shadow Flame. Done for the Orianna, so APA will do plenty of damage. You saw in the replay of the last fight, Isles died instantly because that was the target of the shockwave of the combo there with the Malphite. But if you're sending everything in the kitchen sink at support Karma, there's probably not enough left for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, and that was the problem with the Seekers, because it was supposed to hit both of them, but because of Saint, it didn't, right? He immuned that. Now he has this
Ezreal Karma
ready
is
once
just
again,
performing really
and
well
he's
in a
gonna
lot of the
have
games
flash.
I'm watching
So
as well.
As long as he's reacting quickly, it's 2 more Malphite ults before you're going to hit a Malphite ult at the very least, right? Like, you've got to get the flash and you've got to get the stasis.
You got to look at the next big shockwave combo from Cloud9. APA here has a very damaging build with 2 items plus a Malphite delivering it with an Abyssal on that Malphite. It will amplify the damage. So if they get a good
Saint's going to get a little bit of a chunk up top here.
I mean, ideally you get a bunch of members, but you could even delete a primary target.
Cheeky 2 plates, 250 gold, and 240.
Here, mainly Berserker, because Saint still has his fixed Zonias, and Berserker has no flash. So if you can do that, it would be super, super worth. But again, these fights are coming down to execution with being able to hit these huge ults.
And I just love Abyssal here. I think it makes a ton of sense. Obviously, you need some MR against this Azir, but also you're amping Orianna, as you said, and the Nico, and your own damage. So it is going to be very, very effective. A lot of upfront burst here. Even the Malphite, with the Electrocute and the upfront just base damages, does a lot of damage at the start of the fight. Obviously, thereafter, you're not really doing anything, but the initial combo is so powerful.
And you mentioned earlier, Azale, like the gold is dead even after 20 minutes of gameplay. But the big advantage for Lyon is Berserker specifically. He's got his 3rd item fully completed.
Berserker just finished 3.
This Ezreal has to
And Sven just walked out of base of these components, so he's very, very, very far away from 3rd item.
North America, he has been very, very good. Let's see about this rotation, though, because Orianna, typically in this stage of the game, it is a little bit dangerous to go to these side lanes, and that is an advantage for Azir. So APA is playing it very cautiously. It means that you give up little timing windows, about 30 seconds, a little bit less now as they change how minion waves spawn with the new season, but you give a little bit of a first move to the Azir because of the mobility and the extra power in side lanes, considering you don't have super deep vision to watch junglers either. So Orianna is on top side, has to catch 1 more wave before returning to the big fight. Meanwhile, you see Saint on the minimap doing a little hover play.
All right, Dokla jumping in after Thanatos. He knows he has Saint coming up behind him. He's about to
Good
transform into the Megadar.
And now Vulcan's here. Do they want it?
The public execution to
They don't think they can. Okay.
CC allows Thanatos to continue walking away.
And that respect from Thanatos in the side lane, knowing that there could be a move
Labo
from
got
the Azir inspired, trying to move in as well. They are going to continue the pressure.
Okay, so whilst this is happening, there's just
towers, but they're going to get the tower on bot side
tower
first,
damage going over.
Early move once again.
And you talked about how good Berserker has been.
I mean,
and
man,
how he's,
just in
I think
general,
that is really important because when we look
this level of the game is so high,
how
actually.
C9's bot lane was looking. They were creating
Surprisingly.
monstrous leads every single game, it felt like, across playoffs. This is their 2 series here against Fly and then Sentinels. That was an 8,600 gold lead when the Nexus fell. He was always so far ahead. This is the first time it feels like we're seeing him down.
Nice shockwave from APA to pull Dokla back. Does
but he's got a mega.
put him in lethal range, but
I don't think they can kill him with a combo.
Hysteric's gauge pop, so if there is a big fight in the next 90 seconds,
He's gonna have to like
Dokla is
respect,
going to be
obviously.
significantly easier to kill. The entire time though, Inspired is taking out this Mountain Drake. That's going to tie the Drakes up at 2-2.
We're in for a long
This
game here, maybe.
Even closer to absolute parity.
Yeah, Dokla's job is weak side over here, and he's able to clear the wave. The turret plate actually doesn't even fall there, the second one, so just barely. He doesn't even give up an extra little tick of gold, and Inspired, as you say, even these early Mountain Drakes before we get to the Soul are quite nice for durability.
Right, let's see if we're going to get anybody trying to make any sneaky Baron plays happen. We are at almost 27 minutes on the clock. We are starting to see 3 fully completed item points come online for multiple different players on both teams. A big team fight could really be the thing that blows this game open, considering how close it's been the entire time.
Yeah, a big team fight or maybe a sneaky pick. We do have a Nico on the map. Everybody's got to keep track. This mid game is where it gets a little bit more difficult keeping track of this champion, especially with all these control wards here from Cloud9, from Vulcan. You have to be very careful. When there's low health towers, sometimes those can be used as bait, but Berserker, he's just going to annihilate the tower. Ezreal, very safe. He's got Isles next to him, so you have this. Wait a minute, Inspired's
Cold.
yeah,
Inspired chasing after Vulcan there only chunks him a little bit. Honestly, not a ton
we're fine.
of pressure, but it still allows Lyon to maintain control over this topside river as Vulcan can't get in to try to sweep away any wards.
Saying the best mid laner that Inspired's played with? No.
Because support Nico just chunk her early on, and Inspired had
I'd say like
trying to spot the enemy engage.
What do you call it? Like the version. Oh my god, why is this doing this?
I love when you can actually tech into that on a melee champion where it is quite effective.
What do you call it? The Larson that Inspired played with was like actually good.
You're thinking about Karma on the other side. You're thinking about Ezreal Barrier. A lot of these tools that can be reduced because Mantra Shield, that Mantra Inspire coming through from the Karma, can really make a big difference.
And even just as lethality items go, Serpents is
and he also had JoJo
too. So it's not even like, oh, I'm going so far out of my way to help the team cut down these
and he also had JoJo.
You tell them that you are.
So
that they have to gank for you.
Yeah, you get those extra points.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 minutes until our next dragon spawns. Blabber is
no, it's
just
not probably. That Larson does clear Saint. That Larson was good on the sticks, bro. Like, I know, especially like if you're a longer term viewer of me, like, I've given Larson recently a lot more shit. Or I gave Larson a lot of shit. I think people forget, despite the disrespect that we've been giving him lately, Larson once upon a time was a good player. Like, let's not disrespect the legacy. This guy was in the same category as Caps. That's how we was talking about him. Like, let's just, like, yeah? Let's just be real. Peak Larson was a fucking fantastic player. He was an incredible player.
They have so many wards over the Baron area for the side of Cloud9 that, you know, they've actually taken control and putting a little bit of information pressure on Lyon.
C9 with control over the topside river, and it's very, very dark in this fog of war for Lyon. So dangerous against a Malphite and an Orianna and a Nico. But Lyon have to make sure that C9 is not just taking away the Baron. Blabber going to push into enemy territory here as Inspired does secure his own blue before C9 moves over.
And as the pace of the game has really slowed down, I will say I do think Malphite in a slower game is often less effective because you're playing on a zero ping environment, and if they have flash every fight, you're expecting Berserker and Saint to be able to flash that. If they have any vision on the Malphite whatsoever, so that can be a difficulty. You then almost need CC coming out before, or you need to be, you know, from fog over a wall to get that kind of speed up on the Malphite ult.
Yeah, that's why I love
yeah, he was legit supposed to be the Froggen regen, man.
So many control wards because Malphite would benefit from coming out of a brush with short distance. Nico would benefit hugely as well with information advantage. So it's something that doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but can have a really big effect on who is actually winning the current game state. And Cloud9 have been able to push out a lot of these Lyon wards. That being said, you know, they're trying to kill Berserker, and it's an Ezreal with Flash, with Barrier, with Karma always next to him, so it's a very mobile person. You're probably going to have to see, like, even flashing for a shorter range Malphite ultimate, so it's quicker, or trying to do it from fog, as you say, over a wall, or with Nico one direction, Malphite the other direction. Again, though, the Abyssal on the Malphite means if he's got that Orianna ball on him as well, you're going to get a huge burst of damage, a huge combo.
Okay, Drake's in 30.
Left until the next Drake spawns. You can see C9 shifting their vision control from the top side river over to the
Still a couple of control wards top side, but I mean, C9 just have complete control of the position. There's one more wave they need to play on. TP coming in from Azir to reconnect. This is a bit of an odd TP. It's a really odd TP. They're actually hitting Nash. They're actually hitting Nash. Wow.
Off of Ambessa, off of Thanatos right now. They're trying to pressure Cloud9. Currently, Thanatos still pushing. He's going to get up to the tower now. Lyon.
Okay, Baron's already at half HP. Dokla's got the Gnar bar charged. He transforms into Mega.
I mean, the Nash is 5k. I mean, are they going to flip this? This would be so unlike Lyon. Oh! They're kind of hitting Inspired. Oh my god, the Gnar in the back was big. Blabber won the Nash. APA's got flashes. He's going to make it out and live. He is. Saint scoops Blabber back in. They're still kind of winning the front to back, though. Oh my god, is this allowed? How is this allowed? How is that allowed? Now APA's TPing back. Mind you, there's still the dragon as well. Wow. Nuts that C9 walk away. Nuts that C9 walk away of everything there. I just think bringing it down that low is just kind of nuts.
Only me and Azir play for Nash, guys. Everyone else plays for the team fight.
Okay.
No flash, guys. No flash, no E. I have stopwatch.
I got Baron.
I'm flashing. I'm looking.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking. Look
Look bad, look bad. Okay, zero, after Zion.
We're Zeno flash. Look,
I have
nice.
to base to B. Kai back, bring
Zeno
up.
flash, Thanatos.
I can base to B. I'm coming.
Sorry, we get Drake, guys. We get Drake.
I mean, that was
Wow.
a missed of margins there. Imagine they kill APA before he gets the Zonias off, right? He was down to about 5% HP, but he's able to Zonias, flash out.
Wow. And they got the Drake in the replay, so now they can just play for the siege.
Down to about 20% HP. Lion just could not finish.
Now they can play for the siege.
Well, Thanatos on the other side absolutely could.
Honestly, to me, this is what League of Legends is all about. These close games when you get to the late game objective and everyone is feeling the pressure. There's two sides of the fight. We're on Baron. We're turning. We're trying to win the team fight. We're trying to get the objective at the same time. That is just the ultimate stress, but also the ultimate reward when you do come up with the big win. And Cloud9 now, with Dragon's Soul Point, with the gold lead, with the Baron buff, it is their turn to push.
Exactly. It's what I was saying earlier. When the game is this close for this long, generally it's one big team fight that really warps things. 4,000 gold lead. The Mountain Drake Soul Point that they earned after the Baron was taken while we were in the replay. And now pressure in the bottom lane as C9 are looking to just battering ram their way into the
guys,
base.
this is weird.
Lion is nowhere nearby. They don't want
No one's someone just started resetting the inhibitors dying. I think they're fine to lose this top tier too. If they get to, I mean, if they get to rotate into either mid or like start hitting this tower, is this APA?
APA taking the focus here from Inspired as C9 groups up to protect their mid laner. Inspired still looking for a little bit more, but he does get
I mean,
slowed
ults are
down
there
by
if they
the
want them.
fight. Dokla's got the Narbar.
Dokla?
Lion used the
He's on APA. I mean, he's great Zonias from APA. I don't know what Dokla's thinking there. That's just way too deep. Oh, Thanatos snipe Berserker on the E. It's got to be dead. Dies to the Q from Nico. I mean, this should be it. What the hell?
Trying to defend, but C9 still has the Baron for a couple more seconds. They'll continue pushing forward. That first Nexus turret already about to die.
Surely they end. Or are they just going to be a bit slow? They don't want to overforce. They're out of Nash.
Yeah, man, Cloud9,
Can they hit this? They're gonna hit it.
Gonna get the last one and open up the mid lane turret.
Are they going to look for Inspired? Inspired's farming. Did Thanatos see that? Oh! Oh, Isles is dead. Okay, they can get mid inhib now. Because Inspired is farming as well off on the side.
Unstoppable force plus shockwave. Blink and you'll miss it. Isles is gone. And that's right when Berserker and Dokla are about to respawn. So you've still got this power vacuum that Lion can't meet because they're 4v5 for the next 30 seconds again.
And Thanatos, he's almost level 20 here. He has Guardian Angel completed. He is an assassin.
Goodness
on
me.
Ambessa, and he has 2 lives. And we'll take a look at how they kite. And this is a tale of like.
Watch the turn off of the Dokla. I mean, Dokla is just too far. Too far. But then look at the snipe from Thanatos. I think he predicted it. Was that a prediction? I'll need to see it in slow motion. I think he predicted it, you know.
Last week we were talking so much about Thanatos wanting his
He might have predicted that.
And the rest of the team always outshining him. I'll tell you fellas what, Thanatos is my player of the game so far in this one. His dominance in the side lane, his contribution in the team fights, his mechanical execution when he needs to click correctly, he has been on point in game number 1. This man wants to go to first stand.
Meanwhile, the rest of Cloud9 agree. And they're going to 4-1 split push Flowers. Top side here will be left at Thanatos, while the rest of the team continues.
Yep, C9 just sieging here. Surprised about this allocation, though. You would expect the 4 on the tower, like on the lane with towers, and you just have the other laner dealing with the other waves. Bot wave is slow pushing in. They'll kill the Azir tower.
And we can see the Azir turret does go up, though, so defense 4 line. There's still possibilities, you know, it's not quite over yet. There is a Dragon Soul that is 40 seconds away, but there's still hope. Lion trying still to find an opening, see if they can catch anyone, maybe with a lazy recall or splitting off from the squad. Now,
whoa, APA, insta-Zonias, he's gonna have flash. Saint. Okay, APA is dead, can they still play the front to back? Oh, Vulcan kind of got blocked by the Azira. They're still playing the front to back though. Sven's untouched, and Thanatos is kind of in the back line. Inspire's dead too. Yeah, they're just too far ahead. Even though that was a kind of semi-ideal fight, it's just too much. Too much gold in their back pockets, man. Thanos is just hitting the Nexus. They're just hitting the Nexus. They got it.
The Nexus is under pressure, and C9 takes game 1.
Oh my goodness.
All right. This series is gonna be a banger. I need to run ads. I'm gonna mute the stream because sometimes like if I'm gone for too long here and it goes into and it goes into the break, then the VOD will get demonetized and I have to do a bunch of weird shit on YouTube. So I'm gonna leave some music on for you guys, and I'll be I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, hi guys, I'm back. I've got food. I'm gonna try and munch this off very quickly. Trappy, thank you for subbing with a Prime Beast. Much love to you. Break through it all from the Sonic Frontiers original soundtrack. How much better do these teams look compared to G2? A lot better, honestly. Okay.
that they were not equipped to fight, so they were giving up the objectives that they needed to, then getting gold elsewhere, then coming back for the later ones. If you're just joining now and you missed the first game, definitely gonna want to catch that one as well. But
go catch it after though.
Yeah, we exactly. We'll get into champion select here for game number 2. Fearless, of course. And so there's been a lot of discussion, obviously, around APA's champion pool, and he got 3 bans, 3 mid lane bans in the previous game. And they did the Orianna Azir trade. So now I'm heavily looking at Taliyah. Like, he is amazing on Taliyah. And the Taliyah Rise thing, I would think that Lyon would want to, like, kind of force the trade now, not ban it, and just get it out for the rest of Fearless.
Nope. Dropped off the screen.
Having to deal with it later.
And it was kind of
see if there's an issue.
Backstage.
Coach is talking to a referee, so.
And APA was running in his thing. He's like, "Oh, nice question mark, bro. You had to throw 3 bans at me." You know, just kind of bantering back and forth with them. So it is really funny seeing him do it both in game and in real
the
life.
bathroom.
The yapping will continue until the draft improves. He's tired of having all his
You can't mute him in real life. That's the problem.
It spills out of the rift. It seems like we might be remaking the start of the draft. Somebody's computer might have crashed or something might have gone wrong there, but it looks like we're getting back in here pretty quickly. The one thing that you did see with just the quick glimpse of draft that we did get is Ziggs was the first ban once more from Lyon.
The little update was players entered the lobby in the wrong order, so they just had to quit out and remake so that they weren't wrong order for in-game. But yep, it is going to be the same couple bans that we already saw, and then we're just going to be continuing forward. Thankfully, it had just started, so not much time lost at all, but it is Taliyah banned out alongside that Ziggs.
I was hoping that they would do some fearless strategy and force the trade. And
they lost game 1, so now they are fearful.
Okay, the HUD's back.
Because if you lose it to the Taliyah,
fearless.
And you're only 1 game away from elimination. So I don't know how long the series will go.
Maybe if you won the first game, you're willing to do that. But
okay, so Taliyah on second.
Fair enough.
I think that they're trying to force
these are his 2 best champions. So
a Rise ban.
But then he still plays all this other support.
And they've also banned Aurora.
Like Galio, and then have Blabber play a carry jungle champion this time around.
So I think Rise is most likely to go here.
But Aurora in the hands of Thanatos has been extremely scary.
Could also, I mean, Lyon has not really been a Jarvan prio team. They did do it against Sentinels because it just made sense prep-wise to take it early.
I just want to once again congratulate him because he finally got one on his huge
so we'll see.
Game.
So I feel like with Lyon going first pick and banning Aurora,
Trundle.
they're
all right, so I expect Rise pick here.
Right? So C9, I think,
and there's also the Rumble.
Do they actually want to play Rumble, or do they want to ban something else? So since Rumble is up, I'm expecting that will be first picked. And then they decided to ban Trundle because you let the Rumble through, and then you can answer it with a Galio or a Thorn. Those are 2 good matchups. So I think that is the thought process that I'm seeing from the 2 sides as far as the pick and ban is going.
Yeah, 100%.
Very correct.
And it's exactly what we were talking about, but then you get Blabber on a carry jungler here.
But I think if you go Rise, you just kind of nullify this whole thing from happening.
And that has
They're still going to take it, though.
Butter for Cloud9. They have made really, really good inroads there.
Well, we know Thanos is a great Cassante player, obviously. Again, C9, very standard. They will never really answer with weird stuff. It's rare. The only time we've really seen it would be, when they did the Nidalee, and that was like week 1.
These types of champs, you just like, bot lane is just too OP, man. You just have to play for bot. You know, you can't play a carry, you can't play for yourself because you got to be helping bot lane the whole time.
Yeah,
so I expect Cassante
convergence and protoplasm harness and
plus
X. About the extra tanks, but if you get a tank in the top lane with a Cassante,
could be Jarvan takeaway.
For his carry efforts.
Do you want to blind Jarvan into Inspired?
Well, it's not like Galio or anything.
Maybe it's mid blind
anyway, and
from APA.
Magic damage shield anyway. And most people run double
Yunara, okay.
Mid lane
sure.
AP as well, so you can.
So Lulu Prio obviously rises. 2 options here: full bot lane slam, full bot lane slam, or you could actually take a Lulu lane yourself. Like you could go a Felios Lulu here if you want.
Very common.
And then look for your setup in mid jungle on 4-5. You could still stay with taking your whole top side if you want. Oh, Ashe Seraphine? No, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna take the Lulu away.
I do want to remind everyone, or maybe educate you for the first time if you missed the series last time, that 8,000 gold lead that you talked about, Azael.
I think steal it away.
Individual gold advantage at the end of their series against Sentinel.
I think it just makes a lot of sense.
On Yunara. That is the champ that he performed at that level with.
I wonder if they try to steal the Lulu, because when you go with Felios here, you can steal the Lulu pairing from the Yunara, which I actually would really, really like. And that would maybe knock down the support pairing tier.
And they basically want the what Vulcan would go alongside.
but
Yunara prefers having an enchanter.
So I actually think this is really smart drafting from Lyon. I really like this.
You could just go Naut.
Is the super common answer into the
You could just go Nautilus. You could also go Jarvan. It's 3 mobile champs. Now, it's not bad. Now, J4 here into 2 jungle bans wouldn't be that bad. Let's see what they want. Okay, that's also fine. I think Jarvan is a little bit better. Let's see. I mean, the thing is, they get to pick here. And at the end of the day, there's still going to be loads of engaged champions on jungle.
We look for kills, and I'm expecting Blabber on a jungler that can also go to that bottom lane.
So let's see what they take away. This will likely be towards Inspired. That said, the Rise is still on the table, you know. I wonder if they end up giving Blabber 5. I wonder if they give Blabber 5th pick. Because you don't mind playing into Jarvan. I reckon maybe they actually end up giving Blabber 5th pick. Yone.
Change much here now that Nautilus is down there in the bot lane prowling around with the dredge line.
And I like that Cloud9 are respecting the Yone comp I was talking about, because if you've got support on a Lulu, you need more CC and more engage from other areas. And so you
Vi, yeah. I think the other ban has to be Jarvan from Lyon.
The rest of this Lyon comp, because if you got a Rumble ultimate,
I think they should just. I think Rise maybe should just get banned by C9 here, and they just take Jarvan on 4 if it doesn't get banned. And even if it does get banned, then they can go something like AP Maokai, regardless.
Wukong or Jarvan probably is the next ban. To me, it is some of those jungles that you're talking about that can actually set up for the Rumble.
Oh, they're banning Wukong.
Have some sort of setup, and it is going to be Choungle. That's a Zahungle liker right there, you know?
This guy has been watching too many Azael casts.
Now I'm starting to wonder where C9 are going to go.
That's fair. You are a literal world champ.
There you go.
Just not at the spelling bee.
If Jarvan gets banned, I expect Rise so they can impact bot lane. And if Rise gets banned, yeah, I think they should actually, honestly, I think they should just blind Rise. Unless they're afraid of running into Cassio, that could be a bit problematic. That could be a bit problematic.
Yeah, you guys spell color with a U.
Or Anivia. Actually, Anivia's really good into what they're showing as well. Maybe they can't blind Rise, actually. I think Maokai might just Maokai then. Just Maokai and see what Saint goes, and then just take a good mid matchup. They're gonna still go Nocturne. Okay.
Also removed thanks to Fearless, and we're gonna get Nocturne locked in for Blabber.
Guys, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of pressure put towards diving this Aphelios. You know, Nocturne, Nautilus point and click, Asante getting in here. If they actually locked a Mundo, it would be scaling, but it wouldn't be hard CC for keeping people on your Rumble ultimate. So, I don't know. You'd have to worry about the early game a little bit if you did that. That's much better as far as getting some engage, getting some CC.
I think that's probably what APA is going to go here.
I feel like if you blind any mid, yeah, the range is too short. You just play against Victor or champions like this, and you get...
They banned it in game 1. I think if they're going Nocturne, the likelihood is now...
We know you want to pick Annie. I think
yeah.
That's maybe what it was, because remember in game 1, Lyon banned the Annie.
They're likely to go Annie. I wonder if Saint will go Syndra.
And APA does have last pick.
Actually,
so may be saying, hey,
thoughts?
I know what you want to do, bro. But it is
it's Syndra or Cassio.
It's
Syndra or Cassio always.
But Lyon so far, no lockdown whatsoever, and I do feel like just historically this team
they're going to take Annie. No, they're going Ari.
A lot more when they don't.
Well, they're even kind of saying like Annie is even a good matchup into Ari, so I think they're just going to take it happily. All right. All right. All right. Let's see how this one plays out. It's a lot of like it's dive and angles and trying to just execute the backline here for C9. And with Lyon, it's a lot more about skirmishing with a random Aphelios Lulu. I feel like this is a much better draft for C9. I feel like this is a much better draft for C9.
I would favor the Cloud9 side.
Yeah, I feel like the C9 draft, it's easier to pilot. Oh god, I'm not sure about this from Lyon. I feel like this is really weird. I didn't mind their first 3, but their closing here is just not. I don't think it's favorable. I don't think it's favorable at all.
I agree, he knows, but I think it is a really tough matchup, and I like Cloud9's draft way more. Like, way more. I feel like you can engage on anyone on the other side and one-shot them. There is no one who can absorb engages. You have Annie, you have Nautilus, you have Nocturne. You fly in and just literally throw your CC and your spells at whoever is there in the front line, and I feel like they should die.
1 sec, I'll be right back.
And so I am really concerned for Lyon, who has a comp that A, has no lockdown, B, no setup for the charm or for the equalizer, and C, has no options on how to start fights.
I think we are aligned.
Yep, it's a little scary for Lyon. They're going to have to get off to an early lead when you don't have lockdown, when you don't have a true front line. You look at the front line of what Lyon has drafted. You've got Rumble, who will have some health. You've got whoever Lulu presses R on, and then Aatrox can drain tank, but if he's just locked up and bursted down before he can effectively do that, he's not going to last much longer either. So Lyon has got to be clean in the early game. They've got to build these early leads. They've got to give themselves something to play around, because C9's comp seems like it's got plenty of tools for solving problems.
And both mid lane and bot lane need that jungle attention. I think these are both good targets to put early jungle ganks in. You can heavily sway this matchup with just a little bit of jungle pressure, getting the HP advantage, getting the summer spell advantage, and obviously the bottom side here with the Nautilus are going to be looking for the engage opportunities onto the lane. Otherwise, you just take a lot of damage and poke.
And of course, the math on everything changes completely, based on the early game, so we'll have to see how they do. And we have Kanga standing by with Blabber's mom.
Oh, hello, Blabber's mother.
Thank you very much. I have Blabber's mom, Lily. Thank you for joining us here for a little interview. You just flew in from Maryland, correct?
Yes.
How's the trip been?
Nice.
It's awesome to have you here supporting Blabber. And we were talking a little bit before we went live, and you mentioned a story about Blabber's name and how he got his name. Can you tell everybody at home how Blabber got his name?
Oh, yeah. The first name is Blabberfish 2. Actually, that's his big brother's name. His big brother played first, then transferred the name. He took the card.
So he stole it from his brother. Is his brother here today?
Yes, yes. Billy is here. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Does his brother still play League of Legends? Is he upset that Blabber stole his name?
No. He played at the college start. So he only played like 1 year. Then Blabber start to play. He kind of helped him, but he just become a fan.
Now he's a fan. First the teacher, now the fan.
He said it's hard to play.
Whoa.
All right, well, thank you so much, Lily, for coming to chat with us. It looks like there's action in the game, so we're going to throw it back to the casters.
I like how she's kind of like a little bit of subtle shade to Blabber. He tried to teach him, but it's a hard game.
It is a hard game, man.
It is a hard game, yes.
A lot happens in League of Legends, but it does make the two make a lot more sense now. He truly is the second of the Blabberfish. As APA, you saw during the interview, nearly found himself a solo kill on the same guy down below 100 HP. And yeah, chat appreciating the interview here too.
We interviewed 2 Cloud9 moms.
How many Lion moms we got here?
Yeah.
It could be a mom gap. We're gonna have to search
Could be a
around,
mom
find out
gap.
if there's any Lion moms.
We can't say that. We can't say it's a mom. Guys, we can't say mom gap.
Throughout the day. That's another reason to hope that we get a full best-of-5 series. We'll get more interviews with more player families as Saint now back into the mid lane here. Ooh. Nice hit on the charm with the electric
bone plating.
APA's bone plating not gonna give
Oh, damn! Just dry. Really well played from Saint though.
APA out solo style.
He says, I know you're going to pick anybody. It's important that he actually flashes and gets the kill though, because he had just used teleport on his reset, so he kind of had to leverage his buy, and APA there had no recall, he had no buy, and he wanted to get that wave in, but the little dodge back there, Saint expects it, and even though he gets the stun out,
I think it's just greedy from APA though, because to be honest with you, he should have just walked up and W stunned him anyway.
Really greedy from APA though.
Yeah.
Nice Saint.
Oh wow. GG.
That's a GG.
I mean, you can see the look on APA's face. He was dominating the 1v1, right? He was already up 10 CS. He pushed Saint back early. And if you don't kill him there and you've committed your TP and you're low on health, APA is in a monstrous spot. He's going to crush that matchup. So big mistake from APA.
Yeah, but now it's C9 doing a 2-man invade, going after Inspired, but Saint is ready to respond.
Oh, the spell shield. Oh god. It's a horror.
And C9 are blundering the early game.
Oh man.
Lion happy to punish.
Mid jungle diff here in game number 2.
So I think Blabber had a lot of options for the spell shield. He either could. Inspired's just gonna walk across and take it. Wow.
The flash from
So,
Inspired to hit the Q
Inspired
afterwards,
could spell shield the Q
had them in a little bit of a pincer
from
there.
Inspired, the Q3, but he had the chains on him, and he didn't spell shield the chains either. Oh, is he going to get the...
Camp as well.
Surely not.
See if he actually finishes, because he doesn't know that the Nocturne reset to that top side of the map, but because he's got his bot lane pushing also, he's like, it's fine. Even if you tried to come,
wow.
pressure here.
Oh,
So
Inspired
he
is
gets
Thanos
both
now.
of these camps, steals them away.
God.
That is truly going to be a significant cost specifically for Blabber.
Did we end up getting a replay of that 2v2?
Gap now in the gold already. It's 5 minutes in. It's a 1.5k gold lead here for Lyon. Big mistake from APA. Then they get outplayed in the 2v2. And that
I'd love to get a replay of it.
Losing your whole
I think it might be a bit too late now.
that is brutal. So C9 now.
Yeah, see now, like Blabber's a little bit dizzy because he can't walk top.
Right now.
He can't go bot.
You have
He knows his chickens are gone, and he doesn't even know that his raptors are gone yet.
Nowhere for him to go.
His Krug, sorry, he just has nothing to do.
Those give you some money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Found it.
A little bit of extra ward allowance, okay.
Look at that vision score, too.
And Inspired is walking on...
Okay.
He's on Crab, and he has upgraded Smite. Blab, it's so painful.
Just only caught Inspired's vision score.
Yeah, Inspired
should have recorded it. I know, I need to start you recording my the games.
Personality around, but
whenever something's about to happen, I need to start recording the play. I need to get into the habit. Like, I literally have the Telestrator tool for this, and I've not used it all split. It's really bad of me.
Is that they have been able to get a lot of push elsewhere on the map, so it allows some freedom here. The early game
God, are they walking into invade the blue as well?
They're looking for a potential invade here, maybe. Blabber still only level 5 on the Nocturne.
Oh my
the
God.
First Electro Harpoon and does manage to walk
away
from
man.
It's blue. They're going to steal that side too on the respawn. That's why they all invaded there. They knew it would be going top to bot, so they stole away the bot camps. Then Dokla is just proxying, so he walks in, he spots him. He's still level 5. Inspired steals this away as well. Blabber is still quite far from level 6. Inspired is taking everything off
Inspired is going to be like a quarter of the way to 8 off the top camps here.
Draft, I said Lions got to make sure they get these early leads to make up for the lack of lockdown in front line. I feel like this is exactly the type of early lead that they want to see. 1,500 gold.
Rough early start, but Lyon are playing this really well. You get a game like this for Lyon, where they get to just play a very cerebral game. It's all about the jungle pathing. Off of that, like the punish from Inspired has been incredible.
Very aggressively. You know, Lulu assumed Lulu is going to get like a Mikhail's as well, so you can peel
from the peanut gallery. Blabber and APA just got touched.
Yep. To dive in, you have so many other threats that are going to be rich. Inspired assumed.
Yeah, look at that. Inspired is a quarter of the way to level 8, and Blabber just hit level 6, 7.5 minutes into the game, and his camps are all out of sync.
And so are going to have a lot of threats here.
Man.
They are. And Saint has been so good in playoffs. He was the target of a lot of criticism during the Swiss stage. He had been throwing games. He'd been making
and now they're invading the red buff. Oh my God.
And
just
now
FF.
He's been really stepping up. And even with this counter pick, he gets the early solo. Lyon invading again. Blabber can't play the game.
Yeah. I mean, they just have complete jungle mid dominance. Saint here playing with Inspired. It's really
just
nice
getting
to
further
see
ahead.
Because another big question with this Lyon roster when they formed, and they were undoubtedly signing huge names with getting the former MVP Inspired on the squad. But we were wondering, you know, how are they
all off of that 2v2 at the chicken camp, man.
Is the synergy really
and the solo kill as well obviously wasn't good from APA.
Has been for these two in the you know, exceptional lower bracket run for playoffs for Saint and Inspired.
Well, if it didn't already seem good enough that Lyon got the solo kill and then got the 2v2 outplay and then got the enemy blue buff and now they're getting the enemy red buff. They're also now getting an early Ocean Drake too. This is just total early game dominance from Lyon. Saint going in looking for another solo kill as APA missed the stun. Saint thought maybe he had the chance to finish him off, but still 100 HP
good
left
pressure
from
Saint. Knows
the
the APA as well didn't have flash, so if you can find that, it's really nice.
All these charms, I mean, Saint nailing a lot of these charms on APA as he's pushing the wave and then kills these last minions, and then you're tanking a little bit of extra minion damage in addition to the RE damage. Regardless, Blabber is going to go over and grab those void grubs. You know, for
Blabber really needs a play.
An ocean
dragon
early is always nice for the laners, but Thanatos goes for all out.
Yeah, Thanatos
You should
looking
drop,
to try to get something
drop
back
grubs,
for
no?
C9 here in this doomed early game. But no, it's going to be Dokla.
Yeah, I think Blabber had to drop Krugs earlier. See, he was trying to finish Grubs. He was trying to finish Grubs. See how Grubs was like 1 HP? He wanted 3 Grubs really bad.
Big Dokes with the
oh,
in
man.
the 1v2 there. Seemed like maybe there was a bit of miscommunication. Blabber wanted to finish the Grubs.
Yeah, Ezel
wanted to go for the play. Blabber tried to finish the Grubs first, then even had to pull off him, so he couldn't even get that final Grub. It reset. And now
Inspired gets to catch top wave. This is actually the worst of all worlds.
It's all about this right here. Blabber's saying, okay, I'm going to finish Grubs, then we'll go for the play. But Thanatos is already going. Look at Blabber desperately trying to finish this off, realizing it's too late. I got to go now. So has to leave the Grub. But at that point, Thanatos was so low, he just takes the kill.
We were just highlighting the mid and jungle synergy and the timings for Saint and Inspired. And
man, Blabber's having a weird day this game as well.
For Blabber and Thanatos, so does kind of hurt to leave behind that other Grub. You know, only getting 2, not getting to the nice bonus. It hurts more to actually have a counter kill for Dokla going over.
I think the thing that hurts most, and what I'm really scratching my head about, is the C9 comms just seem completely scrambled this game. The 2v2 invade early on for the chicken camp that went awry. This play that just...
I mean, I feel like the comms on the chicken invade itself is actually pretty good.
They're not on the same page. I don't even think they're on the same chapter in game number 2. They have
the chicken invade itself is actually good. They just played it poorly.
Yep, it's been tough, and I just love how Lyon are pushing this forward, because this is the kind of play you need to go for. When you don't have hard engage, when you don't have the traditional kind of comps,
1 sec, I'll be right back.
Start fights, you have to get in your opponent's face, make them walk into you. APA is looking topside though. They want to try to go for a dive here. Equalizer almost up, but there is no flash.
All right, APA does have Tibbers ready to summon. C9 just about have the wave ready to crash into the turret. Meanwhile, Inspired going for the play in the bottom lane here at the same time. C9 going to start their dive up there with the top side with Tibbers summoned up, and the burst goes down. Thanatos gets the kill as Vulcan drops here in the bottom lane right after. Inspired taking the kill as Sven's in a 1v3. He wants to try to get something back, but the Aatrox has the wild growth, a world ender, and another kill. It's Lyon 5v2 in the game. They come out on top in the play. Saints back in mid to answer the wave push at the same time. And the
okay, so they dove Dokla, obviously, and then bot side the play. Sven and Vulcan both died. Oh man, okay. Saints even defending the camps. Sorry, I had to step off there for a sec.
The Lyon side, Dokla now getting into chat as well, typing some of them. I believe that was probably for the gank, where he got the counter kill. But again, this one too, you know, when your bottom lane gets 2 kills, diving the bottom lane, and getting more money into AD carry, into Aphelios, into Berserker.
Yeah, Thanatos really has to 1v9 here.
But
the top side of the map is what had to go really well, and the mid jungle just got completely completely stomped. Just the heads like straight up kicked in.
And quite frankly, it could have been a lot worse, because Dokla died as the equalizer came up. If that play was a second or 2 slower, then he would have just ulted the wave and nothing would have happened on top side. He would have lost everything on bottom side and gotten
the 1 grab pip.
Berserker again out to a nice advantage over Sven. Kind of expected in this sort of a 2v2 when you are playing against these enchanters, and then obviously the dive slammed that advantage home.
And we've been talking about the jungle gap so far this game. Inspired off to this 2-0-1 start on the Aatrox, has his Sundered Sky completed. This is the item that always causes question marks to be typed in Twitch chat when he's in World Ender, has Deathbringer stance and Sundered Sky proc all at the same time, and regenerates 2/3 of his health with 1 stab. So the drain tanking power of this champion is truly online, as Lyon are invading the C9 jungle yet again.
Let's see if the recall goes off before the play. Okay, Blabber cancels the recall, so he's still hovering down here.
Did you see that Q activation there from Berserker with the red gun? Gave him just enough speed to get out of range of that hook there. So didn't have to use Ghost, didn't have to use Flash, just uses the Q activation, gets back out of range of the hook, and it means Blabber loses his buff again and can't really do much of anything.
Blabber hanging around the mid lane now, does have Paranoia ready to cast. He has the experimental Hex Plate too, but he is not level 11, and he's not even close. Barely level 10 here on the Nocturne, so still going to be a while before he can get the ultimate upgrade, as C9
yeah, we've not really seen
the problem is they've known exactly where Blabber is the whole time. They're always
a
walking
good
in the jungle, so
Paranoia use.
If Nocturne's not top side, he's bot side.
You know Saint's slow.
He's top side.
Okay,
APA knew he was on the ward. They're just trying to finish this. And then they want to leave. Alright, fair enough. Clean from C9. Just secure the Drake and get out. They don't really drop anything anywhere.
ultimates.
Good stuff,
to do
really.
that
Good
and
stuff.
Grab that dragon play. So they're stealing away one of these dragons, so Lyon can't keep stacking them. But now they're kind of combat weak for the next minute and a half or so with no Nocturne or Annie ultimate. So you would kind of expect Lyon to have an Inspired and Saint look for a play at the moment. Let's get a little replay of the top side.
What are we watching here? Oh,
the teleport
Oh,
interrupt.
that was an accident.
Oh,
There's no way that was not an accident. You're not TPing in the face of K'Sante that you're just trading with. So that has to be a misclick there from Dokla, because the Pathmaker interrupts it, the Q3 interrupts it, the All-Out interrupts it. There's just no world in which you press that intentionally.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a whoopsie there from Big Dokes. His Rumble now the one part of the Lion squad that is not ahead of his counterpart. So Thanatos trying to do some heavy lifting, keep Cloud9 in this game. Gold lead still at about the 2,000 that it was earlier. And remember, this gold lead has been around this neighborhood since about minute 5 into the game. So if you're C9, you're happy that it hasn't gotten worse. But if you're Lion, you're happy that you still have control over the game like you do. The
okay, secured.
It will be secured by Blabber and C9 as Inspired wanted to move up and try to steal it away.
Blabber had to flash, actually. APA, is he going to get charmed? He has flash. Oh my god.
Berserker's got the Calibrum. Keep your eyes on the
Looks scary
range,
for a sec.
He misses the Moonlight Vigil, so C9 gets themselves
I mean, C9 is squeaking out of all of these objectives despite being behind in gold.
Cloud9. Really good timing window, because we were just talking about, oh yeah, they don't quite have Nocturne ultimate and Annie ult. Well, they got the objective, and just now Nocturne ult comes back up, Annie ult is back up, so even during that window, they still got the objective, still get the Rift Herald, and now they've got their ults ready to roll.
And Lion showing up there, I think Cloud9 getting away is great evidence of what we were
Hey,
talking
Sven.
about with the draft weakness of not having the lockdown, not being able to secure kills.
Sven, sir, we are very low.
Drafts, a lot of compositions, you're going to get at least
Are we not
something
homeless on
back
this
there,
wave?
But since they don't have it, C9 can get themselves
Thanos
out.
has
But
dropped.
now Lions on the attack again. They want to try to at least get some turret plates, find something, continue their pressure on C9.
And those turret plates are...
Oh,
wait.
all right.
Paranoia over in the mid lane. Berserker protected by the Lulu. Flashes away even after receiving the wild growth. Thanatos Pathmaker is going to get him away from the infernal chains, and nothing more happens from the play.
Sure.
Engage there
They
from
got
Cloud9,
Berserkers,
though. They got Flash,
Summoners.
Ghost, and ult off Lulu, plus the heal off Lulu. So a lot of
3
tools
summoner
there
spells.
used, but
And most of them will be
survives.
down.
They knock down the tower. They keep that
Most of them
gold
will be
lead
down by
right
the next
around
Drake.
that
Honestly,
2.2K
really not bad at all. That might make the next Dragon playable.
Infinity Edge Fund.
And I know, like, obviously, Blabber has spent a lot of time in this game, like, pretty homeless. In terms of the grand scheme of things right now, I mean, the lead will materialize at second Drake, because Inspired will be 2 items, or should be 2 items. And Blabber, he shouldn't be. He's also got, he doesn't have, he doesn't have free boots. So Inspired should be actually basing right now for either a Shojin or a Sterax. I think both are fine. He's going for a Sterax.
Obviously, Lulu on top helps, and having summoner spells will help on top of that. But big item power spike in the future.
I think C9 should just drop next Drake.
As well, just finished 1500 bolts, so that is a big
Maybe
spike
window
as
shop
well.
it.
Works so well on Yunara. You pop the
Just make
aura,
Lion
you
think
fast forward,
twice,
you get these
and then
big
play for
autos,
maybe
so
top tier 2.
As soon as the team fight
They've actually still got
Hammer
Herald as well.
instantly just gets
I don't know for how
those
much
tricks, and it
longer.
makes him so scary.
They kind of
Like
did it
I
on
say,
spawn,
one
so
more
I guess it'll be
reminder,
right
this
on
is the
time.
champ that he had the
If I'm
8,000
C9, I'm
building
thinking
on
about
Sentinels. This is the one that
making a
C9
topside play. But
really
look at
wants
Lion.
to play
They're
around
just
him
using
on
their time
when he's
here.
piloting it.
Yeah, it really
They're
is
trying
just
to make
so
this topside as
perfect for
uncomfortable as
Yunara
possible.
because ultimate ability haste is
I think this is
doubly
actually a
good
really
on
good
her,
read from Lion
because
to
then
do
you get
this.
use your ultimate enhanced abilities.
Transcend oneself.
This is good.
Jumping around, firing off the Kamehameha big blast waves. We'll see.
That one does look way cooler than throwing that little bead thing. Like you get a little
The
bead
upgrade,
thing,
it's
or you
a good
get a
upgrade.
laser.
Yeah, it's a pretty good upgrade. We'll see though. Mid lane, AD carry ego battle with a Lulu on one side. Okay, all right. Eating burgers. Honestly, that's pretty good for Sven's side. You know, able to push him off afterwards. Nobody overcommitting though, and we're just gonna have side lane pressure.
They saw the
Inspired
gates.
Here. They know he's there.
Surprise,
Just
Blabber is
hesitate
bot
to clear out
side.
the ward.
Obviously, he has to, like, camps the
While
farm.
gold lead is good for Lion. It was 1.5k, 1.6k at 5 minutes into the game, right? And that means so much more than it does now. And the problem is for Lion, even though
I think
they did
Herald
an
is about to
excellent
expire. I
job
think
of pushing
Blabber
that
might have
lead
to drop
forward,
it in
constantly
base.
invading on
No, look, he's
Blabber,
running to mid.
Now the game is stabilized, and if Cloud9 just
He's running to
continues
mid.
from here, they still have some of those
They're going to try and drop it on
advantages,
mid wave
but
and then
they
just
get to be the ones
farm
to
gold
choose
instead.
when and where you fight.
I think they should have
took away
just
an early
full
dragon,
cross
so
map
it's
this,
not a big
TBH.
worry about a soul stack, so they are going to choose when to fight.
Look at this overcommitment here.
Are they?
Cloud9 are sending everywhere. That's 5 people.
Are they actually they're contesting?
And they're saying, hey, we're going to either force Saints.
I guess, are they just saying, I wonder if this is a bluff. Like, they just feel like Lyon are so happy to take gold. They're so happy to take gold that they'll actually just do it like this. And now, but the problem that I don't like about this is C9 can just walk into bot side, drop Herald on that tower, kill it. And this is, I mean, the goal to be a bit more spread out, but I think it's probably a more positive play. Where is Blabber going? When did they do the Herald? I feel like Blabber's had this Herald for fucking years now.
Throw down the 5 people towards this dragon. You get it. We're going to take the tower instead.
Yep, and they are going to be able to get that tower. Just now, APA's TP came back up. Had that been up a little bit earlier, maybe Thanatos TP's in, then you can get the dragon, then TP up to defend, but they did not have that. So it is the single TP advantage now for Lyon, as they have it available on both Dokla and Saint.
They know there's a ward there. He's just looking at each other, giving each other some emotes.
Yeah, just a couple thumbs
dropping
up,
a mid.
Burger here and there. Inspired does have his Sterix gauge fully completed. Again, this is another massive item for this Aatrox, who kind of stands alone on the front line for Lyon. It gives you way better chances of being able to drain tank through some of the burst and the lockdown. As there's your equalizers. Sven already down to half HP. C9 trying to get away. World Ender coming out from Inspired. First Q hits the sweet spot.
Yeah, Sven just griefed really hard. Sven just griefed really hard. They could Nash, you know. Oh no, Aphelios is about to run out of white.
Sven, pretty big mistake, honestly. He ate 2 of the knockups in a row from Inspired as he was trying to get an auto down on the mid lane turret. That chunked him low, and that prompted the engage, because now he's losing 40% of his health. Equalizer gets dropped on his head, even through the lock.
Really bad from Zen. I mean, Lyon is happy to lap that up.
He hits him with another knockup. So Sven did not participate in that fight.
Like, why wouldn't they?
He takes that damage. Thanatos pays the price for Sven's sins.
I have to say, this is looking like a good jungle Aatrox. You know, there have been a lot of top lane champions that have got jungle adjustments to be able to be flexed into jungle. Aatrox originally had a mega power clear. It's still really good on the champion, but that doesn't necessarily mean your jungler is going to be able to hit sweet spot Qs and perform well in team fights and be able to navigate like a normal Aatrox.
It is looking like a series.
Inspired, he plays all other lanes. He practices a lot of other champions and has been quite good navigating this Aatrox. And now it's a 2-item Aatrox. You're talking about the Sundered Sky durability that adds with a Sterix on top. He's a true juggernaut.
All right, APA. Can you get away from this one, because Saint is ready? All he's got to do is land the
APA missed the stun.
It doesn't do the job. Saint continues his dive forward. Yeah. Enough damage to finish it off. The summon
That's not good.
And Lyon solo laners find their target.
I was thinking maybe APA could walk it out.
He was expecting that he would try to like flash over it, or if it was an anticipation thing, or what was going on there, but it looked like he just whiffed, and he did not go with the Incinerate, with that Q to guarantee the point-and-click stun. He went with the Tibbers right off the rip and just kind of dropped it early. Maybe tried to use it as a bodyguard for charm or something like that.
Yeah, C9 are in a big hole.
But either way, he does get
like, they're down 4k gold, but really the game state,
wasn't building the gold lead any further from their early one. Now they're up 4,000.
It's quite bad. And Annie, I don't know how much damage Annie really does right now.
But they just go right past it. You know, he throws the Q through it, and you can see him zigzagging the Tibbers back and forth here. But because Rumble has such a long range with ultimate, you can add that extra damage. Dokla throws down that on top of him. And APA, this is like the 3rd time he's jumped out of his seat, basically. After every time he gets killed here, you can tell the pressure is on.
I mean, I understand the thought process of using that to block it, but if you're going to flash anyway, you can just wait until he comes in range, Q stun him, guaranteed, then drop the Tibbers, and then if he goes for a charm flash, you still have your flash, right? So definitely misplayed there, definitely misplayed in the solo kill in level 1, and C9 set up this draft for the Annie. Lyon knew it, as you talked about a bunch, Kobe, that kept flashing the Annie, clearly expecting the pick, as it wasn't banned in game 2, and they're just dealing with it.
This is a lesson. You know, it's all fun and games when you're chatting in game, but you talked about APA was doing IRL trash talk to Saint before this game. It's coming back to bite him. Saint's revenge here. Ticks over to level 15 on the Ahri. It's almost a full level lead. And they've got the vision.
Well, Lyon are very unlikely to drop this Drake. Though when you look at the items, guys, look at the items. It's a 4K gold deficit. Ari's basing. Maybe Ari has Zonya's. If she gets a whole extra rod here. No, it's just 2 control wards. I'm not going to lie. The game state is actually pretty even in terms of just champ power. There's a big difference in the jungle. Oh, they're making a play on Dokla. Dokla's dead.
They're definitely looking for. You got Blabber up here as well. Equalizer already dropped. APA backing away. Dokla just trying to buy as much time as he can. C9 does not want to overcommit resources here.
Okay, APA has TP in a sec.
Spend the all-out or the Tibbers, and they get their kill.
Ooh.
Now, APA is recalling. He does
oh.
So they can try and force on
Okay. And Rumble died using ult too.
And Saint has no teleport. Saint has to still
oh, I like this. I like this.
Try to contest. The Tibbers still waiting over the wall.
This is a good force. Berserker has really good guns though. It's a bit scary. Inspired, can they one-shot him? He flashed, but the hook ended up hitting Lulu. Vulcan's dead. Is it good? Aphelios has been dead now. But Blabber and Inspired is still alive, but he's gone. Sven didn't get killed. It's kind of crazy. Oh! The red buff! The red buff! He's got red buff! He's gonna die to it! Oh my god, now Rumble's back with TP. Hold. Oh, the charm missed! Okay. Alright, well... The Baron's thwarted, but... I think the big issue for C9 here is that it's not a big enough win. I don't think it's a big enough win. They needed it to be a bit bigger considering the state. Like, this was actually a position where they should realistically wipe them almost. So look, the hook, because Inspired flashed, it hits Lulu, but then in the back of it all, Aphelios just can't do anything. He ghosts and then he flashes nothing. So he dies with flash up.
I thought might have allowed him to win out on that duel, but the flashback to the second part of the Orb Deception hits him, and the red buff burn takes him down. Saint is just playing these
really good from Saint. He's having a great Ari game.
Now in this second game that Saint has repositioned his orb with a flash to guarantee.
Oh, is it just Baron 2 Electric Boogaloo or?
Autos are important too, and
no.
That last auto, just enough damage too to make sure that he's low enough. Like, he's not missing any of these opportunities to weave in damage. Berserker though, he was the focus. You know, Cloud9 deleted him.
Dragon did not get taken. Yeah, C9 just want them to fight. They actually just want them to fist fight. Like, they know the items, like the gold is the way it is, but the items are even. This is the thing. APA, he's on the side. Does have flash soon.
They're pulling him into these fights.
He's gonna have flash soon.
Waiting in the banana brush, seeing if there's an opportunity to land
Saint
and start a fight. Saint flying through the hex gate.
They're going in. APA. He's on Aphelios. Mikhails, is it enough? He sent the ult the wrong way. Aphelios is dead, but so is Sven. It's gonna turn into a 3v3, and I think it's one that Lyon are winning. Oh, Saint is just running them. Oh my god. Oh my god, Saint is having a crazy game. It's a crazy game from Saint, man. God damn. That's it. Ace into Nash. That should be the game. Lyon have been generally clinical when they get leads like this now.
C9 special treatment in these team fights. Annihilated, but then look at the work the rest of the team can do while all the focus is on him. They've got multiple threats. Inspired here doing so much damage while everybody else is focused elsewhere. And Saint again on this Ari. Reset after reset after reset.
And critically in that fight, Sven had no sum, so they full send it. The coordination was really good. You turn off the lights, so Berserker never sees any coming, right? You get in there with the stun, but Isles was so quick. Mikhail's the stun, Wild Growth, Shield, everything in on him, and Sven on the other side is just dying to the Aatrox. So once Sven falls, even though you kill Berserker, the Lyon comp has way more sustained damage, and he is all upfront burst.
Do we got Saint in our league or Knight here? We got to upgrade Medjai's Soul Stealer for this guy. Respect Saint's Ari, man. This is crazy. He's got the Zonias on top of it for the extra safety. So this is a very good Medjai's angle. 605, they're going for some extra damage here onto Thanatos.
Yep,
I think they're going to kill him. He's just dead. It's no extra damage. He's dead.
More than enough DPS. Thanatos falls. That is by far the most durable member of the C9 squad. Lyon with their Baron for the next 2 minutes with Thanatos dead.
All right. Well, we know what made the game hard here.
Every opportunity they want on Summoner's Rift to do.
We know what made the game hard here. We go again in game 3.
Saint split pushing over in the mid lane. Vulcan dredge lines a minion and needs to immediately hoof it right back to the safety.
Berserker's a bit jumpy. He actually just ghosted because of that.
Well, they want to even up the series, Flowers. That's what they want. And the siege here, as you say, with these baroned up cannon minions, look at them destroying the tower. Saint in mid lane, whacking this one down. Bot side has a little bit of a window here where you get rotation over from Sven and Vulcan, but that's just going to delay it. The buffed up cannons here will finish the job. One more shot. Mid lane is wide open.
Man, oh man, this game from the very beginning has been about 2 things: Cloud9 miscommunication and Saint. Those are the 2 biggest factors so far in this one, it has to feel like. And the mid laner for Lyon is up to a nearly 4,000 gold lead over his individual counterpart. This is just an Ahri masterclass from him.
Yeah, I mean, this whole game
Saint's having a crazy good game.
About Saint. He starts out with the solo kill onto APA, diving under his tower, and then because of his solo kill, the follow-up play on jungle meant that was their whole early game from Lyon, was built off of Saint winning mid lane and then playing with Inspired.
It's going to be really tough now. Cloud9, only chance is trying to get just an instant deletion on one of these carries and hope that you can protect Sven and win the fight after that. Berserker has no flash for a little bit, but it's going to be back soon, and that's kind of the opportunity that they would have to try to capitalize on, but all of Lyon is around him. Saint is the only one splitting, and Saint has so much mobility. The verdant barrier, the Zonias, the flash. There's just no way you're going to be able to one-shot Saint.
APA.
Yeah, he's going in after APA, looking for the solo kill here, but now has to flash back as Blabber reinforces with the paranoia.
That's
one of C9's
not bad.
Most powerful tools, most powerful ultimates used just to save APA from Saint, who still has 2/3 of his health bar, who's still applying pressure in the mid lane.
Whoa, what is this TP?
Up top.
Crazy TP. Funny attempt. I mean, if Saint doesn't see it, it definitely connects. And there's a big problem.
And they're actually not going to lose anything else in the base.
APA even committed the teleport there just to try to come from a little bit of an unpredictable angle. It was spotted though, and Saint just backed off. He TP'd kind of to the side of his base, but that ward in the brush right there, that one actually spotted him. So wasn't actually able to get anything from that teleport.
All right. Cloud9 have been able to keep their base alive, but it's a 10,000 gold lead. So objective bounties are on for C9. If they can get a miracle pick, if they can assassinate someone very quickly, then maybe they can get a lot of comeback gold. But Lyon in this commanding position, all you have to do is move in safely from 2 lanes, get your wards set up, and there won't be an angle for Cloud9 to surprise you. They're doing just that now, warding up this jungle that is going to lead to the Dragon in a minute and a half.
Man, I got some bad news for you. If you want C9 to get a quick, clean burst onto somebody on Lyon, both solo laners have a stasis. Inspired now has Spirit Visage to amplify the healing of his Aatrox. Berserker just purchased Guardian Angel. And by the way, Lulu's on the team with the Mikhails. Bursting somebody down on this squad right now is next to impossible. C9 not only needs to execute perfectly, but Lyon's got to make mistakes.
Now, if I'm on C9, this is where I hit my team with the cope. Saint's full build, he can't get stronger. He's already level 18. There's no more room for items.
Into the cope already, huh?
Oh yeah.
Just a big old
when you're
whip.
down 10K, you're grasping for straws.
Well, I don't even think the straws are on C9's side at this point, because Lyon is just in total dominance of this second game. 45 seconds until that next Drake spawns. It will not be Soul, considering we are split even 2-2, but I don't really see a world where Cloud9 wants to take
I think C9 can only really tank one more bad fight. I say I think it's just this is the state of the game.
So we do have, I mean, we had the split push up on top side.
Also with Ahri having Banshees and Zonias, I think she's kind of unkillable, and she's still dealing a lot of damage. If APA can make it to decap though, that is a lot of added firepower.
I want to get as powerful as possible for the next setup, but again, there's summoner spells on most people. Saint doesn't have flash, so maybe there's that.
They're gonna drop Drake.
It's
You're 10k down. Like just.
The longer the game goes, the more explosive the fights can get. I mean, yes, obviously Lyon is massively ahead, but one pick can really change things. And despite the fact that they are far down, once APA has his death gap, that's going to be a big injection of damage. Sven is on 4.5 completed items. He is going to hit hard.
But the dragon you can give, I'm down. But Baron, that's where we got to send it.
All right, that's where we're drawing the line in the sand.
And it's right here. So Guardian Angel completed for Blabber. Well, the death cap's still not completed for APA though.
100 gold is what he needs.
He's going to sell his D-ring.
He's back now.
All right. He recalled
sold his D-ring.
the hat. Now he's coming back towards the fight, but remember, he doesn't have a TP, so he's got to walk all the way up here, but it looks like Lyon is
They didn't know. He was basing on a control ward. Oh, Vulcan.
They know the area
Vulcan.
Vulcan was not careful enough.
Can he press any more buttons before he dies? Oh, he already pressed the dredge line. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Ariok, can they walk out? Are they allowed to walk out? No, they're just completely fried. Wishful thinking. Oh. Can they get the wave, maybe? They've got some minions, and another wave is on the way. The game is over. 1-1, guys. 1-1.
And Lyon are barreling down mid lane.
They strike back with a huge gold lead here. 12,000. Lyon are going to push us to 1-1 Flowers.
Thanatos will try to just make a little space, but that Pathmaker is not making much. The ace goes over to Berserker. Lyon bounce back in.
It's a best of 3.
The finals for lock-in are
it's a best of 3. And it's not going to be a C9 humiliation ritual, most importantly.
Insane in all chat hits APA with easy. How can you get solo killed in this matchup as the Nexus is exploding? So taking an exception to APA's trash talk.
Wow.
It is getting fiery, but you can't deny it. This game
I've got to do the add batones.
Saint is typing in all caps here, buddy.
He's fired up.
He also held that in all game long, waiting till the very end.
Saint's fired up.
Add batones.
You fired up?
Hell yes.
But what a crazy game too.
Trash talking back to APA. Is this the secret?
This is the meta.
I mean, also, I think the secret is not playing Annie if you're on Inspired's team.
Ooh,
so he survived the Annie test. It's not the canary in the coal mine, but that was, I mean, Emily, you have the mid 2v2 that broke this game open between Saint and APA.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about the setup that we got to get here too, because importantly, you'll see this ward that was actually placed by APA. And APA and Blabber, we talk about how they like to work together for these early plays. They're going to be looking for a play on Inspired because of this ward that was actually set up previously by Mr. Thanatos here, because he had pushed the wave all the way to here and was dirty farming at this point. Also, as we already noted, APA did get killed once after Saint immediately killed him on the back. So now we look at the setup.
I'll dominate will bring the belt out here.
They have the ward that APA placed there. APA is going to rotate
Rez looking sharp.
But as
Low-key, I haven't seen what he's wearing.
And the most important thing is the charm
what is he wearing?
Saint hits on the back half of this that basically kills Blabber. Because they're so forward in this, there we go. There's the charm. He gets charmed up, immediately dies. And this starts the jungle invade apocalypse from Inspired. He goes down to invade the bot side.
Okay, Rez.
Rumble pushes
Seen.
in. He actually chases Blabber
Seen.
out of the topside jungle, and Inspired's able to get the blue. And Blabber was miserable. They could not play this early game out at all.
And we have the all chat. We can pull this up as well. What
were they saying at the end?
At the end of the game. I know the casters told us. We just need to confirm. All cats.
How can you get solo kill?
He's angry.
Saint's back.
Wow.
He's back.
Yeah. He's been called a freak earlier on in the season. He
wow.
Back
I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's Saint. And I'm a convert now. Raz, you've been trying to convert people to El Santo.
Yes.
There we go. I'm now a convert. I have officially joined the church. And sorry, Stacy, I know that APA's mom is probably listening to this. I think Saint just ran APA this entire game. That was crazy. And if Saint's able to do that for the rest of the series, like, I'm already wrong on the prediction with the 3-0. I was trying to reverse curse because I wanted a 5-game series. Now I think we're actually going to have a close series.
It's not because you're player of the game. Player of the game, of course, is Saint for this one. He ends up picking it up. I'm interested to see what the fans' predictions are, or at least their view on player of the game. He completely ran this one, and I think
it's going to be Inspired, TBH. I think Vanvote might actually end up being Inspired. Let's see.
Just basically camp in the enemy red side jungle, then just do his full clear. It was like a 2-level advantage.
Oh my god, no, it's 92% Saint. Yeah, I mean.
Yes, 92%.
Wow. I feel like that's the highest one I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's a
God
bit of a
damn.
mid-gap, and we need to touch back on the jungle duo as well, because this did end up mid-jungle. Blabber and APA do work together. They did not work well together this game, though, because they planned
they were
that invade.
on the same page.
They planned the invade that ended up throwing the game away. But Inspired, when he's been in the LCS, this is the craziest thing. No matter who his teammates are, even though some of them are short-lived, he wins. He just wins. So in these 9 tournaments that he's been in, he's won 5 of them, and trying to make it a 60% tournament win rate in North America.
Crazy.
Which is incredible. And everyone on our desk thought this was going to be a Team Liquid or a C9 split.
Yeah.
But with how much Inspired and Lyon have been scaling up and how locked in they seem and on the same page they seem, it could be anyone's game. Inspired could do it again.
All I know is that we're in for a treat because we have a series. It's not going to be a sweep. Lyon tie it up 1-1. We're headed to break before Game 3. But first, here's a look at the exciting new content coming to League in X2 of Season 1.
All right, music time. Music time. Obviously, if you're on YouTube, you don't hear the music. I think the pre-roll should be down. You shouldn't get ads if you tap into my stream on the YouTube side. Just saying. If you want to jam with the rest of us over here, do feel free. If not, that's fine. Can you drop an inspired impression for us? Nah, like I can't really do his accent. I can't do Polish. Also, I think the very specific pitch at which his voice is at, I'm just not really good at mimicking. Can't do Polish, Smolge? No, I know. I'm just not good at it. I think the Polish, Inspired has a very unique way of speaking, to be fair. Oh. Really? He sounds a lot like many other Polish people that I hear. I can't tell, like, I'm sure if there are Poles in here, much like any language, really, there's multiple different accents inside of Polish as a language. But I cannot tell the difference at all in Polish. It all sounds the same to me. Like, I feel like I can hear it with some languages that I've been around a lot. Like, I feel like I can hear it in some German. I feel like I can hear it in Spanish for sure. I can hear it in Chinese, actually, and Japanese. Korean, I can't. I'm not Polish, but Germanic background. I see, right. I think he does what we would say is Zakaiga, so kind of speaks closer to Russian, because he's from close to the border. I see. That sounds a lot like my thumbnail guy Teddy. You guys will see him in here quite frequently. He is from Ukraine, but he is originally from quite close to the border, so he speaks Ukrainian and Russian. But the Ukrainian that he also speaks like another form of Ukrainian, which is like a middle mix or something, I think he was saying. He would have to come in here and explain it. What's your ethnicity, Yunk? I have quite a mixed bag of ethnicities. It's actually a bit of a list, but the main ones directly are Jamaican and Sri Lankan. Those are the big two. Jamaican and Sri Lankan. And then if you actually like split a bit more, it's Jamaican Indian, sorry, Sri Lankan Indian, and then Jamaican Barbados is the other mix. But yeah, language is always really interesting. Language is always really interesting to me. But yeah, language is always really interesting. Oh, why is this not muted? There you go, mute that. It's always fun hearing like different kind of parts of it. Guys, I fancy some sugar. Hold. We're demolishing a Milky Bar. Well, not the whole thing. Actually, the whole thing isn't even that bad. Calorie-wise. Yes, I low-key have body dysmorphia-ish. I have an eating disorder. I check the calories on fucking everything I eat. And it feels a little bit unhealthy the way that I do it. But, at the very least, it means that I always know what I'm doing. Have you noticed Nestle products taste worse the last few years? I've noticed they don't taste like they used to when I was younger, yeah. I don't know if I don't know if I would describe that to being worse. But yeah. That's just good diet. No, I know, but I think sometimes I'm a little bit obsessive over it. Have you ever had a peanut punch? No, because I'm allergic to peanut. Well, actually, I'm allergic to all nuts, actually. I'm allergic to all nuts. Also, oh, is this prediction for game 3? This prediction's for game 3, right? Nice, okay. Even these nuts. Wow, I haven't heard. Oh, guys. Guys. Yo, I'm not a 27-year-old adult with a nut allergy who's had it their whole life. Yo. I have not heard that joke before, actually. You should say it again. Guys, you should say it again, actually. Go. I remember cutting a strawberry in half to get exactly 75 grams. Oh, bro, I mean, I had to do that when I was on a cut. Like, all that kind of bullshit. All that bullshit, measuring out everything you eat. But that's the right way to go. And it really humbles you as well. It really humbles you. I think if you have a good head, it really makes you build a healthy relationship with the food you eat. We're in draft.
And I'm just excited to see how this mid lane will evolve, right? Because there has been some trash talk back and forth in both of the games, and the one at the end of the last game from Saint felt like it had a little bit of heat behind it. You know, felt like there was a little bit of frustration getting released there. And it's going to make it that much more intense when both these players really want to win.
Can't have almond milk.
Looking at bans, things
I think I can have oat.
But also still kind of the same. The Pantheon and Varus both remain banned out, but on the C9 side, they're first banning Anivia next to Illusion.
Yeah, as we said, now you have to choose, you know, because there's Rise to Leah, so you can just do.
I don't know if I've had oat milk before though.
This side, and it looks
I would have to
like
ask my fiance because she's a barista.
Comes through as a different counter pick.
They want to play Ziggs. They want to play Ziggs because Ziggs is not banned, and so they're saying if you leave Ziggs up, we're banning LeBlanc. That is the traditional counter.
Yep.
Ari is already gone as well.
Ain't no way they're gonna leave Ziggs up though.
Well, yeah, with the LeBlanc ban, you have to ban it. I think it is.
All right, and now that should be Talia first pick now.
Back and forth there.
For C9.
This also does mean that the Talia, excuse me, is definitely still open. C9 have first pick.
C9 will. I would be stun locked if they don't take it.
and get him on one
Absolutely
of those
stun locked if they don't take Thanos. They don't take Talia here.
A lot of these AD junglers are up as pairings too. You could always go Talia Vi. Obviously, if you lock Talia, Vi could be taken away, but then you still have things like Jarvan or Wukong, which are decent setup for it as well. So I do expect them to just go Talia. I mean, let's be honest, it's one of APA's best champs, if not his best champ. So I think, regardless of how you feel the matchup goes, APA is going to be very comfortable on the Talia.
And then
now I expect the Rise.
Rise from the side of Saint here, seeing that, and just go for the trade. But you don't necessarily.
I think C9 will put more priority on the Wukong, even over the Vi maybe.
The junglers that are getting a little bit, focused.
No, that's a lie. They'll prioritize Vi more. It depends on if Lyon want to take it away. Ashe Seraphine, perhaps. Are they going to just full rotation it though?
Definitely would not be mad if they slam an Ashe Seraphine lane early.
Full rotation feels a little bit crazy.
I feel like you probably go Ashe Vi would be my expectation, unless you're really not worried about it. But that is kind of that traditional combo here.
Ashe Vi
Obviously, Pantheon has been banned out. Jarvan is kind of
makes C9 have the least favorable, lesser of the favorable pairings. They're not going to do it.
So they're clearly not worried about the Vi. They're saying, you know what?
Now the thing is, Wukong is really good with Ashe Seraphine IMO. So what makes me I'm kind of questioning whether or not C9 want to go and take that away and just give them the Vi anyway.
The way that the champions complement one another with Ashe, setting up Seraphine to get her.
No, they're still going to take it. They still feel like it's too strong together.
It's impressive for your jungler as well.
You can't go Kai'Sa. Obviously, normally you'd like to go Kai'Sa with Talia Vi from an AD side of things.
But you also Hawkshot to keep track of the
Renekton, okay, so it's just a full top side.
Spotting Blabber, and you give Inspired that extra information. Inspired always picks and grabs a couple camps here and there and tries to work his way into a lead.
And then, of course, if you're Lyon, you have to pick one of your three top side. You will get one counter pick. You will get counter picks top in general.
And go to kill the Seraphine, because that can be the angle. When you see Ashe Seraphines,
but I still feel like it's a bit hard to play.
More of this garbage, and they're going to try and go for kill lane themselves.
Let's see what they're going to go for here. Are they going to go
Yone would have been fun.
No, instead it's going to be the Aurora. So a more aggressive option, of course, this could be flexed up towards top lane too. I'm here for the vibes too. The vibes have been good today. The vibes have been
fantastic so far. Crowd's good, games are good, series has been good. We're having a good time.
I do think I'm expecting the Blitzcrank ban. That is kind of that traditional counter.
Also Baku.
Enchanters, specifically the Seraphine.
Those are the kill lanes.
It is high risk to be willing to play that, but Vulcan also really good on the Bard, which is a strong laner and something that does have engage against the Ashe that has no dash, so they are going to ban that out.
I think.
And then the question is just, are you worried about the Blitz or not? Because Blitz.
You're not worried about
Blitz. Amazing or completely useless.
It's interesting because the Bard ultimate really flexible too.
I think. Oh no, Lucian's out. Could be Caitlyn.
I'm just assuming the Aurora is gonna go into.
The only other thing that you can kind of soft do is you can go Sivir.
And so I'm assuming they're still looking at the mid lane, and they're just gonna.
And you just hit the wave, but you also need another range support. But all of the good range supports of Sivir are out. So Sivir is kind of hard. I don't know. You have to play something with like high range. Maybe it ends up being Jhin.
Right now, that value is already high, so maybe
it could end up being Jhin. Rakan's out.
Was able to secure their Vi combo with the Talia in the first half of the draft, and Lions still don't have a jungler. C9 are looking at that Wukong. You mentioned it earlier, Azale. If the Vi did get stolen away, you would still have some powerful AD options like the Wukong.
They're probably going to ban Jarvan. Probably a Jarvan ban. Oh, they banned Yone.
No, instead they're going to ban out that Yone that was
sure
a little bit earlier by Lion.
I do wonder if C9 would go towards a Lucian lane, go for some laning power here, try to.
Well, they banned out.
Lucian? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Of course, yeah, it was banned out early in the first phase. So I'm trying to think what Sven would actually be playing towards.
Yeah, I'm really trying to wrap my head on it too. Like,
the only thing that hasn't
Caitlyn's the only thing that's
played already that he has still played is the Sivir. You can go towards obviously like
Sivir,
things like that, but Jhin
I think it's Jhin.
Especially weak into enchanters who can absorb a lot of that damage and kind of.
I think it has to be Jhin though.
The kill threat there.
As much as it sucks.
Obviously gets more and more damage.
You go Sivir with no other good range, like I don't know.
And the healing and shielding on this Lion squad is crazy.
At least Kate slam it.
On the front line as well with
pillars,
to be able to create some more terrain for the
Oh,
battlefield.
Mel support.
Are they gonna cook? Oh, they're gonna go
Oh.
mage bot here. This is really
Oh no, it's mage bot entirely. Okay.
Solo queue.
Okay.
People are playing
Okay.
a lot of Mel bot in solo queue.
Okay.
And,
Hold
Mel
on.
plus enchanters. They're doing ASOL plus enchanters. Basically, control mage plus enchanter bot is really, really abusive. The amount of poke you can land is very
All right, so they must have been prepped for this.
For these AD carries. So you are playing heavily to dominate in that 2v2. And it's new season. You can't lane swap away from it.
And it's new Mel, so it's really good with the Nami because you can get that slow.
Okay, Zahan into Renekton. Sounds whatever. It's this bot lane. Bot lane's going to be Armageddon. The junglers have to just show up 24/7.
So if the enemy is slowed and it's easier to hit all
They just have to show up 24/7, enemy junglers.
A lot of value there.
All right, I'm liking this cook. I'm liking this cook from C9. It's really interesting. Lyon just have their standard Ash Seraphine, Aurora of Trundle.
Some roams, some intervention as well.
Trundle is going to have a lot of early ability to pressure all of these lanes, but specifically mid and bot. Pillar is really powerful into those guys. Early pathing is going to be really important, especially after how last game went. After how last game went, like both of these junglers are going to be a bit more on top of it, I think.
On the back with all the utility there, so Lyon here definitely have a very dangerous mid game.
And Lyon have great setup for the engages. You throw down a Trundle Pillar, it becomes very hard to actually dodge out from the Crystal Arrow, from the Encore, from the Aurora follow-up there. A lot of tools, but of course you have to remember, Mel can, reflect an arrow. You can reflect some of these abilities back. So we'll see how it is going to work out. Don't see a lot of mages in pro these days, but it's something you see a ton of in solo queue. So I'm excited to see how Sven and Vulcan can pilot this 2v2.
Yeah, see how well they can chain their CC as well. There's huge CC setups from both sides, so that's why I expect some roams, some jungler attention, maybe some mid laners down there even. Because if one of those squishy champs gets hit with some CC, they will chain it.
All right, time for game number 3 here of this series. If you're a Cloud9 fan in the audience, you got to be hoping that they're more aligned here in the early game. Game number 2 had a lot of mistakes with the C9 decision-making, as now Saint walks a little bit close to Sven and APA there, does take a chunk of damage.
He can't reach that.
Yep, and Blabber looking to reclaim his throne. These are some of his accolades. He had been pretty much unanimously the best jungler in the LCS for a long time. But over the years, some more junglers came in.
Really good early chunk onto Saint there.
With him, or in some cases eclipse him. Nowadays, people have talked a lot more about Inspired as that unanimous top of the table. And Inspired on this invade, trying to push him out. And Blabber really wants to reclaim that #1 spot. But to do it, you gotta get through Inspired.
And that's difficult, especially when Inspired picks Trundle into your Vi and goes into your invade. He has won 6-1 in the head-to-head best of 5 wins. And he's starting this one out with abusing that Trundle power, walking into him and splitting the map.
All right, as we're getting things started here in the jungle, we've got Kangas standing by for an interview with Rainover.
All right, Rainover, very late pick Mel there. What was your message to the team after seeing this pivot in the bot lane?
I mean, honestly, the Mel pick is not as familiar. I think we've faced once in Scrim, and then we did kind of struggled in lane. So we'll see. But I think Surfing should be still fine. And just about the game, they're playing Vi, Talia, so
I mean, they'll get early prio.
Is very strong, but our engage is kind of low, but our team fight is very strong, so we should just keep being able to keep
do I have
objective as much as possible.
Do I have dead
Right,
pixels?
keep focus on the objectives. Now you've had a couple series in a row.
Do I have a
now,
line of
the
dead
lower
pixels?
gauntlet
No, it's the
on here in
broadcast.
lower bracket. Do you see it as a buff that you got to play 2 series ahead of this this big Sunday's final?
That's really
yeah,
weird.
I mean, I think lower bracket actually. I mean, I think I've won most of the when I won the split. I think most of the time it was.
This is
just
bad
lower
to split the
bracket,
map
but I
like this
think
for Lyon.
The good part about it is you just get more experience.
I think it's
you
not
just get your
super
momentum
ideal,
going on,
but
flow going on, and then
to
you
be
just
honest
play
with you,
more
Blabber,
game,
again,
you
he's
get
kind of
used to the
homeless.
stage, match, your win condition,
They
you
actually
become
saw
your
him on the
players
back end of
playing one
the minion
problem
wave.
solve, so I think it's pretty good, yeah.
Any more range uplaners for Dokla, huh?
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, thank you so much. Back to the casters.
He's walking all the way to Wolves. He sees the domain. He sees the Wolves.
Kind of made the wrong read here. He was assuming
Oh,
that
he's super late.
Inspired would have gone down towards his bottom.
Oh
cross
no.
there to try to defend it.
Oh,
Now,
he's gonna have to
Inspired
flash.
and
Blabber might.
he
Oh,
might get
Blabber.
chased
I
down.
think he's just
Yeah,
dead.
Inspired is after,
Oh
but you do not beat
no.
Trundle.
Oh, he kicked. Oh.
This one's going to be donated over to Saints Aurora so that he gets a blue buff on top of it. Disaster in the early game for Blabber.
And again, Inspired does this to so many junglers.
It's just a
where he tries
horror.
to remove their options and wait a second for the bottom side lane on the chase down here.
There's a lot of damage on Vulcan. Still has 200 HP left, so he will be able to get away for now. The volley tags him again, brings him down to 100. So Lyon not only getting that first blood, getting the extra
double crab, and he has a
onto
whole
Saint's
quadrant of
Aurora,
bot side
but
jungle
also
to still
winning on the
farm.
2v2 bottom with the power
Oh
of
my
the
god.
Seraphine.
It's just so brutal for Blabber. That's back-to-back games. It happened in the Nocturne game as well. You know, losing that 2v2 and then.
Bro, what Blabber did to Griffin, Inspired is doing to Blabber.
I have to
It's
assume
nuts.
Blabber's read was he was going to go red to red and defend the bot side. So he's saying, okay, you're going to expect me to go to red, so you're going to go to red, so I'm going to go to your blue and do those camps instead. But unfortunately for him, that's not where Inspired went, and he ends up face checking, giving over first blood, not to Inspired, but to Saint, which is even worse. So that's a brutal start for Blabber back to back.
Especially after Saint had such a killer game on Ahri last game. We heard Rainover talking about momentum, talking about getting in your flow, and I feel like Saint is in that flow state right now.
Also, I just went back, and when Blabber crossed over mid, at
Yeah,
2
he got
minutes and
spotted.
around 25 seconds,
He got
there's
spotted.
a tiny split second where the minion moving up does see vision of him,
Mhm.
and there are 2 blue pings from Lyon. So they also see him on the cross as well. And we have seen a lot of these games with the early jungle going one way, just snowballing.
Also, really
out
small
of
thing I'm
control
noticing.
in the current season, in the current meta.
Inspired didn't
especially with
do
his
his red
bundle
buff,
here
which a lot of
in the
junglers
hands
think,
of
why
Inspired
not
looks
do his red buff?
quite nice. I will say
He
on
wants to go
Flow,
and
I wanna
cycle his
touch
camps on top side
the
immediately.
bottom lane as well after your point, Flowers.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, you're talking
On top
about
of all
the
of that.
jungle domination determining the entire
So
outcome
now-
of the game. That's what Blabber did to Griffin all the time in their FlyQuest games.
He's not
He
going to
was the
be
one on the giving
kind of
end
behind
the
on
jungle
tempo, and he left the
punishment,
ward
and now the receiving end
on his
is
red
not
buff
nearly as
anyway.
much fun, Mr. Kobe.
It's not fun at all.
Is Vi on Drake? We need a cam on Drake. I think Vi's on Drake. Look at Trundle. He's just walking across the entire map right now.
But for later on, the ultimates, like Seraphine ult getting reflected into your team, just destroys your whole team. So you have to be
Yeah, he was on
careful.
Drake.
All right, we'll see how well those rebuttals can be timed by Sven here in the bottom lane. 1,000 gold lead for Lyon early, mostly, once again, on Saint and Inspired. You can see Blabber is a full 3 camps behind in
Oh my
his
god.
jungle clears
Yo, Sven.
because of the fact that
Hey.
everything got disrupted so badly as Saint goes in between worlds. APA only level 5 here on the Talia, trying to get
He's just
away.
dead. Yeah,
But a
solo killed again.
twofold hex
Oh my god, C9 are collapsing, aren't they?
Saint finds
Oh
a
my
solo
god, not
kill
again.
on APA for the 6th
Guys.
game in a row.
The
Guys.
experience advantage, you know, because of that
Guys.
kill that he had the blue buff, he gets the XP advantage, hits level 6, immediately goes for it and kills off APA. And this is feeling suspiciously like the last game, mid and jungle out to a roaring start here for Lyon. They're going to be able to grab the dragon as well, and such confident movement here, you know, from their bot lane as well. But I mean, this is APA trying to interrupt the recall. Saint just goes in, and the flash was on nothing. I mean, he didn't actually avoid anything at all. The weirding hit, the 2-volt hex hit.
GG, no flash.
GG and no flash gets the guy. I mean, yeah, he's level 6. Good burst damage here from Saint.
Guys, it's a worrying
No
start.
flash.
Yo, Thanos is running Dokla
Flashing
though.
away
Hey,
when the
hey.
twofold hex has already tagged you.
It's
You're
fine.
going
Mid jungle
to
is a bit.
return damage.
This is a bit
You're
problematic.
avoiding absolutely nothing, and now that summoner spell is down.
But
Remember,
top
this is
side,
Talia.
look
She
gap.
doesn't have
Look the gap.
mobility in the kit, except for the long range Weaver's Wall, which you're not going to use right there in combat to escape in the moment. So he's really vulnerable now.
I mean, it just seems like panic moments, honestly, in back-to-back games here from APA. You know, not mistakes that you would necessarily expect him to make. Once you're hit by the 2-fold hex, you have to flash the weirding, right? You have to flash the E. That is the thing that matters. You can't avoid the pullback. So flashing after you've been hit before the weirding has been used is just a big mistake, and that is back-to-back games. He gets solo killed. This one obviously was made harder because Blabber had already died to him, and that gave Saint the XP and the gold advantage, but still just not acceptable to
Yeah, I
us
mean,
at
he's
this
just
level.
he's
You
just
wanna be
a
the
full
champion
level
at the
down.
end of the day.
Mid jungle is having so much impact in this series. Remember even back to game number 1 that was so close for so long? That Baron fight that ended up pulling things into the favor of C9. It was Blabber winning the Smite fight. It was APA living with 5% HP and then still contributing afterwards. So C9 coming out on top there, but then Lyon dominating in game 2, and now it's looking like Lyon's off to a strong early start here again in the third one.
I will say though, quietly, look at the lead in top lane that Thanatos has opened up. He is up 25 CS right now, 24 CS in that top lane in an isolated 1v1. He has been given Dokla the business so far, so it's going to have to be a big performance from Thanatos if he wants to win this game, right? You know, he has a big individual lead, and he's the only one that's doing well.
And guess what? It is hard for Renekton to win games versus Ashe Seraphine comps. So this death ball that's Lyon have constructed, you're probably, if you're the one super far ahead, you're probably going to Trundle ult on your head, and then the enemy team's got these Seraphine shields and all the stuff you have to get through, all the CC. So we'll see if Inspired uses it on Thanatos or uses it on Blabber, probably whoever dives deeper.
Okay.
You can see Dokla realizes, you know what? I'm losing, but who cares? The rest of the team is doing well. I just need to survive. So he's going early Bramble. He's saying, yeah, I'm not going to contest you 1v1. I'm playing for minions. I'm playing for experience. And I'm playing for my mid jungle and my bot to carry me because all of them are winning.
And he's playing for jungle right now because he went to go chase the Vi off those grubs. Uses his little time from top lane to make Blabber scurry away.
I think the movement has been really impressive from Berserker and Isles. When you play against these double mage bots, if they are hitting everything, it is so oppressive, and you start getting whittled down more and more. You stop.
Yeah, I am surprised that Sven and Vulcan aren't further ahead in this lane. I would expect them to have a little bit of a lead.
Skill shots that are much more slow moving after the changes, after that rework to this champion. So Berserker playing confidently, and every time you miss one of those skill shots, Ashe can step forward and trade auto attacks with you, and that is going to be in her favor.
Oh wow, the Melty looks like it comes out so much faster now, eh?
So thank you for the picture-in-picture. Blabber goes back afterwards after Dokla has to go answer the wave under his tower, and they will at least get their grubs finished.
Yes, but Kobe, you and I are both of the same belief system that the grubs are a consolation prize at best. So C9 will get that, but you do have to have some pressure on some turrets to get any value out of the extra damage to them.
I thought you were going to say something different because you're both also of the opinion that the grubs are ugly.
Well,
they're
yes,
bad and ugly, and they should feel bad too.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of they're ugly cute. They're funny looking.
No, they're just ugly.
Like a pug. They're the pugs of League of Legends.
No, pugs are fine. Pugs are good dogs. Grubs are ugly dogs.
The producers have let me know that the control room agrees with me.
No, okay.
Rather than draft, this is like a terrible draft for C9, no?
Crowd fans of the grubs. Are the grubs cute?
Thank you, crowd.
Like the grubs
I feel like it's a C9. I think this is like an acceptable C9 draft. Do I think it's an acceptable draft? I think I wouldn't typically trust other teams on this, no.
Oh, man, okay, all right. Mr. Turk immediately.
He's just being mean.
Well, hey.
I'm letting it go to my head. I take it back.
You know what that's really good at? That's good for killing ugly grubs. But
now
there's none left on the map.
Look what you did.
There's none left on the map. No grubs to kill, whether they're cute or ugly or whatever. But here in 20 seconds, we are going to have our second Drake.
I just feel like anytime we pan down here, Sven is just missing everything, though.
A little scratch on the head, you know?
Got like big purple pimples on their back and like the spike. I don't know. Their teeth are sideways.
We got a little hawk shot.
Like I said, the pugs of the rift.
Berserker was in that replay. There you go. Get the little hawk shot in there. Keep the vision. Regardless, Inspired bottom side. Got the crab on bottom side as well. Dragon immediately started up. And let's see if they can transition over. I mean, your mid lane priority is just
Renekton TP
here with Saint once again.
All right, well, Lyon will just drop now.
This line brush on the Aurora, but with the Thanatos
kind of crazy to.
Okay, you're teleporting Thanatos down here.
Reflect and then walk in.
I guess you want the dragon. Fair enough. You can have it.
Yep, there's the... Hey, at least they're getting some leverage out of this.
It's really hard to hit Q after the nerfs. The missile travel speed is so slow. I don't know, I'll have to play it. I'll have to play it myself.
He can still come down here and kind of flex those alligators.
He doesn't have W, yeah. And he flashed and ghosted.
He did not have his Reflect up and available, so had to flash there. Used it on an earlier little trade with Isles. Also worth noting, not only did Thanatos TP down, but because he was winning that lane so hard, he was able to push out the wave, clear out the next one, TP down. He didn't really lose anything. Often on these plays, it can be so expensive these days because the crystalline growth stacks up that sometimes you TP down for a dragon, you lose multiple plates, and it doesn't feel worth it at all. In this case, he basically lost nothing.
And I'm glad that you bring up the fact that the Mel rebuttal wasn't available. It does have one of the longest cooldowns for a basic ability in the game. 35 is the base cooldown at rank 1. It's really, really tough if you can end up,
oh boy.
25.93. That was I don't know if you guessed that or if you had looked at it beforehand, but I'm going to assume that you guessed it because that's a really, really good guess.
Thank you, Flowers.
He's just going to nod.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you got it figured out as it looks like Thanatos
Oh, that's so unlucky. Thanos played that quite well, honestly. Really NT, but I mean, how can play?
Almost went sideways. Lyon still gets their man.
Good try there from Thanatos. You know, the flash forward, the stun onto Saint.
Goodness me.
When he went between worlds there, threw down the ulti, it didn't quite.
I mean, for Lyon to progress this game, they just kind of need to get prior on mid waves now. But this is where I think it starts to get hard into like Mel and Army. And we still need to see like a big 5v5. Like, here's the thing. Seraphine can't really press her buttons. Other people need to force Sven, basically, to reflect the abilities.
Because Dokla was the one who got a kill up there.
Yeah, that's tough for C9 as this early game continues.
Otherwise, yeah.
To be rough water. The
Mel might be a
Dragons
problem.
are at least tied thanks to Thanatos' presence at the previous one, so it's not like Lyon are just stacking up a ton of pressure around an early Drake Soul. Remember that is what we heard Rainover say in Kangas's interview. Their team, yeah, they're kind of afraid of the playmaking of C9, but they have really strong team fights and they want to fight around objectives. So C9 at least getting that early Drake to shut some of that down as Saint goes forward again, just looking for this powerful burst against APA.
So hard to play side lane.
That you were going to pick Vi and you hadn't pressed R by 14 minutes, I would tell you to not play Vi. So, you know, that is
character.
Exactly.
Reconsider your life choices.
Exactly. It's like the game has just gone so bad for them so early that Vi has been tracked everywhere. Blabber and APA went into recovery mode very quickly.
I feel like Lyon just outscales massively.
The whole point of picking these two champions.
Yeah, they do scale really well.
This combo. Guaranteed point and click CC.
I think it's super hard. It's not like the last game where I feel like even though C9 like flat value get outscaled, it's like, hey, we've got all of these snap engage tools that we can always kill carries with. So they always have to be very careful.
So we have not seen Weaver's Walls. We have not seen Vi combos. We have not seen C9 find any of this playmaking that they're supposed to be drafting for. As Blabber is down in the Dragon Pit, but there's no dragons.
And it is crazy for people who have been following
Thanos is starting to lose really hard now here.
Big Dokes up here.
Yeah, Grim Deliverance looking to set this up. Dokla wants to go all the way underneath.
He's just dead and he's going to res.
He's got the determination stacked all the way up, so he'll
oh, it's a horror.
Afterwards, and Big Dokes gets the big solo kill.
Yeah, he's putting
GG.
that money to work. Trinity Force
I think that's it.
Yes, time to go.
I think now that's happening. It's done.
Thanatos had this massive early lead, goes for the quick eclipse, but then he gets 3-man dove. That gold goes to Dokla. Dokla gets to complete his much more powerful, much more expensive.
It might be a 3-1 Lyon.
And now the shoe is on the other foot. Everywhere they are losing, Lyon starting to really run away with this one. C9 need to make some plays. They got to do something because they are just bleeding out across the map.
I think that shoe is being applied to Thanatos' butt right about now. He has had enough of this early lane bullying, and Dokla now has an individual 259 gold bounty on his head. Lyon is up 2,000 gold as a team. There's a lot of vision control around this bottom side river, though, for C9. They're looking at the next Drake. It's spawning in under 45 seconds. Here's Dokla in Swiss and playoffs.
Mods.
We've been talking about Saint leveling up as an
Shoot
individual
that guy.
between those times. Dokla is only getting stronger.
He has been looking really good individually, bringing out a ton of cool picks that even though they haven't come out now in this series, it's things that are in the back of your mind, right? You have to consider that in the draft. It makes it more difficult. My only question is, why was he looking so happy on the left there when he was down 700 gold?
Because he knew he was about to have a glow up.
Oh. It's the character building.
Yeah, he was looking forward to the future.
Love me a top laner that will play weak side tanks and with a smile on their face. Honestly, though, the glow up from Lyon as a team. Here we go.
Hold on, though. APA and Blabber finally.
Okay, nice, nice, nice.
Is exactly what the doctor
guys,
for Cloud9.
It's playable.
There's your Vi and
it's playable.
That you
it's playable.
In Champion Select. Vi ult used and Aurora killed. Perfect timing there for Cloud9. They get in, they've got the vision set up, they have the people in the place ahead of the objective, and they make it count.
How Dokla here. Shout out to the signs. The vlogs at Worlds were fire, I'm not gonna lie.
No, that was some of my favorite stuff from Worlds this past year. But now Lyon still with a 1,500 gold lead, thinking about invading the enemy jungle. They've got inspired with the bot lane duo. So much lockdown, so much pressure. Dokla is going to take out the tier 1 turret here in the top lane at the same time. Thanatos 0-2 on the Renekton. Yeah, he has Eclipse, but he's still not feeling super strong against a Lyon team that's looking to make moves.
And guess what? Even though you...
even though... guess.
All right, guess. What's my point gonna be?
He's calling your bluff, buddy.
Yeah. Dokla's scaling. He's looking really strong.
Nope. You're going to be playing into a team comp with the Seraphine healing and shielding. We talked about buffing up bruisers.
Yeah, no, it's all good. He's been in here before and he's been chill, so
Vision's second
it's
item
all good.
trundle. The healing is insane on this front line. So the Death Ball comp is going to form a ball of death very soon. And like, how are you ever going to kill Inspired now? The healing is going to be out of control on this champion. So it's one of those situations where, like, do we even get heal cutting, or do we, like, can we burst anybody? Do we try and play side lanes with our, you know, Talia and our Vibe? Maybe we, like, pick people off instead.
Yeah. It's kind of a similar situation to last game where
yeah, I just feel like Blabber didn't want to risk making plays.
You realize Inspired,
because if he fell further behind in this game state, then maybe the game just gets unplayable. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know. I'm just spitballing what like the thought process could be.
Yozu saying double bot lane. Mage mentioned that's one of the challenger players at the start of the year when all the pros were doing their race to the top of the ladder. Yozu and Cupid were a challenger duo who were constantly playing double mage bot, and now we'll see if Sven and
reflected a lot of work.
Survive the aggro from Lyon here in the mid lane.
Oh my god! Whoa! I didn't even see that berserker.
Right there, he gets enough stacks.
All right, whoa, boom,
Golden
boom, bang.
Able to knock him down. It did not look powerful for a long time, but he hit that thing. Nice reflection.
Oh!
A nice seismic shove too.
Can they finish him?
Dangerous spot.
No.
Deliverance to try to get away. Blabber thought about maybe wanting to finish that off, but he would not have had enough damage.
Turns out C9 are the true ball of death all along. They group up back to back plays for them. It's all about preparation for these plays and being able to pick off another one, get more resources. Here's a running away Thanatos. Those should be fine. But these are big plays for Cloud9 in their effort to get back into this game and actually get themselves, you know, some fighting capabilities. So, you know, the mage on bottom lane here is going to be shredding magic resistance as well. Sven goes for the pickup with the Bloodletter's Curse, which will be very effective for him and for APA and for Nami damage that's being added on top of all these things. You really do have to respect some of these mage bottom lanes. I believe the shout out that you mentioned there, Flowers, for Cupid and Yozu, or pretty famous as well for the Zoe and Lux combo, which is a truly frightening CC combo and crazy burst. I honestly do hope that we get there in Fearless at some point, but this one, here's another look at the
Reflector's really good.
I mean, this is the thing. You can feel
look
like
how much damage she
shot the entire game, but all of a sudden the mages hit their spells and you just die. And
wow, T-Tools.
Ate the full queue.
T-Tools
up there. So even after the disengage, he had the golden clips ready, is able to knock him down. And I mean, that's the frustration when you're playing against, whether it is Nami and Mel or Lux and Zoe or really any of them. You have to dodge everything because if you get hit by one bubble, one root, everything else is going to be guaranteed right thereafter.
C9 fighting their way back into this game. They've got a 1-dragon advantage. They're only down 500 gold now, as Lyon are going to try to use the Herald here in the mid lane. Weaver's Wall summoned up to make it so the Herald charge is not successful. C9 doing everything they can to beat this thing down, but meanwhile, Lyon are duoing the Baron, and C9 seem to have absolutely no idea. Thanatos is wrapping around, maybe looking to make a play here in mid. C9 still unaware of the Baron.
They know now.
Down to 1/3 HP. Now they're moving over. Baron down to 4K. Tidal wave.
They'll get it. Oh! Wait! Inspired! Oh, they got the Nash! Lyon got the Nash! Lyon got the Nash! If they can run them down, though, it's huge. Dude, Dokla got it. Bro, Dokla got it, man.
That was huge.
Inspired, I don't even think smited. Yeah, I don't think he smited at all.
But the Zehen is the one who finishes it off, and Lyon
oh my god,
get away there. That was so risky.
They just got away with murder. They just got away with murder.
Yeah, I mean, Sven, when he gets that feeling, gets that inkling, then he blue trinkets over by the Baron, then everybody presses the emergency buttons, Flowers. You've been in those games. Everybody get in the pit now.
Well, it's 3 Drakes to C9. I mean, this game state is... It's on a knife's edge. I don't... So let's see. They're doing this for a while. I think it gets down to about 7K and they put the blue wall down. It might, or maybe a bit lower, like higher, sorry, like 8K maybe.
Nice, here we go. So here you're going to see it gets whittled down and then
I think it's slow. Let's see.
they're acting a little suspicious.
Yep, no one answered the wave on bot lane.
6.5.
Is generally a giveaway. No one's answering those side waves. They spot it. And now watch when Blabber goes in. His smite is for...
Yeah. Look. We need a zoom in and a slowdown. So Inspired as well. They tried to kill... They tried to kill Inspired.
Down to 1480 was the last number I saw. 1489.
Wow, it's the same frame. There's not even a frame. It dies at 1489. It just straight up dies at 1489. It's the exact same frame. Dom cam.
And unfortunately for
Rare
Blabber,
Dom cam.
smite off, but Dokla's damage comes through and steals that away from what would have been the 80 remaining health.
So one of the consequences of that after the fact as well, C9 now on Soul Point on a Hex Rift. So if they can get the next Hex Drake, that will be a massive power infusion for them. Lyon are going to try to do everything they can with this last 60 seconds of Baron to get some standing gold on the map from these turrets. You saw they got the tier 1 in the bottom lane, but it's still only a 2-2 turret game, Azael.
I mean, Mel Poke is already so annoying. If you get Hextech Soul on top of that, you know, the E from... They're going to go for
Dokla.
engage.
Yep, but that engage is immediately stopped. Vulcan there hits a nice bubble. The Solar Snare from Sven is also such a pain to try to work through as a melee champion.
Low wave clear here.
Won't find anything.
Man, crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's very fake Baron.
This series, what a banger. We are 1-1, and this game has drawn back to even gold lines as well. After this Baron, again, negative on the gold for the Baron power play because of the kills that happened afterwards. But Cloud9 are on that 3 dragon, dragon soul point of pressure at the moment, and it's 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes and 50 seconds away from it, and they're already camping in brushes and looking to blow flashes because those flashes will be the big difference maker in that big dragon soul fight. So Blabber's spending a lot of time waiting on this brush, and they had the early wards too.
People always talk a lot about Renekton having a weak late game. Is Blabber?
Yeah, Blabber wants to try to get away with the blast cone. The enchanted crystal arrow won't find the mark, but Blabber's still down to 60% HP. Gets back away with
Are they allowed to kill this guy? Blabber never R'd him. Blabber never R'd him. Alright, fair enough. They hold their tools.
Next to Isles and Inspired. That was real scary there for Blabber.
It was very scary, and then almost was able to turn around that Uninspired, but they couldn't lock him down and knock him down. But anyway, Thanatos, not even on a Asterix right now, so already Renekton difficult to teamfight on late game. Really all you have is Flash Stun, but not even having that Asterix means he is very squishy at this point of the game, and is going to be difficult for him in these fights.
All right, C9 will take out the tier 1 turret in the mid lane. That will be their 3rd turret of the game. All 3 outers removed now from the Lyon battlements. We have less than 2 minutes until that Dragon Soul spawns. Lyon has got to be ready for this. They do not
Vulcan
want that Hex Soul
probably thought that Sven's base was going to get reset.
This is so similar to game number 1.
Oh, this tower's maybe dead. I think they can walk up and get this. No, they can't.
Until about 30 minutes into the game.
Absolutely. It's just been such a competitive series back and forth.
Yep, APA has farmed up silently.
For a bit.
He is really strong.
He's going to make it so much harder again. You're really dependent upon
a little bit of extra pen, actualizer. Like, he's the only one doing this build, by the way. Like, again, the spell book with the actualizer BFT. Like, I haven't been watching a lot of LCK or LPL, so maybe now some of them are starting to do it. Some of the Talias over there, but I imagine they're always doing the Rylai's and
through the Solar Snare, through all of the
Archangels
and the rocks that are getting thrown at you. C9 does have a pretty good kite back.
They do have a good kite back. I think you can just fight whoever's in front for Lyon, though. I don't think you have to dive with this team comp. You can just do front to back. You've got a Trundle on your team with
you can just hit whoever's in front of you.
And just try and play off of your range anyway. Kill whatever's in front of you that you can actually hit. Pop that Trundle ultimate and just try to melt.
Oh, the HUD's broken.
But we'll see if that is actually the case.
The HUD's broken. The HUD's broken.
Soul is going to arrive shortly, Flowers. 50 seconds on the clock. Everybody trying to do their prep work.
The HUD's broken.
Get a little advantage out of one of these lanes, out of one of these wards on the side. It could be everything.
Well, the clock is having a little bit of a problem right now. I don't know if it's 50 seconds or if it's 10 seconds. The enchanted crystal arrow flies out and it connects.
Still connects, but I think they're just going to be able to... Oh, Thanos died. Wow.
C9 falling back as Lyon find their pick and Berserker hits his target dead on.
Yeah, the snipe from downtown and the assist to the pillar from Inspired.
Uh-oh.
To keep him there and make sure that it hits. Now, C9, 4v5. Can they pull it off? They're hoping for a steal. They're hoping to create some chaos here and get a soul out of it.
The only ultimates left up are Inspired Subjugate and Sven's Golden Eclipse.
I think they're just going to drop it.
They back
Too
away.
risky.
They don't want anything else to do.
Too risky.
4v5, they don't want to risk it.
I mean, this was just an incredibly risky spot for Thanatos to be recalling in. He's recalling in that side brush with them around, gets spotted by Saint. I'm not sure if he already knew he was in there or if it was just him kind of walking up and sussing him out that he was in that brush, but he finds him, and that ends up costing C9 their chance at Soul for now. Of course, they are going to be able to get another crack at it later on.
What a crazy game, man. 49.9 to 50.0, 1,000 gold. This one could not really be much closer, as we'll take another look at how Thanatos got caught here.
Spotted. He got spotted walking in. He tried to like loop around, but he was still in vision, I'm pretty sure. I would want to see the vision from the very start.
Too.
Yeah, so that to me was a mistake from him. That's just a lazy recall. He wanted to base TP back with hysterics, but gets caught, and that is a punishing lazy recall. And now Lyon are on the Baron here. They're going to try to force.
Okay, Thanatos has
I don't know about this from Lyon, you know.
He's got the extra shield. Baron still at about
Yeah, I'm not sold. I think now that you got the TP, just take that.
Half health, but he eats all of the super tasty honey fruits, gets himself back away as C9 continue looking to try to find a pick as Lyon.
They've got mid prio, no bot prio. The bot wave kind of, I think it's going to bounce back slowly. So that'll need to be dealt with in about a minute for C9. Unless actually it's stacking, it's really hard to tell. I think it's pushing out. Looks like it's pushing out. Well, it's going to push out now anyway because Saint's down there.
To sweep away some of that, but both of those wards still standing for now. Thanatos will sweep away the top one, but there is still this one little pocket of vision right here at the bottom side of this upper river.
And look at that damage from Sven. All the poking from this spell has been
swing and a miss.
Heavy. Solo laners definitely still at the top though, and we'll see about that fight over the approach to Baron. So far, Cloud9 doing a good job defending these wards, defending that vision.
And you can see the Sterix gauge for Thanatos now completed for the Renekton as well.
Oh, the timers on the HUD are still broken.
He really needs this if he wants to be able to survive in team fights, and now he's got it. Death's Dance also up for Dokla, gives a lot more survivability and drain tanking to the Zed.
Is this dark? This is all dark. Lyon don't have any vision here, right? Yeah.
And you can see Thanatos still on those brown bags, doesn't have the upgraded boots, so didn't have Merc Shreds or anything like that to deal with all of the CC that was landing on him. And was obviously pretty heavily punished for that. Sven just trying to step forward and flex on him. Look at Dokla.
Yeah, Dokla coming around from the flank, but meanwhile the fight has already started.
Are they killing Saint? No, Saint's out. Nope, Blabber is killing him. Thanos is alive. Can he walk out? Sven needs the base. Alright, sure. Ghosts blown mostly. Blabber did use flash. The gold is nice. Oh, I think Blabber just griefed. Can they do anything about this? Okay, hold. That guy's dead. Oh no. Oh.
He rebuttals. He gets the root onto Isles, but the solar snare just doesn't have the range to follow it up.
Okay.
Lion back away. C9.
It's kind of whatever. I think the important thing is that the carries held onto flash for C9. Saint lost his. Saint looks for his Vulcan and Sven in the one shot. He has to flash out, use all of his abilities to try and get out. Blabber gets him with the Q. And then on this turn, Thanatos can't really get the stun that he wants, probably onto Dokla. And then just this in from Blabber is just not... Yeah, it's just not good. And Berserker's amped up with a bit of movement speed.
And then it's just madness.
Yeah, the seismic shot from APA then answers the kill on the Berserker. Then they chase down with the Bruisers following afterwards. And the crowd is loving it. It is just back and forth between these two juggernauts of teams in the LCS finals. And we're back into the mid-lane flowers. We're back into the action.
And Saints right back between worlds. Sven's going to be the target, but he pops the rebuttal for safety.
Oh, Sven eventually still forced the flash. Can't tell when the dragon's coming up. I think it's about a minute and some change away.
By that CC. Still such a close game. Dokla moving into the bot lane now, seeing if there's an angle here after Thanatos. Should be able to tag him with the dreaded return. There it is. The Renekton under some serious pressure as he continues his retreat.
And that lost flash is honestly off of a little mistake there from Vulcan. He used the Mikhails early I don't even know what he was trying to McHale's there, but it was just like a slow or something like that. So once the McHale's is used,
no, I think Lyon are on 1. I don't think it's been broken for that long.
That is going to be a big deal potentially.
I think Lyon are actually just on 1 Drake.
And they're going to teleport in. Phase checking into the darkness.
Oh.
Reaver's wall. Not going to find a whole lot. Lion still trying to back
Saints
away.
on the... Oh, I hate this. This looks horrible for C9.
Inspired clearing out some of the vision here in the banana.
No, 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 no,
Very
no.
important when you're fighting around a dragon. All 5 alive on both sides. Saint still far away, back by the chicken pit on the Lion jungle. As Thanatos wants to step forward.
Thanos. Is Sven okay? No. Or is he? Thanos just killed Berserker kind of by himself. And Inspired is dead. Hold. Can we get a bit of a run now going? Oh my god, Dokla! Good flash from APA. They're going to have to kill Dokla and make him res. That's the annoying thing. Sven, really good riposte. Really good riposte, but it's so much HP to come back from Dokla. Oh, the root doesn't connect. That might be a problem.
Dokla's still very healthy. C9 might have got the extra kill, but their health bars are blinking red.
Lion tried to flank around and put extra pressure onto Sven and try and punish this.
TP's coming back. Hopefully with APA, C9 can just kind of force them out. But Lion don't want to give this a free. It's Soul. I think they're going to have to. I don't know. They can't. It's really tricky. I think that's it. They should get Soul now.
There's no chance to contest here with a smite, and that is Hex Tech Soul for C9.
Let's go.
These fights are
Timers are fixed in the top left as well.
This late into the game, it's on a knife's edge. Watch this attempted flank from Saint as he tries to get past Blabber. He's able to, but on the other side, it's Sven getting targeted. It's him retreating, but it was Berserker dying so early on, thanks to Thanatos.
Huge stuff there. And
Can't believe Thanos is allowed to just kill Berserker in the backline like that.
Because of the overcommitment there into the attempted dive, Dokla can get back up with the passive, but as you know, nobody else does get chased down. They kite it out nicely. Isles as well, the Seraphine ult going over the top. He was trying to follow the play onto Sven, but it didn't hit anyone.
God, look how strong Dokla is.
About how it is so hard for the Renekton to find efficacy in these late game team fights. I'd say right there is about the best effect you could have. Killing Berserker at the very start. You saw the frustration on his face.
Oh god, they're just hitting Nash. Dokla's on bot. Does he have TP? We need the pip to drop. Does Dokla have TP? He does. Okay, they want TP. They've got it. Oh, Sven has decap? Oh my god. Okay, he's... Oh god, wait, Blabber. He got knocked up by Nash. Dude, are we for real? He's going to walk right back into Saint as well. Oh, no. Oh, it's a horror. And Sven's on the front line somehow. They killed Saint. It's Saint for Sven. If they can just walk out. Oh, Thanatos. I think Thanatos is dead. Can he get a double dash? Okay, maybe he's alive.
C9 managed to clear their retreat.
All the ults are down except for
no, Blabber got griefed by the Nash. It knocked him up. That's really not even his fault. It knocked him up and then he got hit by Ash Arrow and Aurora combo.
That's the biggest poke for C9 here, and they still have so much consistent DPS.
They've got Hex Soul though. C9, they've still got Hex Soul.
Trying to just secure that one real quick, but the Baron is slowly losing HP, down to about half right now. Remember that Thanatos does not have the dominance ready to go.
Dokla's being slowed. Oh, he's owing in. Oh, the bubble! It's a two-man bubble into two-man Vaiku! Holy shit, Vulcan! Blabber! And APA got stunned! He can't do it! Oh no! Oh! No! Is the Subjugate just gonna kill him? Oh my god. Sure.
And barely being able to get the kill early. Trundle gets so big of a heal off of a dying champion, and that means Inspired's back to full health here after the scrap, getting the Baron on top of it. Look how close this is.
Okay, everyone hold.
So this is the later fight that we did have here. So Blabber's going to go through the portal to try to get in behind them, while the rest of Lyon are just chasing after Thanatos, who has no ult. So he's going to try to just go in and get this damage down on the Berserker, but he's losing on that side. And over here, Dokla and Inspired are just lasting so long through APA's damage.
And Cloud9 are saying, hey, burst down Dokla before he can stack up his passive here. And then they're chasing Inspired to finish him off. But look, so close. They can't get the kill. And then he gets the big heal. They chase them down. Berserker
man.
Also, he hits hit with this bubble and then barely can toss out on the Nami wave as well. And they know the Baron is theirs after that scrap.
To me, so much of the fight, though, was decided before that. With the play
so much of this is just mechanically nuts.
Gets Blabber incredibly low in the Baron pit. Then Blabber tries to retreat out through that tri-brush, but Saint is there waiting for him, takes his GA away from him, and Saint got so much done in the early stages of that fight. It created chaos. Sven is trying to run away. Sven dies super early, and he is so much of the threat from Cloud9 on this kite back comp that they're trying to play.
Yeah, in that fight, Lyon playing their ranges really well. You know, Ash Arrow from Berserker, stunning up Blabber so they can poke damage, and then slowly moving in. What a tense series, what a tense game. And it is Dragon Soul on the side of Cloud9, but Baron on the side of Lyon now after that latest victory.
We have all of the big ticket items, you know, that are already through or are now coming through. APA just completed his death cap. Remember, he has the actualizer as well. So watch out for that second activation of that rock throw. That big rock with the actualizer and the death cap does insane damage.
Hexsoul versus a 3,000 gold lead plus the Baron that you mentioned, Kobe, for the next 75 seconds. But critically, about a minute and a half from now, the Elder Dragon will spawn. And I can't help but feel like this game is going to come down to the battle for that objective. It is desynced from Baron. We're not going to get a trade of super buffs. This is going to be the whole game, it has to feel like.
And Berserker just got his GA, so that is going to be so much more difficult now for C9 as Inspired just walking in very confidently here.
Oh, Ash Hour APA. Oh, he had cleanse. He had cleanse.
APA, though,
he had cleanse.
He has the cleanse on his Talia with the Summoner Spellbook. That's why he didn't feel pressured to need to use the flash. Even if the arrow hit him, he still would have been fine. Less than 60 seconds until the Elder. Lions still have the Baron, so they still control the tempo of the lanes. The map is still very dark for the Cloud9 side as they'll have to approach this bottom side river.
And critically, Flowers, the cooldown on that Ash Arrow is also less than 60 seconds, so that's why he just throws it out there. He's going to have it back up for another attempt. As we see the big dragon arriving to the rift shortly. And man, walking through darkness is so scary. But Cloud9 trying to deal with the mid lane pressure first.
God, this is spooky.
And you can see that Inspired, he loves going towards these support items later on in the game. He has the Knife Thou, and it's actually linked onto Dokla here. That is kind of the Bash Bros up at the front. He knows that Dokla is so strong and is trying to help the Drain Tank.
Okay, Cloud9
APA needs help. APA is dead. It's over. It's just, yeah, they were just in a straight line on mid lane. Yeah. Oh, Berserker loses his GA. Oh my god, what the? How OP is this Lyon champ? Oh my goodness me. Lyon are 2-1 up. Lyon are 2-1 up.
They're making their way straight through the enemy base. The Elder itself is not required.
Oh, guys. It can't happen again. It can't happen again. It just can't happen again.
Goes in with the teleport, so confident, straight in onto APA, hits the dread of
it can't happen again, guys.
Flash, but it doesn't matter because now he can't get back over the wall. He's pillared in. He's knocked down. That is the
it can't happen again,
that
guys.
Is a huge play from Dokla, and Lyon now match point.
It's a big Dokes angle for me. Lounge, what do you guys think?
Inject that into my veins. That is such a nervous game. Raz, that is
God
such a nervous
damn.
game.
My palms are sweaty for them. For both of them.
Okay, the fact that that was so close, though, is crazy because what happened in the jungle, and we've had our team pull the comms from what happened early in the game, which I think is very important. Let's check in on that now.
Okay.
I need to do 3 camps and go into our bot side, guys, bot lane, okay?
Yeah.
Because I pushed her out. I need to secure my top camps.
So you want to push this?
But it's really hard for Vi, she's weak. I just need to secure these camps.
Oh,
so
we saw Vi.
Okay. I'm running after.
I think Trundle's on the back end.
Surfing? Okay. No.
Yeah, I think Trundle's on the back end right now.
Surfing's still missing. But they were deep in jungle Blabber, I think, or something.
Okay. Oh, wow,
I'm gonna take a base Blabber.
Yeah. He's on wolves.
I could. Oh, Vi here, I'm fighting.
Okay, you fight one way on. Talia here.
She flashed, I'm flashing too.
Okay, I'm going. No,
she has Q.
Okay.
No flash, has Q.
Yeah, she's there. You want kill?
Yeah. Can I get?
Ranked in tournament.
Wow, GJ.
Two things to notice. Blabber did not know he was on vision. It was
Wow.
a flip. It was like an eighth of a second in mid lane. But then to me, it's crazy
Wow.
he said he's on Wolves and he still goes in.
Chooses
when
to.
he's going to go. That to me is just a bad Blabber decision that is becoming too common in high-pressure games. But the game was still close after that, Raz.
It was. Even with Soul being picked up from C9, they're still fighting for Elders. So they're look at the vision. The vision right now, this is their perspective. They want to hard push mid and walk in as a team. So I'm just showcasing this one because if we could speed it up a little bit, it's the TP that comes through from Dokla. You can also see Aurora coming in from the side. Like,
guys, you heard the comms. Yo, whoa. Guys, we heard the comms. They literally thought they were on opposite sides of the map to each other. Guys, we heard the comms. They literally thought they were on opposite sides. Do you want me to replay it? Guys. Blabber thought that Trundle was bot. Trundle Inspired thought that Blabber would be bot. They literally thought they were going to be like on opposite sides. Yes, like he saw the Wolves being hit. If you want to question mark the going over the Wolves, but even then, what he's probably thinking is the Wolves are going to be like, what do you call it? The Wolves are going to be in a position where they can like 50-50. And I think that's okay. I think that's fine. If you don't think that's fine, I think you kind of... I just disagree with you not thinking that's fine. I don't even think the blast cone is crazy. Can we not clear our own jungle? We have one Krug camp that we think is probably gone. And if you're Trundle, if you're a jungler and you see your Raptors are gone and you see your red is gone off that invade, mind you, he thinks his whole topside quadrant is gone, right? He thinks his whole topside quadrant is probably gone. Though he sees Inspired walk off this way. But if he sees Inspired walk off this way, then here's what he's going to think. He's going to think, oh, he's going down into the bot side to clear red and to clear chickens. So Blabber thinks that the top side is free to invade, but it isn't, because Inspired decided to do his top side. Yes. Now, at this point, on this timer, in Blabber's head, he's thinking, Wolves are probably still high enough for me to maybe, like, smite and win. Now, do I think he should play it like this? Blast cone and Q over the wall? I think it's kind of insane. That said, walking around the wall is actually the bad part. Walking around the wall to try and fish for the thing is the bad part. He still dies? No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to die. He gets lucky. Going over the blast cone and Inspired isn't immediately there. Going around the wall is the bad part. But even then, there's no guarantee that the exact pixel that Inspired is standing on is the one where my mouse is right now, and Inspired just gets to right-click forward immediately and kill Blabber. Right? Like... And again, we kind of did... I think at one point, we did get a POV of Blabber on the invade, or am I misremembering? Did we get a POV for the invade? I swear we did. Or was it in the replay? Up here. Yeah, I think the invade is fine. Again, look. We have the exact POV. Well, we have fog. He sees these little wolves. He thinks the big wolf is here, where this is. The big wolf isn't here. Trundle's here, with no big wolf. That just is what it is. That just is what it is. That just is what it is. IMO. I think this invade is a lot less troll a lot less troll than you guys think. I think this invade is a lot less troll than you guys think. Can you look at the Baron fight? Yeah. Wait, do we still not understand that? Do we still not collectively understand what happened? Hold on, before we look at the Baron again. But I don't think. I think there are still some people that are confused. Off the invade, right? Off the invade. Blabber thinks that Inspired is bot. Because he comes off the red buff and doesn't go to Krugs. So, Blabber walks into topside. But Trundle walks into topside and just starts clearing. And Inspired thinks that Blabber is just going to handshake and do the bot side camps because he has no vision. But then they see him on mid and they're like, oh, okay, I guess. The blue buff is gone, and then Inspired pulls the wolves all the way just on the off chance Blabber invades, and then Blabber like clicks the worst possible path possible. And because he just happens to take too long, Inspired's already done with the camp. That is what it is. Baron. Where's the Baron? Can anyone remember the rough timestamp? It's a bit hard doing this on Twitch, because Twitch buffers like a motherfucker. It was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, look at this. Oh my god, how insane is this? Look at this. Knock up into the Aurora combo. Bro, how... Oh, I would be livid. Oh my god, I would be so angry. Oh my god, I would be so angry, actually. I would be so angry. Oh my god, bro. Oh, because it's like, okay, is he probably still going to eat the Aurora combo? 9 times out of 10, yes. Is it completely fucked up that, like... is it completely fucked up that he then has to eat the Ash Arrow? He could have moved, man. Bro, when you're hitting Nash... No, I hate this he could have moved nonsense. When you're hitting Nash like this... There is not a lot of time to react. You're telling me you're looking at the whole game and this little marker comes underneath your feet and you're reacting immediately? I just don't believe you. I don't believe you. If you think he could have moved, I want to see your op.gg. I want to see your rank. If you think he should move off that, I want to know what rank you are. But that's so fucked up regardless. And then he walks into a... I'm not, but man, if I'm getting paid for it, I better. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. We're gonna do a thing here. That's gotta be rage bait. That's gotta be rage bait. We're gonna let you slide, bro. We're gonna let you slide. This is your first time out here. We're gonna let that slide. But no more rage bait. No more rage bait.
All the ults are down except for Zahen, except for Dokla. He can have a big...
What's Dylan Falco's rank?
To officially join the team and play any game. Bringing in Dokla at the last second, and now Dokla performing so well for them.
Actually, tell me why he queues into Aurora after. Oh, I can't explain that. No, that's grief. That like, yo, hey, look. I'm not like a senseless fucking moron here. Like, I don't know why he did that. Yeah, no, I saw it. I appreciate that, Teddy. Could I make one request? Can I make one more request? We probably like triple AB thumb test. could you get who makes first stand or like who goes first stand or something like this if it fits? That's the only thing I'd say. Or maybe I could just make that the title, couldn't I? I could make that the title. I'll probably make that the title, actually. Never mind, you don't have to do that. I'll make it the title instead. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a bit too long. Yeah, cool, no problem.
The AD in the lounge, if you didn't watch the segment, even got to watch back and listen to the comms on what was happening in that early jungle pathing from Blabber. We made the assumption that he thought Inspire was on bottom camps. That was true, but he spotted Inspired, knew he was there, then used his Q, then blast coned in on a Trundle who has red buff. And you're never going to win that. 1,000 times out of 1,000, you lose that. There's no outplaying it. You don't even have your spell, and even if you do, you still lose that 1v1. So to me, that spoke to a little bit of tilt or a little bit of frustration. And APA, back-to-back games, getting solo killed in situations where you would not expect him to die, definitely did hurt. And they got put down pretty early in both those games as a result.
Yet still, the back and forth has been exciting here. The back and forth has been so close, fighting over some of these positions. And let's see if this game will be more of the same. I think
it's time, gentlemen. The draft will be starting in a second.
We want 5.
So I definitely do. You saw the fans in the audience with the signs cheering for Silver Scrapes. And anybody who wants Silver Scrapes wants C9 to fix what's wrong with this communication.
We want Sosa.
Talking about because games number 2 and 3 clearly had a lot of problems like you're talking about with the invade. Game number 2, you think back to the APA gets solo killed and then they go for the 2-man invade at the enemy chickens right after, immediately lose that one too. It has been some blunders on the Cloud9 side, but you've got to wipe that away. You've got to come into game 4 with clear eyes and a clear head so that you can bounce back and take us to that 5th and final game.
Absolutely agree. So we'll see if they're going to be able to do that. But even ignoring some of the early game mistakes, C9 were in a position in that game where, yeah, it had been very close, but they had Hextech Soul with a poke comp, with this composition that you would think would really run the rift with that. But it was Lyon that made the big play. They were playing composition that, we were thinking is going to have a lot of trouble engaging because there's the Mel, be able to block the Crystal Arrow.
That is the draft.
But Dokla just found
hey.
an angle to decide the game.
We want the draft.
And the angle was straight at APA.
Yep.
And he ran him down. All right, let's... Oops, I believe.
And not just APA. That was APA to Leah. That is one of the champions that normally everybody spends the whole series trying to keep away from him. And that was a Lyon win.
Big for Fearless Flowers. Very big for our champion select that we are going to get into shortly here, just rearranging the order of the players in the lobby. And that is one of the critical things here as we get deeper and deeper into Fearless, because you are forced to show everything that you have been practicing. And this is where people assumed there would be an edge for C9, because Lyon have had to show everything the whole road here. They've had back-to-back eliminations. They're coming through the lower bracket. They got to win every single match that they have been playing to get here, and Cloud9 have had extra time. So let's see how deep those champion pools on Cloud9 go, and if they've got some tricks for deep Fearless.
I mean, I always love the Game 4s and Game 5s of Fearless the most, because I feel like, and I think I heard you talking about this on one of the past couple of days, Azael, rewarding players for having mastery over multiple different champions, I think is great for the game. I think it really showcases your skill as a player. It showcases mastery over so many different aspects of the game. And Game 4 and Game 5 is when you really get to reach deep down into those pools.
Lunara.
That's where the rubber hits the road
Annie.
as far as your champion pool is
hey,
concerned,
this is
right?
from games ago, bro.
If top laner
hey.
can play only tanks, but he plays them really well, and top laner B...
Why is Lux and Garen on stage? It's the Demacia season.
Rewarded, right? And when you get to Game 4, when you get to Game 5,
it's the
all of a
Demacia
sudden,
season.
all champions in one specific type of pool can run out. You are pushed beyond that. Bans can be really, really effective if someone is not comfortable going beyond that. So I do think it's really fun, and I love the strategy in Game 4, Game 5, where sometimes, especially if you've let some of these picks through, you can really just start targeting players instead of meta picks with your bans, right? You can say, you know what? I think this guy doesn't have a deep pool. We're going to actually triple ban him, even if that is not the meta, because now there's been you know, 6 mid laners already played. You throw 3 more bans, all of a sudden that's 9. Then you take first pick mid. Now he's 10 picks down.
Hello, Onk, with the golden tie.
Specifically talking about mid laners, I'm glad you used that as the example because APA is the guy.
Hey, Dom looks angry.
Triple banned,
Dom looks angry.
Games of Fearless. It literally happened today, right? And now we're at this game 4 where, yeah, Talia's permanently gone. Orianna, Azir, permanently gone. The one that's left up that still immediately comes to mind is Ziggs, but that's the one that everybody's always just like, yep.
Don't forget the Rise.
All right, they've been trying to update me on the champion select issue for the lobby.
Yeah, what's going on?
We are reorganizing. We're going to jump in and be able to get the champion select done and then get people on the correct sides because of the choices. So we're just a slight delay here to get into the next game.
Zane looking like he's in a good mood, though, and why not? He has been crushing it so far in playoffs and in this series.
And against someone who's been trash talking it. So is that not the best feeling?
It is the
when
best
someone
feeling.
else, you know, starts it and starts talking, and then you get the upper hand.
So my rule for solo queue was always, I'm not going to type first, but as soon as somebody types something toxic, I type out the exact same thing down to capitalization and punctuation.
Unless they're saying some words that he's not allowed to say.
And, yeah, unless it's something absolutely heinous.
Sometimes you don't want to repeat those words.
But as long as it's nothing absolutely heinous that I'll get banned for,
I think he's really angry at Blabber.
That's how you get him.
Well,
you could see it.
Wait all the way till they were killing the Nexus.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but because someone said it, I kind of cracked. I'm sorry. It does look like he's a bit angry at him, doesn't it?
Beginning of this champion select, and hopefully we'll go all the way through.
Double Enchanter bans to start off 4C9, as I'm sure we'll get this up for you momentarily. But Renata and Emilio as the 2 bans, pretty atypical. But to me, that is a nod towards the fact that, you know, we have.
Here we are, finally, game 4 draft.
We've already seen Lulu, Seraphine, Nami, Karma, a lot of these Enchanters coming through, and a lot of times it's Lyon playing them. So they're saying, you know what, you can't play Enchanter, you can't play this scaling thing. Let's try to push you off it, put Isles on an engagement.
Okay.
Where maybe
Well,
feels he can outperform.
Rise is the champion that's still up and on my mind. Ziggs is almost certainly going to stay banned for Lyon. That would be my expectation.
And that's not changing in game 4.
But of course, the Rise does open you up to the Anivia and the Cassiopeia. So I'm not sure if anyone really feels like it. And Jarvan's still up.
Those two definitely.
I'd say the immobile, like the real immobile ADs are out. The mids that can deal with Jarvan are also out. So Jarvan might be the highest priority jungler on the list now.
We talked about this even at the beginning of the season on the dive, where the role quest to me made it so I think Enchanters just are better, point blank period, because you get such an injection of gold. And
There's
Enchanters
Ziggs.
scale way better than these tank supports. When you're on multiple items, they can truly change the game.
I think
and
it's
clearly in
Jarvan.
the finals, I mean, just look at the support champions played, right? You know, 4 out of the 6 are Enchanters.
And there's also Sion
Prio.
Prio. They're just going to slam Rise. Wow. Okay, well. Saint will
really
probably go Anivia.
Like you said, Kobe, we have to kind of expect that Anivia or potentially the Cassio to come out.
Exactly. The two kind of big answers. I think that Anivia is better.
I think Sion as well is really, like, Trundle's out, the other tanks are out, Rumble's out. I think Sion is really good. Jarvan J4 here, I think you could, and it's a really just good, or Cassio, yeah, like.
Rise gives you a lot of things.
That's a long way to travel. Shout out to you.
Yeah. Rise gives you a lot of things. It gives you some good clump damage for team fights. It also gives you some side.
I mean, it was always going to be the answer, right? That's just the reality.
Rotating over to those fights, and Lyon do opt to go for the Cassio.
Yeah, there's the Jarvan like we expected.
Jarvan here, one of the primo jungle picks that can.
So now at this point, what does Blabber want to do? Wukong, I guess. Wukong is up, but it's into Cassio, so that's always going to feel a bit painful.
I'm kind of thinking we might just get Wukong.
Is it Wukong Sion?
Has not yet been played, and it is one of those. You know,
is it just Wukong Sion?
Popular, so would make sense here.
But then you're putting Thanatos on Sion. Oh, okay, Bard. Okay, I like this. Bard is good. Bard is good.
I think it was second phase though last game.
Yep.
And so now
Bard is
Vulcan
good.
Gonna be able to play this. They target the Enchanters. They ban those out. So I think they're really hoping that they are.
I actually also think now Sion is really high value for Lyon, because now you can ban away Gwen, and then that's it. There's not really another annoying champ left up for Sion, is there? Like, even the Aatrox answer is gone.
Like Bard could put so much pressure on people's flashes
from the jungle pool.
You already started out with the Rise. You have the Bard on top of it now.
I think you just need to ban Gwen, and then you ban maybe one AD you don't want to deal with. Unless there's another champion out of Thanatos' pool, maybe Yorick.
like Gwen or Fiora or whoever you're thinking about.
Fiora, Vayne, Camille, just anything weird you don't want to deal with, yeah.
Really try to get an uneven matchup down there on the bot lane. They need to get Sven going. They haven't been able to do that so far this series. At least that's what I'm expecting.
And the Scion also feels even better considering just last game Inspired played
I think you definitely ban Gwen first.
Typical picks that's really good into Scion to sap his tank stats, but just not possible anymore. Yeah, dude, you're really putting brainworms into fans with these jungle words. You were right. Your brain was working correctly when it came to the ban predictions.
The voices, the worms, you know, they're telling me the right things.
Sometimes the worms know what they're talking
about. You gotta trust the worms on this one, Flowers.
Yeah, Scion does get to farm W stacks, but then also like Yorick does kind of get a relatively free side lane. It's weird. It's like back and forth.
If it works, it
Zeri.
Well, the Gwen's banned away, but instead of going after more of the
No, not Siri. Not Siri. Don't freeze the fucking.
Remove the hyper carry Zeri from the pool.
Yeah, they're like, we know you're still gonna go for it. Look what they have. They've got a Scion frontline already with Cassio Jarvan. You're like, you are building your 5-on-5.
Chill would be good to Thanatos here. Yeah, kind of agree.
C9, Berserker had about 70 pentakills on Zeri while he was on C9, so not going to be giving him that late on into this series.
Sivir.
And the last ban from Lyon here will be the Sivir. And where does C9 want to go with the last one? Are we
I think Berserker will take Lucian here.
At more AD carries?
I think it's more bot lane, whether it is AD carry.
I think C9 need to ban Lucian.
I think C9 have identified that has been the issue.
I think C9 need to ban Lucian.
Really get online, and APA and Blabber haven't been having a great series, so I think they are going to emphasize that.
Rakan.
You can see on the other side, it is.
I think it's Lucian.
Sivir's being targeted. Rakan's being taken out. That obviously is supposed to be.
And maybe some bullshit like Braum.
So you're taking out all these enchanters, so many of the
or something just really out there.
We're gonna have to see
you
something new.
could go Kalista.
Yeah, and there are
oh, Kaiser's up.
like,
What?
You know, Janna
oh, yeah, sure.
Those are way less frequently played.
Yeah, okay.
Kaisa, then we do have
oh my god, yeah, go.
As well as dive here, follow up. This is much more follow from the back.
Also fine. I think they're saying, we think you're going to go Jhin. I think that's what that hover is.
I guess they're just hovering other possible options for the follow-up.
Poppy.
Poppy W, okay. Maybe try and keep the Wukong at bay.
Yeah, and this is going to be a support Poppy, obviously. That does mean the 2v2 is going to be tough. I do think you are
holding Berserker's pick.
The 2v2 when you're going up against
very interesting.
Yes, you can have pretty good gank assists.
What does Sven play, by the way, here? Like,
and you can see Berserker was
Caitlyn?
covering the 2 picks that they were kind of
Smolder.
expecting. Smolder would be pretty hype. I actually feel like Smolder can be pretty good here. Can answer the Jarvan.
Yeah, okay.
You know, does
I hear it actually. I don't hate this as an angle. I think it's a better angle than people would actually kind of. I think I like this. And we actually get Rek'Sai out Thanos. That's fine. Oh, dude. Oh, Berserker. Go. Go. No. That Kog'Maw, that champ, really OP. Here, maybe into Wukong Bard, maybe not so good. Kai'Sa, okay, we get the boring answer. Alright. This could be it. I mean, I think these drafts are still relatively close.
Rek'Sai is just worth so much less than the Scion later on, so you have to dominate the lane.
And Rek'Sai, Ryze both end up with a ton of health. Wukong ends up with
Let's see how things plan out.
Kai'Sa with Dusk and Dawn.
They pick 2 more dashes into Poppy. I don't think
once that W goes over 100 AP,
Smolder E doesn't proc Poppy W.
Primes your Dusk Dawn proc. The next 1 auto attack applies the remaining 2 plasma stacks.
I don't think the Smolder flight, I don't think it pops on Poppy.
And
that's not a dash.
doesn't like playing into Poppy teams either. The W is really annoying for the tunnels.
Can't dig a hole.
It's very
Yep, Lion draft is definitely easier to pilot at the end of the day. I don't think C9 are in a horrible spot draft-wise, but
I think C9 are going to have to put some pressure on some side lanes with this. If they can get some advantages
Let's
early,
see how things go.
Like we talked about with Ryze and Bard ultimates, and if the Rek'Sai is going to have early pressure, that might be their way to get their advantages and then move in towards the rotations.
So a little update, we are going to have to remake.
Yeah, they have to remake the champ select.
So basically the players were on the wrong sides. So they were on the side of, like, in the old days, first pick. So I guess they were on the wrong side. It was kind of disjointed there. So are going to have to go back through that one more time to make sure that they are on the right side of the map, you know, not just first pick, last pick, but blue side, red side, as that is obviously changed this year with the new first selection process, as it's called.
Okay, so while they remake that, let's talk about something that we were talking about before we got into Champs
It's always been the issue with LCS. The team doesn't play in forever, so they end up unpracticed on stage.
How do you think a clean...
I think in this weird way it swings both ways because you get loads of practice, but then you don't get a lot of stage games. So it sort of depends. Like there's definitely a balance to strike. Like for example, in the LEC, because they had in the regular season, because they had 3 days of best of ones, they only get what 3 days of scrims. They're probably double blocking on those 3 days, or maybe they're doing like 2 double blocks, 1 single block. But obviously, you know, it's less practice than if you were getting more focused practice over the course of, let's say, 5 days, if you're only playing once a week. So, again, it swings in roundabouts. It swings in roundabouts. Some people get a lot better off the stage games, other people's don't, or other teams don't. Just really depends. And at the end of the day, the other annoying thing about this like kind of conversation is, you know, different environments, different people, different staff, changes how things operate. Can they just get them in the right order? No, it's a lot more. the Tournament Realm client is very different to how people think. So what they probably did was they heard, oh, I'm first pick, so they went on the left side, and forgot completely that that's not how it works. And there's like a select, like there's a button in the champ select, or like in the lobby that you have to hit, basically.
You have a lot longer before you can have the impactful gank. You need your level 6.
Double saying after the Sentinel series, they don't have real people to practice versus because TO and Lyon could all be potential opponents. The only practice would be tier 2 teams. I see.
For some of these ganks and for putting that pressure.
And I like the point you mentioned, obviously, that you can stack off as Poppy. It is such a difference maker. I played a lot of Smolder. You know, when you are playing against a melee champion that does not have snap engage, that is the most ideal champions to stack off of, right? When you're playing against range champions, you lose the trades. When you're playing against Blitz or Nautilus, you can't risk getting hooked. When you're playing against Poppy, Tom Kench, Braum, champions like this that are much less threatening on the hard engage, you walk forward, you get way more additional stacks. When you get the first 25, all of a sudden you're AoE stacking the wave. When you hit 125, all of a sudden you're stacking off the enemy players while you're hitting the wave. So, you know, it really does start to accelerate, and I do think that Sven here has been set up for success. C9 clearly came into this 4 bans towards bot lane, really want to do well in this 2v2, and I think the pressure is on Sven and Vulcan. They need to step up because your whole pick and ban strategy was to get you this kind of matchup. You gotta perform, or their split is over.
Yeah, and the pressure on Vulcan's Bard is going to be there. Last year, remember, Busio's Bard was always the one that came up when we're talking about NA supports. Busio's Bard, obviously incredible, but Vulcan's was also really, really impressive. A 99 out of 100 is still really good. It's just if there's a 100, that's not the highest grade in the class, right? So that's what I want to see from Vulcan. I need to see a 99 on this Bard report card because these Tempered Fates need to be on point. The bindings...
Why did C9 go on best of top Malphite jungle in game 1 when they had a free turbo counter in the Malphite into Gnar? I actually don't know. I did say this. A lot of people just don't play Malphite lane. Like, I think it's really troll. Like, Malphite into Gnar is one of the freest matchups in the game. Like, I see it personally. I think it's as bad as like Silas into Malphite. Actually, I think it's impossible to play as Gnar. The second you hit level 3, your lane is over.
We got the hot
you legit cannot play.
And we got the reindeer skin.
Yeah, I actually don't even remember what the Bard things are normally called because I just call them hot cocos because everyone uses that skin. Yeah.
What is this?
Did C9 win the Malphite game?
Well, we'll see that here in a little
I'm already forgetting. Chat, someone say yes or no.
Oh,
hello, Unk.
Thank you very much, Dom. Back
hello, Unk.
Here, and it's been fun following your journey with Blabber to junglers. What were you talking about with him between games?
Just creating stability in the early game. I feel like a lot of these games have had funny things happen early. There was an invade, and where we invaded them in game number 2, and then in game number 3 they invaded us, and I feel like the games just felt kind of off balance.
Speaking of instability.
So for me personally, it's just been about control the game, because when we're in these neutral states, we are stacking Drakes. Like we had Soul in the last game. So Lion's a team that likes to play slow, and I feel like sometimes we're trying to aggress too much or like capitalize on it too much, and I think that if we are just happy with the wins that we're getting and we're opting into these types of games, I think we'll be fine.
Well, I see an invade here coming in from Inspired. Was this on your radar with you, Blabber, talking about going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that Inspired is smart about. He's really good at pathing. That's like his biggest strength. And I think that he's just the type of player where if he gets control of a game, he won't make a mistake. He won't like in the
Oh
game
god,
at
he's
any
gonna
moment. So
he's
we
gonna
just
level
have to be,
3
like,
bot as well.
these types of trades.
Oh, he's gonna gank bot
They
insta.
might just run into each other here. So thank you so much, John. We're gonna throw back to the casters for the action.
He's gonna gank
Kangas,
bot.
I want to highlight 2 wards that are helping out with that. It was this mid lane
He's
ward.
behind him.
Hold on, Inspired is already making the play happen.
Man.
The tackle into the wall is there, and it's first blood. And it's
Oh,
on Berserker 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the game.
And we got to catch back up on all of that jungle information because
God
it was hugely
damn.
won by Lyon due to those early wards that I had just highlighted. They had perfect information on Blabber because both Dokla and Saint use their
Okay, well, the important thing actually
extra jungle
here,
advantage of information for Inspired.
those
to
Ven.
split the map against the Smolder lane that, guess what? You built everything, all your
Oh, hello.
hopes around here. So it's just really good team coordination. Lyon using their trinket wards, you know, to then be able to go split the map.
Berserker just got 6% stat. Blabber could be in that tri-bush. Well.
From Lyon.
I mean, it's just a disaster already for Cloud9, let's be honest.
Holy fuck, it's the Domfall.
I'm gonna go. Can you go?
Yeah.
My E's in 3. Yeah, go. Look at bot maybe. Yeah. Go bot.
I'm looking board, yeah.
Oh, you can be?
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Really good.
I don't have a ward. Yeah, and of course he's just predicting the flash there, so you know he's covering the other possibility, and they do get the kill.
And look at that. That is some proxying going on for Dokla. He's cleared out the wave, and he's just going to execute now and then go back to base. So he's saying, you know what? You drafted for this early game advantage. This is the best possible thing you can do as a Scion against Rek'Sai. You lose early, you lose all the trades, but you outscale so hard. So great. You fight the minions, I'll fight the minions. I'll see you in 20 minutes, buddy.
And I just want to always give top laners so much credit for doing early jungle wards. Because sometimes top laners can be stingy with their trinket ward timers.
You were looking right at me. What's up with that?
Selfish top laners. Well, you know, Flowers is a jungler. We're 2v1 up here.
Come on, buddy. Sometimes those brushes are just a little too dark.
But yeah, Dokla took the time to invest
Oh,
into
Inspired
the
is
drugs,
here.
and that gave Inspired
AP has the
full
flash.
confidence for the bottom lane play.
Now he's got the confidence for the mid lane play.
Buffer
as
through the
well.
Rune Prison.
APA might live to see another day, but he loses half HP and the flash, so the pressure is still on.
I mean, everything is just going so well for Lyon. You know, Cloud9 put their whole setup into getting this winning 2v2. They talk about, you know, Kangas is interviewing Dom, and Dom is talking about, yeah, we really want stability in the early game. As we're hearing that, Inspired is stealing away both of his camps, killing his bot lane that you drafted for the winning bot lane, and your top lane is getting proxied on, so Thanatos isn't even getting the winning matchup that you drafted for there either. So Lyon strategically have just felt like they're on another level today.
Yeah, Inspired looking stable. Very, very stable in this series. And in the previous game, we did bring up the
What Jarvan skin is this? Is this the Luna skin with a chroma?
This series, 6-1 in favor of Inspired.
How about that Inspired win rate all-time in NA? You know, quoting on 70% win rate. He's played with EG, with Fly, now with Lyon. 5 titles, 3 MVPs, a bunch of first-team All-Pros. This guy is just making everyone he plays with better. And it is undeniable with how many comms listen-ins we have heard. People talk a lot about, yeah, Inspired makes team better. He's a good shot caller. We are listening to it. He is playing the whole team. He is telling them exactly what he wants from them, exactly how he wants them to play it out. And it is working.
Yeah, I got to say, our production team has been smurfing it, getting a lot of the inside info for us.
Of production.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think it's funny, like, talking about Inspired, doing all this shot calling, kind of being the puppet master for everybody else on the team. Because the other person that comes to mind when I think about that, if you go back to the old school original roster of Cloud9, people always talked about Hyde and how he would do that type of shot calling for the whole team, how he would be the one masterminding all of the plans. And now, up against this modern iteration of C9, it's Inspired pulling all the strings.
I actually really love that point because shot calling
is Dokla dead?
I think, oh, Thanatos is going to look for a kill.
Yeah, forces a flash at least.
Yeah, going to be able to trade that flash. Dokla knew if he gets too low, you
Sven. Hey.
There. As Sven getting incredibly low, barrier has to be popped. Yeah, that hurts. I mean, Thanatos knows he needs to create action, right? This is just not a matchup you want to just farm in, but Dokla still has his TP and his ult, so you know he's just going to TP right back, be full health.
Oh.
And Thanatos
taking those 2 tower shots is a bit of a problem. I mean, at least he's going to drag the wave, so yeah. He will stack. He will stack in his way, but like, wonder if he wanted to proxy there. Oh, good from Dokla.
Cancel that now.
Does at least cancel the
well
recall.
played by both sides, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting though. Back to the shot calling point, I feel like that's something we used to talk about so much, you know, with High, with Aframu, with a lot of these guys who are the legends of the old LCS. And it is a good point that Inspired, I think, is making a name for himself in the same way.
Okay, nice stun under the wall there from
I
Vulcan.
don't think they have the damage.
Plenty of CC onto Isles, but not enough to threaten anything
Does
lethal.
Vulcan not have...
APA now backing away from the Miasma. Inspired is nearby. The Jarvan and the
Okay,
Wukong,
I would have
both
thought
junglers,
Vulcan had the
level
thing
6 here, despite
to
the
go
fact
through the
that
wall,
Inspired
but
made the early
suppose
play
not.
in the bottom lane that got Lyon their lead. Blabber has not fallen behind this game, and I want to see if this Wukong can find ways to get involved himself now that he has the Cyclone unlocked.
Yeah, they do come help for the mid lane push out there and grab the turret plate, but it costs a flash from Vulcan on bottom side. So
yeah, I thought he
we'll
had
see
portal.
if that ends up becoming a problem. Another wave pulled here. You know, you want to basically get them to focus.
Well, Sven is farming really well. He's 50 stacks already.
And you want it in towards the middle of the lane too, so that they are arriving at similar times rather than.
He's getting close to the 10 mark. Considering the lane has probably been pretty non-interactive, given how much the supports have been roaming, I think that's pretty nice.
Burn a couple extra minions, deny a little bit, and we'll see about the next consecutive play here because both junglers once again into their re-clears. But the Scuttle Crab is spawning towards the dragon. Bottom side Scuttle Crab here. And we'll see if they overcommit. Inspired actually just clearing up to his top side, and there's a red ward at his Gromp that I believe Thanatos left behind. We'll see whichever way Inspired does go. He's probably going to go over some vision from C9 because C9 do... Oh, that ward by mid lane just drops. So now he can sneak through a little bit.
And there's no flash on APA, so they were looking to see if there's an
Also
angle.
shoved
APA's
mid.
very far back though, so he's just going to get the push, be able to move over towards that skull, towards the dragon. And it's a good look towards APA, but this time not going to get caught without that flash.
And I like you can see there, as Inspired approaches the banana brush, he just immediately drops Golden Aegis just in case Blabber is waiting in that brush. He can slow him down and potentially set up a play as Sven is under pressure. Berserker here with a killer instinct.
Okay.
Mom roars through though, making sure Sven doesn't drop too low. Inspired, nice use of the Demacian standard to interrupt the recall from Blabber. Just kind of rock his
Drake
tempo
looks
there a
pretty
little bit.
free
And now
here.
Inspired will begin the first
I'd be
Drake.
very
There's a lot of DPS,
surprised.
though, so generally if somebody else is in the neighborhood, that can get a bit dicey.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Lyon probably
I think this is a
wanted
leash.
little
Blabber
bit
needs to
more
drop
out of
this.
their attempt
Oh,
at
Saint's
this.
kind of
Sven
basing.
held
Saint's
the
low on
spot.
mana. He's going
He
to
just
TP back.
uses his ult in
He'll probably
response.
TP on the
Inspired, though,
ward
is still sticking around by this dragon, even
that
though
APA's
his
on,
mid
maybe.
laner is,
No, they don't want to
you know,
flip it.
in-base
I mean,
looking
such
for
as Lion.
purple.
Like, this is just what they'll do.
Just pinging she wants to walk,
They never...
so-
Oh. Oh, I mean, that's barely a flip, is it?
Inspired, you know,
Like,
he takes the blast cone over the wall because he knows he can just use the EQ to get back to safety. There's not really an opportunity to steal something
okay.
right there. So C9's going to be
Nice
happy
and
to
easy
take
chill
that
take.
first break.
Yep, going to be feeling good about that. Thanatos did just proxy one wave base. You know, he's going to be working towards the Titanic. Almost guaranteed that it's pretty much the only thing people are rushing these days. But again, you know, Doka's gotten through that tough early game. He's at the point where you have enough levels, you have enough armor, you are chilling, and you're just killing minions and scaling up. So Thanatos, you can find effectiveness in the later stages of the game on Rek'Sai, but it's just way more difficult, right? You need to be able to get back in on one of these carries, find someone like Berserker and put pressure on him. That's the onus that is on you as the Rek'Sai, where Sion can kind of just walk forward and create space for the Cassio, and that's good enough.
Yeah, you look at Rek'Sai's skill set in big fights, and you're like, well, she doesn't die. Well, Sion also doesn't die, but he creates a ton of disruption and this just massive brick wall that nobody can get through. So Dokla set up in a good spot here.
Meanwhile, despite despite Vulcan dying in the earlier play with the jungle invading.
No, I doubt they did.
Sven is still
Jack,
stacking.
I doubt they
that
did.
was one of the main goals here. He's still been able to CS. He's still been able to stack very effectively. He has 80
I think a lot of teams in NA are generally probably pretty averse to picking up Inspired.
Pretty healthy,
If I'm to be frank, because from what I understand about a lot of the atmospheres, environments in NA, they're kind of, you know, they don't want to deal with a personality like Inspired. But this Lion roster was pretty much an almost entire rebuild, right?
So, everything is okay despite the very worrisome early start to the game.
Yeah, and we'll see how Sven can accelerate, because I think his pace is not super fast, but it's totally fine. It accelerates every time you get a new breakpoint, right? It's just easier and easier to stack. And once you get towards that Essence Reaver, you have infinite mana. You can constantly get higher and higher CDR and look to really ramp that up. So that's exactly what he's going to be trying to do. There's a lot of pressure on him as kind of one of those big, consistent damage dealers who's supposed to be built to deal with Dokla.
So one of the big differences in the current game state is items are fully completed for the mid laner and jungler of Lyon, but not of C9. The Rod of Ages is stacking for Saint, and the Sundered Sky is completed for Inspired. So these are some pretty big power spikes compared to just the components.
Power spike,
in
roll
the
credits.
inventories of their Cloud9 counterparts. Thank you, Isaac. The Kraken Slayer also done for Berserker's Kai'Sa compared to still just components for Sven's Smolder. So even though that gold lead for Lyon doesn't look like anything you're going to write home about, just 500, it's in the right places to create pretty big power spikes.
All right, Blabber going to go in. He's got the ward to see the red buff. We get a good old-fashioned
Blabber
fight
got it.
on the smite, and he wins it.
Blabber gets it, but meanwhile, here in the bottom lane, Vulcan is the target. Sven and Vulcan staying close
Okay.
enough to their turret.
Sven is just getting nice trades, nice stacks.
Stacking a lot here with these fights. You know, they're scrapping
Yeah.
over and over. And again, with the
And he's stacking
with
everything.
The champion select here, we're thinking he's going to have a lot of stacks.
Just got
and
Cull at 12 minutes
continues
too.
to keep it up.
Feels really good.
In the team fights, in the 5v5s, there's 3 melee champs, right? So if you are having these standoffs where you can hit Qs on multiple members, Ws on multiple members, ults across the whole team, that is such a big injection of stacks. You can see Thanatos is going to be constantly trying to heal up. Bramble is so popular for Silent in this matchup, but it never feels effective because all the healing is done while he's not hitting you. All the healing is done by the Rek'Sai while he is burrowed, where the Grievous is not actually applied. I obviously understand, you know, the thought process behind it, but it just never feels like it gets a lot of value to me.
Yeah, Bramble Vest having the disadvantage compared to the other cheap Grievous component items where those, you get to make the active decision, I will hit you, I will cast a spell on you, and that will proc Grievous wounds, whereas Bramble, you're kind of at the mercy of the other guy needing to bonk you first. So Thanatos is going to get another wave crashed into the turret as Blabber puts in the work here on the grubs. And I feel like normally we see whichever side gets the first dragon loses out on the grubs.
Whew.
This time though, C9's going to get all 3 grubs and the first Drake, so they're feeling good about the neutrals.
It actually got really close though, because Blabber didn't have smite. He had already used it on the earlier one, so I almost stole that last grub with an auto, which would have been pretty frustrating for Blabber.
That would have been pretty cringe.
It's key for Blabber because he's got enough for Trinity Force on his back too, so really nice back timing now. Trinity Force is expensive, but he does have it. So Wukong with Trinity Force completed, with Flash, with ult ready. Blabber is now ready to make some moves on the map. Let's see if the Monkey King can do it, because we're already getting different
Inspired.
assignments with Sven
Inspired is the kind of person that will not change.
After his Essence Reaver completion.
So yeah, I mean, Kobe probably just thought he based this. Is what it is. It's not a big deal.
APA is still fine. Still
No
does
big deal.
not have his Rod of Ages completed. Saint's already got a couple of stacks on his.
Looks
so
like
APA
Lyon are gonna
is
get
going to be
Drake.
behind in that
Sorry,
department.
top tower.
Miles and Berserker are still looking for more pressure onto the tier
Just
1
trade it
turret.
for the
They might just
tower.
look to go
What?
for the dive. Flash
Bardar?
into the tackle. Keeper's verdict knocking APA
No.
straight up into the
Okay,
air.
Vulcan didn't want to Bardar.
The greed was
I feel
his
like Vulcan can Bardar him there, no?
around. He didn't respect Berserker and Isles enough, and Lyon get their kill.
And they always do this. You know, he's always inspired, that is, trading. Yeah, Dragon is going to come up in a couple seconds, so they're already making the move up to the top side.
If he got first, I mean, yeah, sure, but like Bard can R him, man. Like from where he was, Bard can ult
They
for
play
sure.
to the top side. They drop. They're very comfortable dropping the first couple of.
One of them has to just press the button.
Look
I
at what your
don't know.
reward is. Berserker gets the tower. He is 1.2k ahead on this Kai'Sa. Huge threat.
Doesn't matter who does it. Like, guys,
I
one of
also
them
wanna get
just
a
press the button.
replay Of not even the dive, because I think that was actually less important, of when APA took a lot of damage and lost Ghost. Because to me, that was where the mistake was. Blabber was already on the other side of the map. They were already going to be playing towards Dragon. You know you are a weak side, and he was going in for these trades and lost 30, 40, maybe even more % of his health with that trade and lost his Ghost. The dive, there's not really anything he can do to survive that besides just not being there.
Man,
But I feel
APA
like
is
if
down
he's
a
at
whole
full
level.
health, he can maybe make something happen with that outplay.
1.7 thousand, 1.8k gold lead for Lyon now. Feels pretty good for them, but C9 do have both of the first 2 Drakes. APA finally stacking that Rod of Ages, but is multiple stacks behind. And here's the replay of how he lost the HP.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You know, you see them both. You're in their face, and almost 50% of his HP. He did have the potions running, so he obviously regained a little bit of that, but that was playing with fire.
Okay, the dive onto Dokla. The Scion is very tanky. Can C9 cut all the way through the health bar? Both Cyclones on the use. Thanatos has to pop the ulti to drop the turret aggro. That is one of the strengths of the
Berserker's
Rek'Sai,
getting
being
ISO
able
gold
to do
bot,
that with the
and
turret
Sven
dive.
cannot
Meanwhile, over in mid lane,
farm
Lyon
mid.
looking for some pressure of their own. Vulcan's Tempered Fate not going to find a target there, but it does buy enough time for Sven and Vulcan to survive.
And guess what? Where's Berserker? He's making money. Berserker on the bottom.
Loves money.
The bottom side of the map. Guess what? That's another turret into that Kaisa, guys.
Yeah, that is such a problem for C9. 1.6k ahead now. I mean, Sven has farmed well. Even on farm, you know, they died to that one gank, but so much gold going over to Berserker.
Are we going to 5? That's my question. This game state is really weird. I think it's a lot worse for C9 than it looks, but Smolder can bail them out. Smolder can bail them out. Smolder can bail them out.
So now is the critical.
Smolder can bail them out, and good bard play can bail them out.
And you're giving them to Cloud9. In the early
It's really on Sven and Vulcan. They need to step up.
These breakpoints, the actual completion.
They need to step up. Blabber and APA have just been a bit
He smelled something afoot. He does
not the same.
Before the play gets made is now Inspired takes a little bit of damage. Vulcan has to go on a magical journey, trying to get away. Flashes away from Berserker. Now Inspired down to 1/3.
Oh my god.
Enough firepower from C9 to try to finish him off. Realm Warp is going to send Thanatos forward, but he immediately has to turn back around. Tackle into the wall from the Poppy as Inspired goes in towards Blabber.
Oh god, Blabber. He doesn't have Cyclone. What? Okay. We're running him. Oh god, it's Inspired. Hey. Hey,
Madhouse here in the bottom lane, and only one dead on either side.
And the entire time, it was a 4v5. Wait, Saint's not done.
We're not done just
okay,
yet.
good stun.
Nice stun onto the minion there.
Inspired has blue smite though.
Thanatos still waiting, but
okay.
no HP. Sven has arrived into the fight. The tempered fate from Vulcan.
Hits the stun. Into the knockup. Hold. 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 It's being salvaged. Is this too much though? Is this too much? Sven's getting gold. Okay. Sven Vulcan, it's all you. It's all you guys. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, Sven, why barrier? Why barrier? Sven! Just die in peace. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey. Okay, 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 it's fine. Look, okay, we need replay first, okay? I thought this Rise R. Okay, so it's after all this. So Vulcan needs to back out. On the front line, Rek'Sai gets knocked back out. Vulcan's forced to flash, APA's forced to flash. But then this Rise R, I think, is just psychotic. I know you have Wukong on the side, but Wukong doesn't have Cyclone. Thanatos only ends up on top of Isles. There's no Cyclone here for the Wukong. Blabber just dies. Like, there's not much to say. But then look at this. He got Triumph healed. He gets Triumph healed because of Blabber's death. And then Vulcan can't really, like, I guess he can right-click the Kai'Sa if he really wants, but
no Cyclone for Blabber on that flank because they used it
I don't know, it's hard.
Way back when they killed Sion on the top side. So they were missing a lot of those critical tools.
And then that's the follow-up play. They chased
Vulcan and the extended though did such a good job.
He hit the Bard stun. He got the Bard tunnel.
Oh, Demolish as well. That tower's dead.
Lion players won a tier 1 tourney. For some of them, it has been quite a long time. For some of them, it has been never. You know, Saint has never won a tier 1 tourney. Isles, last time he won was back in OPL in 2020. Dokla obviously winning a bit more recently. Inspired winning just last time. But for a lot of these players, it has been a long time coming, and they are hungry for one of these wins.
Well,
it has to be Vulcan and Sven.
Away from taking that win here.
They have to salvage the game.
Grab their first Drake of the game. They will stop C9 stacking towards Soul. And once again, fellas, this is the third game out of 4 where 20 minutes hits the clock and we're a couple hundred gold apart.
It is crazy how close this is. Inspired trying to change that as they are looking for Blabber, and Isles is behind him.
Now C9 reinforcing their lines.
Sven is 195 stacks, by the way. 198. 199.
199 stacks on
He's close.
26 away
guys.
From that execute.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to highlight after that crazy long fight in the bot lane. Smolder is hitting you with ability after ability after ability. That is accelerating his stacking pace. He's going to be at 225 easily before the next dragon here. So that is when you really turn online. And when you get that rapid fire in and you're 225, you can have these standoffs where you are just Q poking with rapid fire over and over and over and forcing them to
You know what? Is rapid fire third the right answer? I think he needs LDR. I mean, I know he has a lot of base damage with like the burn and everything.
Or Poppy flashes on you, then you're gonna get plasma.
I feel like you need armor pen.
Not even mom can save you.
Not even mom can save you.
I think you need armor pen, man. I don't think you can afford to go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, They make play, and they can't go. They got the TP top. Oh my god, it's a party. It's a party.
This is a lot of teleports. It's looking like a Christmas tree up here in top lane as C9 sends the whole crew. Vulcan arrived even with the Summoner Spellbook to make sure that he could join the fight. C9 continue backing away for now. They don't want to allow Lyon to get any kind of a pincer attack.
Bot. Oh, he can't take the portal on that either. Oh no, guys. It was guys, the Poppy was posturing there for ages. Just take the long way. Yeah.
Turn around for the re-engage, but he's in the miasma, and he gets hit by the miasma. He can't get out of that. Then he's hit by the petrifying gaze. He's stunned up. He's knocked down. C9's 3 members trying to make something happen here, but Inspired is just going to They're looking for Sven.
There's the Keeper's Verdict immediately with Killer Instinct right after it from Berserker, and Sven falls. C9, another punish from Lyon. Another mistake from a C9 player results in another objective taken by Lyon. That gold lead that didn't exist just a minute ago is now plus 3K for the Lion squad.
That is huge. I mean, C9, they're struggling. They're trying to look for something. Maybe we get distinct recall, stop someone in the aftermath, but they just can't. Isles here, he put that ward. He walks back and he waits for Dokla and Saint to be able to follow. And then immediately flashes onto Vulcan, makes it look so easy. He's like, what are they doing walking against this wall? This is my territory. And Isles here starts it out. Wait a second, bottom side now. They're going to make play.
Yeah, they want to look for Saint yet again, but a flash away from the Cassiopeia keeps him alive for now. Dokla and Inspired ready to back up their mid laner as Thanatos is down to below 50% HP. Now Inspired
Thanos is out.
To the wreck side. Dokla creating a lot of space here on the front line, and C9 are in full retreat. Another snot bubble from Sven to try to slow everybody down. Realm Warp for
oh, hold on, Inspired had to flash. Okay.
Cyclone means Inspired has to use his flash getting back away.
Okay, hold.
Lion wanted to play, but they couldn't find the angle. Blabber cast the second Cyclone there to chip away a little bit of Dokla's HP. Less than 2 minutes on the clock until the Drake. Lots of skills being spent down here quickly. A couple of summoner spells as well, the biggest one being the flash for both Saint and Inspired.
Exactly, those missing flashes. So even though no one goes down, C9 do get out. They look for the aggressive play. I love the disengage.
Okay, the question is, do they want to fight next Drake or not? I feel like just drop and wait for Sven to hit item. They high key, like they need Actualizer, they need RFC and LDR. Just drop it, I think. See if you can get top tier 2 maybe. Do not fight. Do not fight this dragon.
Then they can soften up the front line and it won't be as threatening when they fully commit.
I know on the other side, like Cassio and Kai'Sa also scale as like hard too, but I think you need.
Boys. I love it. I'm loving every second of this finals.
You need it.
This has been by far the best series of our whole lock-in. I don't particularly think it's close.
Like this is 3-0s.
Yeah, this is just
Cloud9 was 3-0 a lot of teams early on.
Absolutely a great contest between these two, and C9 would love to take it to a game 5. C9, though, has got to get through a very fierce Lion squad. We've talked so much about how they've leveled up throughout playoffs, and I just have to reiterate it again. It was a team that people expected, that I expected, to need time to warm up over the year, to find their tempo, their pace, their synergy together. And it seems like the little bit of a break they had between Swiss and playoffs was all the time they needed, because they're looking clean.
I completely agree. I mean, I'll eat my humble pie on that one too. You know, I had them power ranked way lower than they're obviously going to end up. You know, I thought it was going to take them time to get going as well, but Lyon has just been incredible.
Okay, Dragon started up by Lyon. We talked about how it's big to have the Smolder 225 for the next Dragon fight, but even with that secured, C9 does not want to risk it here. So the second Hextech Drake goes the way of Lyon, and looks like they will not be able to secure the blue buff from the enemy jungle at the same time, but they're fine with that.
Crazy stat. So since Double Limb has been introduced in the LCS, a team from the lower bracket has never won. This would be the first time that has.
Oh my god, Azael! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up, bro. Shut up! Shut up!
You can kind of
hey! Actually, wait. If it's a curse, it's good. Wait. If it's a curse, it's good. Wait. Keep talking. Wait. Keep talking.
Trying to hover for him. He does get visual.
Isles with the tackle into the wall, but nobody's there to follow it up. APA
Why did APA path like this? I guess it's fine. The Bardar hit no one. And that guy managed to buffer out. Insane. Wait, can Saint die? He's flashless. He's flashless. Can they kill him quickly? They don't want to even risk the heist. I see. Saint was allowed to walk out of the Dragon Pit. He was allowed to walk out of the Dragon Pit versus Bard, Rise, and Smolder with no ult. That's awesome.
Berserker is solo pushing the bot wave afterwards.
Ah, yeah.
Is a problem.
It starts with a Sharks! Sharks! Curse Lion! And my life is you! Please! Speed!
He knocks them up. He buys time for everyone to pile in. And all of a sudden, all of the Lion members are there. And C9 are sent scattered to the winds.
Lion never hesitate because they're all on the same page. They're all listening to Inspired. We hear it so many times on every listen-in, every comm, and they immediately go for it. They full send. They're rewarded again. This gold lead is 3K, so there are still rays of hope for Cloud9.
We need a Nemesis tweet. We need a Crowny crash out. We need a nuke crash out on the timeline. Just anything, please, 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 bro.
And earn themselves a little bit of a health lead before one of these quick engages goes off, but that's very difficult.
I'm more surprised at the mid diff this split. Like I just feel like APA is just really underperformed today. Jungle matchup, I like cool, whatever. Like Inspired is Inspired, right? Like I think we can all agree on that, but I feel like APA has been playing so well up until today. Like this is just unequivocally his worst performance of the split.
Opting for more damage, and it's because he has the ability to fire onto Thanatos and Blabber and APA, and he's jumping in against Thanatos, his target this time, as the
Thanos is dead.
Pours through, and the Rek'Sai can't do anything. Meanwhile, C9 can barely knock Dokla below half HP. Lyon just walking away with that free kill.
And this is the thing that makes the gold lead lie to you a little bit, is that Dokla is worth so much more than Thanatos at this point. On one side, Dokla is just absorbing all of the damage, forcing the flash out of Sven, and on the other, Thanatos is just getting killed off so quickly.
Whoa.
Dokla still alive.
Kind of a crazy flash, huh?
Does not want to attempt too much
kind of crazy, to be honest.
Execute threshold of the smolder, but Lion are sitting everybody except
Sven doesn't have flash. I don't know. This just feels really hard to play.
Seconds before Thanatos is back alive, and even once he respawns, look at the teleport timer. It's in black and white, so it's hard to tell, but there's still a lot more than that 10-second death timer on it, so it's not possible for him to immediately join.
Oh, APA.
APA's got to be careful here.
They're gonna get his flash. No, surely. No, don't want it. Okay.
And C9 walk it off.
Isles doing his best acting over there by the Baron. Come on in! You know,
we're hitting it, I promise.
We're for sure doing this. But despite the acting there, it doesn't actually bait Cloud9 in. I do want to take a moment, though, because Isles on this Poppy, so many snap engages have been really good for him. He was the one who actually got that plasma applied to Thanatos, the Rek'Sai on the top side of the fight, with another very quick engage on support. Poppy has been making lots of plays. And this is one of the players that is not a star on Lion. This is one of the players where everyone was like, oh yeah, they bought Inspired and Berserker back and Saint was already good. But Isles was kind of an afterthought, and he has definitely had a huge impact in this game.
I mean, they have been winning the 2v2, and it's not just because of Berserker. Isles looking again.
Yeah, he wants that tackle. Vulcan gets away through the magical journey. Thanatos is going to be your target, but Sven is here by the decimating. Vulcan ends up locking up Sven. Grounded. Another smash is going to knock him up.
No! Not like this! No! Vulcan fucking ulted! Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, bro!
Vulcan catches Sven, and Dokla does not hesitate. Flies in, takes him out. Lion have done it.
Lion starting off strong here at the beginning of 2026. Their Swiss stage leveling up so much as they've made their way into playoffs. They had to run the gauntlet in finals weekend on Friday, on Saturday, and now against favorite C9 on Sunday. They will show that they deserve to
I just don't know what to say, man.
They will knock out
I just don't know what to say.
C9.
it's just unreal, isn't it? From the C9 perspective for a second, before I talk about how incredibly like good this run is from C9, from Lyon. How like it's just unreal. You can just unequivocally look like the best team all split, and you just can't fucking show up on finals. Like, bro, it just happens every single time. Every single time.
The first ever Tier 1
Oh.
the first since 2020.
Shiba.
And the first time IELTS had ever even made an LCS finals.
But for Lyon, like, what a glow up. Like, honestly, I know, like, people probably assume me to be like mega biased because like C9 can be good. But like, what an incredible run for C9 for Lyon. Like, honestly, they looked fucking horrendous in Swiss. Even their first, like, best of in round 1 kind of looked a bit whatever. But ever since, like, they've just, I don't know, they have just looked really good post-fly. I mean, they look good at fly as well, of course, but, like, you could really just say, all right, whatever, like, fly looked horrendous. More than, like, Lyon looked good, if this makes sense. But then they absolutely ran TL, they ran Sentinels, and now they've run C9.
Playoffs run.
He's like, wait, how many have I won?
Absolute swagger from Inspired.
Man.
MVP
Man.
last year, joining a new squad this year. Obviously, such a huge part of how they play the game. Earned every bit of it.
And I think he has to be the clear best.
I don't even know, man.
Lock-in tournament. He would be my lock-in MVP easily.
I don't even know, man. Like, just anger.
Part of why Lyon are here winning today. They've
just anger.
Today they just played
anger and sorrow right now in my veins.
But throughout the playoffs, they've shown so much flexibility, so many different styles, so much versatility.
And man, it's good to see Berserker back in North America, lifting a trophy up there on stage.
Not just lifting a trophy, but lifting a trophy against his former squad, against his former lane mate that he had to beat in these bottom lane 2v2s. We already talked about how powerful Berserker and Isles were looking down there. What a day this must be for Lyon and all their fans.
Really cool moment for the LATAM community as well, as their team here, the one to take the lock-in title.
We'll be right back for interviews with the victorious Lyon, but first, listen in on their comms from that final game.
Rex, I know E. Okay. They use ulti. They use power ulti. It's decent for us now.
Look, it's look again.
Oh, okay. Look.
Go.
Nice.
Aye.
Good. Shit.
Take it slow, guys. Don't get excited right now. I think they're gonna take it interesting. Kai'Sa is gonna come soon with ult.
Yeah, I'm looking at
it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Look. Get him. Nice. Nice, coming through. Yeah.
Look. No push. Do we have anything?
I think, guys, take it slow. We should recall soon.
We are looking tired.
It's looking bad. No, we shouldn't engage
I'm
with
chasing Wukong. I stun him here. Anything?
Look right.
I'm coming. Guys,
Kill front.
My W2 Rex.
I got him.
Yeah. I missed him.
How's it happened again? I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm a bit
I have their W now.
a bit despondent.
I can go up. If you
look, we're chasing Rek'Sai still. Just Rek'Sai.
Just take Rek'Sai.
Rek'Sai dead.
We can look, yeah.
I'm coming.
Okay. Look,
Wukong position is decent. I will zone Wukong.
Yeah, look father. Go place.
I ain't got anything to say.
Look up there.
Look Sumedo.
I ain't got anything to say.
I have no W.
On the C9 side, I think for Lyon this is incredible for them, and I'm kind of excited to see what they'll do internationally.
Just kill her. Nice.
Rise is still strong. Rise no flash.
Come Saint, we kill him.
Rek'Sai has flash.
I'm tanking, bro.
Rek'Sai has flash.
I think we can end.
He has flash.
We can end.
Take it slow, guys, breathe. Rek'Sai has no flash, right?
Okay, he has flash.
I don't know if we can end. This shit is
We
tanky.
can end.
Let's go! And
Just
focus.
Just eat!
Hello and welcome back, everybody, as Lyon takes
All right. We'll watch some of the interviews. I think. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I feel bad for C9 fans. I'm not like a C9 fan. Obviously, I want
You beat APA.
Obviously, I want C9 to do well because like Dom.
At the beginning of the year, how does it feel to take down APA?
I know always APA say like that. I know his trick too, and I mean his team is pretty good, but his champion pool makes his team can't win, I guess. So today is mid game, I think.
Well, hey, congratulations on winning that. How does it feel, though, to win a title now in North America?
Actually, I can't believe it is, because I was like 7th or 8th place before the year. And
years ago, it looked better than
I actually didn't know until 6th stage, but after 6th stage and we playing playoff, also we feel we are really getting better. So I pretty much expect this.
Expected and deserved. Well done, Sam.
I blew the team up. I'm so
told that I'm supposed to approach the players, so I'm gonna hop over to the bot lane and take a knee. Isles, you can use your mic. Go for it. This is also your first title, and you beat C9. You finally took them down. You've talked about how you've never beaten them in a best of 5. That's fantastic.
Just how fucking horrible does it have to be?
All the credit goes to my teammates. I think they all played fantastically today, and
Isles has a fucking. He's got a title, bro. He's got a trophy.
Next to these poor guys.
Now you finally overcame this challenge. Did you? Was there ever a moment
I have 100 channel points.
Too much. I can't beat them. They're too strong. And then when did that mentality maybe start to change to think, no, I actually can do it?
No, honestly, I always thought that I could beat C9 in every iteration of every team I played. Maybe I was completely delusional back then, but
I'm down 70k. Don't gamble, kids.
Guys, it was a piece of cake.
All right, congratulations,
Don't gamble.
Isles, on that win. Berserker also back in North America. Great to have you back, man.
Thank you.
First off, did you miss us?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, when I came back to LA, I feel like it's just like so familiar, you know? Yeah, it's like feel like it's my home. So yeah, I'm happy to just come back here.
Well, hey, we're happy to welcome you back, and I gotta say, it was a tough 2 years for you there. But how does it feel now to prove that you can still win championships? You can still win titles.
Yeah, I mean, this just be champion again for me. It's like not just like about the win. I mean, to be honest, like I lost like confidence too much like past 2 years. So like, yeah, I mean, when I like on the stage, I feel like, you know, I lose like confidence like compared to like last like when I was on C9. But like now, I feel like I have so much confidence. So yeah, I mean, just whoever I versus, like I can win. So I mean, of course, we should like need like play better. Like we need to like hard working more. But yeah, I want to enjoy this time now.
Well, again, welcome back. We're happy to have you. I'm gonna hop over to this side and alternate my knee that I'm gonna take down. Bowing down before the victorious top half of the map, Dokla. Was that a knee how Dokes that we got this finals? What do you think?
Yeah, it was.
You're a bit of a mercenary at this point, always hopping in on these teams. But I also want to highlight the fact this is your second title won now. So, you know, you were on a more stable roster with NRG, picking up your first title there. But since then, you've been jumping around. I also want to have you reflect a moment on your career and think about, you know, were there any moments that you were like, maybe I don't have it in me? And then what does it feel now to prove that you do still have more championship runs in you?
Yeah, I mean, that moment was
Monkey Donk,
very
thank you for the
recent.
follow.
I mean, in the
Oh,
first
man.
couple of weeks are like.
Well, guys, I need to join Lyon.
Like,
Otherwise, I
shit.
can't co-stream first. Well, actually, I'm not co-streaming
yeah,
first
I mean,
anyway.
I
I don't
thought
have the
it was, like,
rights.
impossible, honestly.
I don't even know who I would have had to have contacted for
yeah,
that,
I just
if anyone.
Stayed with it. I mean, that's kind of been the journey of
My broke
story
ass
of my
is-
career, just like perseverance.
Is
in
not
that
getting
regard,
no
Glad
things.
I'm able to win again, and glad I played pretty good in this finals.
That's the other thing I just realized.
I mean, and also the
All right,
fact that
on the
you
YouTube
hear the
side,
range top laners, the Vayne, the Varus.
on the
How
YouTube
do we
side,
get those
guys,
finals?
I'm gonna end the stream here. I've been streaming for 10 hours.
Then, you know?
I've been streaming for 10 hours. So,
To be determined. We also
um,
have the king himself.
on the YouTube side, I'm gonna end. If you want to hop over to Twitch and just chill out for a little bit, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna chill out for a little bit and just talk.
What is there to say anymore, man? First off, do you have a
Feel free. feel free to do that. But if not, thank you for hanging out today. I'd appreciate if you left a like on the stream VOD, just because I think it does actually have a notable bump in like how the VOD gets pushed and stuff, just for the first like day. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate that as you leave. But if not, yeah, thank you for hanging out on the YouTube side. I will see you guys hopefully next split for more LCS and CB LoL, because I think I still have the co-streaming rights. I don't think I'm losing them in between the splits. So yeah, 07. See you guys, and thank you for making this split so fun. It's been amazing, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully co-streaming more. It's been really, really fun. All right, bye guys. Bye guys on YouTube. Bye.
We managed to
And then we're still here on Twitch, obviously.